The Opie and Anthony Show.
Opie and Anthony.
Radio Shock Jock.
Opie and Anthony.
In the world of Radio Shock Jock, the biggest are Opie and Anthony.
These people say shocking things that border on offensive in order to entertain their audience.
I refuse to sit here and think that radio has to be nice. Why? Why does radio, out of any other medium, have to be nice? We are being now held to a standard where we have to be nice and make people feel good. Go screw!
Radio Bad Boys, Opie and Anthony.
Controversial radio personalities, Opie and Anthony.
Infamous DJs, Opie and Anthony.
Talk show radio hosts, Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Radio Shock Jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock Jocks, Opie and Anthony. Shock Jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock Jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony striking again.
I sat with some of the greatest gangsters in the world. John Gotti, Zam Gravano. And I went in there and said, John, you ever with me again, this is over. You hear? Now sit down.
Opie and Anthony.
I was amazed Guns N' Roses starting to blow up, and you didn't have guitars to play because you were pawning them off to get some dope.
Yeah, I was a big fan of the Age. Big fan.
Opie and Anthony.
This country went off the cliff, and it's just in free fall now. It's just a sick, it's disgusting, my voice you're hearing.
It's time for people to understand these are words. If you don't like them, turn the dial.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Let's get the show on the road. It's Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
Bam.
Another wow.
Bam.
Is upon us.
Yeah, get the old wow on your vehicle. It works. Damn well works.
Let's start by playing a quick game.
What?
Who's going to be first to call the Opie and Anthony Show? And go!
Ooh. And there it is.
Hi, who's this?
Boys, it's Too Fat from Hoboken.
Wait, who are you?
Too Fat, number 2 Fat.
Number 2 Fat?
Two fats.
2 Fats?
Yeah, Too Fat from Hoboken. I call Ron and Fez all the time.
All right, what's up, buddy? How are you, man?
How's it going, bud?
You are the first caller of the Opie and Anthony Show today. Congratulations.
Awesome.
You don't win anything.
Because I saw NBC and they said the merger went through. And Opie and Anthony... Hello?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they said that on NBC they were talking good stuff about O&A, and then they were saying that Howard, you can't hear from him anymore, so I'm sorry, I'm just a little bit nervous.
Wait, what are you trying to say there?
I don't know what he's trying to say.
You're the first caller to the Opie and Anthony Show.
What is he saying, Opie?
It's a very important job you got here.
You're saying that they said on NBC they approved the merger.
Okay.
Yes, so they approved the merger, and that Howard, you can't hear from Howard anymore because he's hiding under all his money. And I just wanted to know if the boys think that if you think you guys are going to still have the morning, and is Little Jimmy going to have his own show, the Little Jimmy Norton Show?
Yes, I'm from 10 to 10:15 a.m. They've been screaming for it all over the country. It's the Jim Norton quarter hour.
You should start your own radio show. It'd be hilarious.
10-15.
Do a 15-minute show every day with a huge long intro and a long outro.
Yeah.
And 5 minutes of material. 5 to 7 minutes of material.
Not even, man. Why tire myself out?
Yeah, good point.
Please.
All right, sir. Thank you, man. I don't think the merger went through unless we...
No, it was voted upon by... stockholders, and they approved it.
Now we're waiting for the DOJ.
The DOJ and the FCC. They have to chime in.
But things are looking a little interesting at this point.
Yeah.
To say the least.
See what happens.
All right, so it's
for the ride.
It's Whip 'em Out Wednesday. We also got Wake Up Your Spouse Wednesday. Let's not forget about that.
One of my favorites.
Supposedly a guy's going to call up any moment with a train horn.
He's got a train horn.
He's going to wake up his...
Put it in a room.
Roommate or
wake
wife.
up his roommate.
Yeah. And then we got Morning Zoo Bit of the Day. And,
Waka Waka.
And Can't Say That Wednesday.
I don't like coming on in a bad mood, feeling a little down, but I gotta be open and honest. I'm a little unhappy, a little down today.
What happened?
It's gonna take a little bit to get me happy again.
What happened?
Well, if you recall, about a month ago or so, I I was bidding. I wanted to bid on Hitler's globe. I wanted to possess Hitler's globe.
Yes.
For sale.
It was up on auction.
It was up on auction. They said it should draw between $15,000 and $20,000. That's a big chunk of change. But it's Hitler's globe, for the love of God.
How'd they know it was his? Was the Israel erased?
Yeah, there was no Israel. Yes, the whole globe was just handwritten in Hitler, mine.
I'll speak for myself, and I think Jimmy might have been with me on this one. I think we both thought you were going to admit that you drink too much or something.
Oh, don't be silly.
And now it's just about Hitler's globe.
Oh, it's Hitler's globe.
All right.
No, I wanted to bid on it, so I got the paperwork.
Did you really?
Bid on it? Oh yeah,
because we dropped this storyline.
Oh, I know.
All right, go ahead.
But because I was waiting till it happened.
Yeah.
And I figured I'd go to the top end of what they expected Hitler's globe to go for.
Which was what?
It was about $20,000.
So you bid $20,000?
I would have paid $20,000 for Adolf Hitler's globe.
Okay.
Why not?
Why not?
It's Hitler's globe. I have a brand new office that looks very nice, and I think Hitler's globe would have been a fine part of the collection. And it was sold at auction yesterday for $115,000.
Wow.
By some gentleman in his 70s in San Francisco.
Some guy that has a retirement fund said, screw it. This is what I'm doing with with the money I'm supposed to leave to my
Now,
kid.
he's going to have Hitler's globe, and I don't.
You can't feel bad about that, though. You bid a sixth of what you would have had to pay. You got killed.
I know. That's just it. It's never close to what they say it expects to get. And then sometimes some things are up for a bid, and it goes, it didn't even come close to getting what they expected, so they pulled it, It's like, what?
Where are you going to pay $115,000 for it?
No.
Then why are you bummed? I'm with Jimmy.
Because
I
was
even close.
Because they said they expected it to go for between 15 and 20.
Knowing you, I think you would have squeezed out maybe your top bid would have been 30.
Probably.
And that's pushing it.
That's it.
Even with that, you got killed.
I wanted Hitler's globe.
Well, you can't have it.
Damn it.
You'll get nothing and like it.
I'll get nothing and like it. You won't get a Hitler's globe. People are suggesting I pay someone to steal it. No. Can't be stealing Hitler's globe.
How much would you...
Wouldn't be ethical.
But how much would you pay if someone brought us Hitler's globe?
Most I'd pay was stolen, you mean?
Yeah.
Stolen? A hot Hitler's globe?
Yeah.
I ain't paying more than 5 G's.
What if we could do it, on the down low?
On the DL, no one knows. No, because then I couldn't, talk about it. The whole reason of getting it would be able to talk about it, talk about how I would go into my office and just look at the globe, probably like Hitler did, kind of, look, I'm going to invade this.
Yeah. We're going to buy you a globe.
It won't be Hitler's.
Sure it will.
Yeah, well, because we're going to tell you it was. That there was a second one.
There was no second globe.
Right.
It's going to be under your Christmas tree this year. Just forget we had this conversation, but just remember, it's Hitler's globe.
Hitler's globe? I'm gonna get
wink,
for
wink,
Christmas.
nudge, nudge.
All righty.
It'll be a regular globe with just like a little Nazi hat on it. A little mustache taped to Prussia.
With a made in China.
With that bad hair on top on the Arctic.
Yeah. A made in China logo somewhere on the damn thing.
The worst part of Hitler with that awful hairdo.
Yes. Swoop down in his face. He had like a Shemp Howard hairdo.
Like that stupid part way on the side. Go to the eagle's nest and relax, would you?
You would have awful hair, too, if you couldn't take a shower and you were hiding constantly.
That's true.
I believe the hair would have got a bit greasy there.
How much shampoo in the bunker?
Yeah, I heard you have body odor.
Really?
Yeah.
Go figure. Wow, that's horrible. What a horrible man he was, walking around with body odor.
He probably had that punch. You ever smell somebody when they're so ripe, you know that they didn't put deodorant on at all that day. They're a raw armpit. That's probably what
Yeah,
smelled.
that's probably
It'd
it.
be so tough, but
all right.
Stinky Hitler.
Let's go to Mike in North Carolina. He wants to be the second caller to the Opie and Anthony show. Mike?
Hey, how y'all guys doing?
All right, Mike, what do you got?
I was going to ask Anthony a question.
Oh, sure.
Anthony, before y'all guys were, I guess we could call it laid off last time, we was very interested in the poker tournament y'all guys were going to hold, and was wondering if y'all guys were going to get together another poker tournament, say at one of the Atlantic casinos.
Yeah, I've heard tell of.
I thought they would have had that done by now.
I think some top people in this company, have brought up that and think it's a very good idea. The event that we were going to before we had a little issue was sold out.
It was sold out,
and they were just hoping to get a few people in there and play some cards, but it's sold out. It was huge, and I think we're going to be doing that again.
Not only was the tournament itself sold out, but a lot of fans were just going down there.
Down there to play afterwards. Yeah, when people got knocked out of the tournament, they wanted to go down there and play with them. So we'll get something like that together.
All right.
I was looking real forward to it, and this next year I'm going to the main event in Vegas to play in the main event. So I was looking forward to it, and was sad that y'all guys canceled it. But under the circumstances, I understand.
Well, we didn't.
We had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, would have liked to have played that, but we'll get something else together.
All right, Mike. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
What?
Ow! Ow! Ow!
What you are hearing
Ow!
are stupid Steve noises.
Ow!
These are some of the sounds Steve makes when he goes into the production room to put together production for the Opie and Anthony show.
Yeah.
You got
what?
Ow!
And this is my favorite.
Ow!
And then you got this one. And then this one.
I didn't realize.
What's wrong with him? Why does he do that? Don't do that.
It's too late because now everybody just walks around imitating Steve.
Oh, we just do that now.
Like a Tourette's thing? What's the matter with him?
I don't know.
Some people you warm up in there a little bit. If you're doing a read, you go like.
Ow!
What is that, Steve?
Steve, why that obnoxious sound?
I don't know. It's one of the flurry of horrible things that are going around in my brain when I.
Wow.
How long have you been doing that sound, honestly? That's beyond production.
No, that's just weird. I've been doing that for a while. It just happened to get picked up on a...
Right. How?
Months and months.
Months.
Yeah, I would walk in and just, it's just one of those things. Yeah, you're right. Normally you go in and you'd... you do mouth exercises before you do some kind of a commercial read, but for some reason those noises come out, and I don't know why.
What are the mouth exercises? What's that noise?
Before you do like a commercial read, you're supposed to open your mouth really wide and stretch. It's just one of those things.
Makes it easier to
before, especially when
enunciate.
You have to. Yeah,
especially Trojan.
Yeah, your mouth.
Open your mouth wide.
Yeah.
Get down on your knees.
Exactly.
Wow, that's weird.
Yeah. And then you get these.
I didn't realize.
Yeah, I know. I understand. Sam wants me to stress that I do that when I'm not in the production room.
It's not a warm-up.
It's not a warm-up when you're...
It's a weird... I'm a strange person.
He's warming up to have a conversation. That's what he's warming up for.
Not a vocal warm.
He does it in his little office.
Yes.
Do you really?
All day.
No, I haven't done it ever since... In about 2 weeks. In about 2 weeks, I actually laid off because I realized, maybe making these noises isn't the smartest thing for an executive producer to be doing. Because not only did I do it...
Does our executive producer do it?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, sorry.
Sam?
He's all tripped up. Just go... That'll fix everything.
They're basically saying it's weird that you have that title, just in case you didn't figure that out.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm a strange boy, and I make weird noises.
All right, sounds like your face should be buried in a pillow when you make that noise.
Ooh, doesn't it?
All right, thank you, Steve. Can't believe we're interviewing you about this noise. Did we just interview Steve for 5 minutes about this?
I didn't realize.
So when did you realize that you can make noises like this?
What didn't you realize when you said that?
I probably that either whoever was recording that, either Tim or Derek, like pointed at the stupid, computer screen to say, "We're recording this."
Yeah, that computer screen. That's what's stupid.
Yeah,
point at it.
All right, Steve. Thank you. Why don't we play Drew Boogie? This is the Steve C. "Don't Worry, Be Happy" remix that has. We took one of his noises and made a little remix with it. Here it is. Let's say hi to Jeremy in Maine. Jeremy, what's up, buddy?
Hello, lady.
Jeremy.
Yes.
Don't make fun of my Eddie Vedder. I know you hate Eddie Vedder.
Throw a 20-year-old joke in there. Why not? Come on.
His Into the Wild soundtrack. You want to talk about some fine music? Pick it up. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Eddie Vedder got the job done. The movie didn't get the job done. I guess it didn't do too well at the box office, huh?
No.
I don't think it ever was released. What do they call it? Like wide.
Friday Wide.
Friday Wide, right. It was
like the movie Gridiron King, Gridiron.
I think Into the Wild was shown in 10 theaters across America, unfortunately. Yeah. I like the movie. But anyway, Jeremy, what's up?
Hey, I just wanted to give you guys some props on Make-Up Stuff Tuesday.
Yes.
Yeah.
I missed the first hour of the show, which never happens, and you got me good.
We basically try not to acknowledge Make-Up Stuff Tuesday, except on Tuesdays when we let a lot of people in on the gag. And there's a lot of bloggers out there that are onto us, so
they ruin it.
They want to be the ones that ruin our Make-Up Stuff Tuesday.
That's not true. I have to get attention and let people know that I know.
Yuck. I read one blogger, and he goes, I can't believe I have to write this for the second week in a row.
So don't.
Yeah, then you leave it alone.
Busybody.
You stupid blogger.
You busybody.
So, I don't know. I think the bloggers are onto us. We might have to go...
hate bloggers.
We might have to go underground with this Make-Up Stuff thing for a while.
Hate them.
But I'll tell you this much, because we said The Office was canceled yesterday, it was the number one thing searched on Google for most of the day.
Yeah.
Good.
Nice. Good job, boys.
Of course it was.
It's not just us. The pests get involved as well, and they spread the rumor, on the internet, and it's an all-encompassing thing that we do. And it's a lot of fun. But the stupid bloggers. Where's the one where he goes, for the second week in a row, some lady that works at my office came in and said, did you hear Opie and Anthony and what happened today?
That's what I hear from people a lot of times. They'll say, people at work come up to them and say, oh, did you hear?
Mm-hmm.
And they know and listen to the show and go, no, stupid.
How about, and this one guy, claims he's a fan of the show. If you're a fan of the show, A, go, oh, really? And go with it and help us out a little bit.
Yeah.
And B, don't blog about it and blow up our spot.
No blogging. Stop with your blogging.
Let the haters blog, but if you're supposedly a fan of the show, don't blog and blow up our spot on the whole thing. Help us out. Make it even bigger than it is.
And some of them are fans of the show.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and they just, blow it up. Why would you do that?
Why?
You're a fan.
Well, we got you yesterday, Jeremy.
Play along.
We got you? We got you?
Yeah, you got me. I missed the first hour, and you got me.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Good.
Let's go to Dan in the Poconos, hanging out in a heart-shaped tub.
In the Poconos. Are you in the champagne glass full of bubbles?
How did you know?
That's what anyone thinks from the Poconos.
Hey,
They're just people in champagne glasses full of bubbles.
Can you kind of splash around the bubbles as you talk to us today?
I'll try.
All right.
I'll try.
What do you got?
Listen, guys, is there any way to break the mold on this Makeup Stuff Tuesday and make it rotating throughout the week? The problem is Tuesdays wind up being like April Fools, and people know to kind of watch out for things. But if every day, if it's a different day of the week, it might mess things up.
Dan, you're on to something. That's exactly what we were thinking.
Listen, if Phil Hendry can pull off doing that to 10 different people who is just him as a career, how can we not pull off one day of the week fooling people?
I know.
Yeah.
One day we got to fool people.
Phil Hendry, he made a living off, just doing the whole show as him.
But
the callers were him, the guests were him. He was asking him questions.
He interviews himself in different voices.
Just an amazing talent that is not doing radio anymore, right?
He did almost as much show prep as this program does.
There you go. We do a lot of show prep.
I want to tell Jimmy, I love you. Funkus,
Thank you.
I was on Instant Message last night with you, and I'm not in Michigan anymore.
Oh.
All
right.
Well,
Instant Message,
Jimmy,
knows.
trolling IMs for young boys.
You heard it here first. Makeup Stuff Wednesday, but this is real. This is Real News Wednesday. Jimmy goes online and trolls for young men.
What are you doing there, Jimmy?
No, I actually wasn't on Instant Messenger at all. So whoever you were talking to, sir, wasn't me.
So you're saying there was an imposter, Jimmy?
No, you missed the joke. He was
imposter.
He was
Jimmy.
doing a little linger longer from
Oh,
yesterday.
I'm sorry. I thought he was serious.
No, he wasn't serious at all, Jimmy.
I didn't know.
All right. We're always bobbing and weaving, so we'll figure that out. We don't want to be predictable, so maybe the Makeup Stuff Tuesday thing has to go underground a little bit and then pop its ugly head another day of the week.
Yes.
We could always switch our days around, right?
Switch it up a little bit.
Maybe we'll do one
people
today.
guessing.
Huh?
Maybe.
Maybe that's what we do. No one's going to expect it today.
I wish the Hitler Globe sale was something we made up, but I'll never own it.
Yeah, all right.
Get something else from Hitler.
$15,000. What else could you get?
Belt buckle. They always sell them.
I know what you could get.
Belt buckle. What?
You could get the pancake.
I don't want the stupid Jesus Mary pancake.
We have that story next. It's Opie and Anthony. Hey, good morning. It's Whip 'em Out Wednesday. Where are the wowers today? Are they out there? I think they are.
They're out. It's the global warming is helping.
Yeah?
Yeah, because it's a lot warmer today than it's supposed to be here in New York anyway. In your town, I'm sure it is too.
Know what I noticed walking home yesterday? Leaves aren't changing this year.
They're not?
They have decided not to change here in New York.
I just looked out the window like I see trees. The buildings aren't changing.
That's the concrete jungle.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
Yeah, we see nothing but buildings when we look outside our window. It's actually a pretty good view.
Yeah,
we can see buildings in the distance. We have the voyeur chick down there. Is she out today?
Nah, windows are dark. I don't think she's up yet.
Most of us have given up on Fatty.
Yeah.
Let's say hi to Jay in Wisconsin. Jay, what's up?
Yeah, I got to see 3 o'clock in the morning a nice set of POW goodness.
You saw boobs at 3 in the morning while you were driving?
At 3 in the morning in Portland, Oregon. Yeah, buddy.
So there you go. Wow's alive and well. But what did she do? Did she just turn on her inside lights or something?
Yeah, she came up next to me, honked the horn, and I looked over because I thought maybe I drifted over into her lane or something, turned on the dome light, and all her unveiled goodness was there waiting for me.
Do you have a wow on your truck?
Yeah, on the back.
There you go.
Nice.
So just in case you don't think this works, we could take calls like this all morning long. Whip 'em Out Wednesday's alive and well.
Tech fishing.
Yeah.
There's a reason that Steve sounds like that. He sounds just like Mr. Hanky, and maybe there's just a little bit of resemblance. Like
Well, speaking of Steve's noises...
that was going so well.
Yeah, thank you, Jay. He bailed on himself. The noises of Steve?
Yeah.
Coke Logic already made a remix. I don't know how that happens.
How did that happen?
I think we just debuted these noises late in the show yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize. Oh.
That's Steve C.
Is that awful?
Well, no, I love
That's
it.
his inner turmoil.
Yeah.
That's Steve as naked as you're ever going to see him. That's him.
I like it. I like it a lot.
It's atrocious, and it explains everything.
Wow. It does explain a lot.
And
Everything's explained.
And I'm sure Tim's down the hall now working on a promo.
Yeah.
Why does Steve sound like that? I don't know.
It sounds a little like his character.
But here you go. Coke Logic came up with this. Took that sound from Steve C., who does production around this joint, and came up with this.
She's nice to my cat, just letting it all hang out. She's a I like lady stack, that's a fact. Ain't holding nothing back. Ow, she's a well, look together, everybody knows this is how the story goes.
Wait, that's not bad. Quick.
Kind of like it.
You don't have to hear that for 4 minutes. There you go. 30 seconds, and it's done. Coke Logic. By the way, Coke Logic's animation can be seen exclusively on ONARadio.com.
Yeah.
His stuff is so good that I don't know why it has to be exclusive to ONARadio.com. These are the type of things that you allow to go viral, but for some reason, when they're put up anywhere else, they're taken down immediately, unfortunately.
I watched one yesterday. It's Jimmy Norton talking about the livestock and them being slaughtered, and it is done so well, and it's so funny. The material's funny. The animation is hysterical. It's very, very good.
Well, how come who makes them take them?
Well, I guess K-Rock here in New York made a deal with Coke Logic, but the problem is that they can only be shown on ONARadio.com. But see, these are the type of things. If you allow them to go viral on all the video sites, then it helps market the Opie and Anthony.
Yeah, then people put them up on YouTube and all the other sites.
You hope that something like this could go viral and get 1 million views instead of maybe a few thousand, and it helps the radio show. But what?
Yeah.
It's just silly.
But I get in trouble for trying to explain things, so I should shut my mouth.
That's a valid question. That's not a bad question as to why wouldn't you?
I think it's great that Coke Logic's getting a few bucks to put these things together, but the nature of the internet, you should allow these things to go everywhere.
Yeah, they got it.
Because they're really, really good, and you have the Opie and Anthony logo.
Once you set it free on the internet, it should just be able to go wherever it wants.
Absolutely.
You can't have, most times it's very difficult on the internet to keep video confined to one site.
Yeah.
And if it gets out other places, you shouldn't take the video down from that one site because it's only hurting that one site.
Yeah. Exactly.
But that's good to grab on the internet at this point.
The company doesn't have the internet figured out yet.
A lot of people
they're trying, but they don't really understand.
A lot of people don't. It's this weird thing that people think that if you just put something online or whatever, it's going to be viral. People have really weird things with the net. They try to protect certain.
Right.
But it's like, man, everything's free on the internet. You can grab whatever you want, wherever you want. Even porn is dirt cheap on the net now because it's just charge you for it or trying to be exclusive with it. It doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work anymore.
It's too easy to steal online.
Yeah, ONARadio.com. You can see the Coke Logic animations, but there's people elsewhere that would be turned on to the show if they saw this on their video site. They're not everyone that listening to us is going to go to ONARadio.com.
And here's what you do if you know what you're doing with the internet. I did something for Super Deluxe with Florentine. We did these. It was a while ago. We did these newscaster things. And what they do is they encourage you to put them on your own website to get traffic to Super Deluxe. They encourage you to do that because the way it works is if you see videos you like, you try to find the source so you can find more. Like, that's kind of the way it works. You don't leave them exclusive to one site. You go, well, hell, you better look up on this site. It's silly.
You mean Jim Quivers?
Oh, yeah, I heard. Yeah, well.
It's a radio.
I heard it was in, no.
It's a radio bit. Stop. Please.
I'm telling you, man.
Jim Florentine's not going out with Robin Quivers. That's a radio bit.
Jimmy's his friend.
I know, but
he knows more than I guess anyone else would.
I don't know anything about her, but stop. Jimmy, whatever.
You know Jim? Yeah.
I'm telling you honestly that I've talked to him off air about it.
Yeah.
And I don't know how far it's gone or if it's a heavy relationship, but they really did go out. And it wasn't like, he wasn't talking like it was a radio bit. And,
all right.
I didn't get into details. I should have asked him if they slept together, but I didn't.
You should.
I didn't because it really wasn't coming out like that. It was like, I know Florentine, for 15 years.
Yeah.
17 years. And he wasn't.
Would it, based on what you know about him, would he have? Do you think he did?
I think he would. I don't think he did. I don't know if he did or not. But I didn't get the vibe that he did because Jim's just, he can't help himself. He probably would have told me. He probably would have told me. But no, he was like, "Nah, man, it was nice." Like he was talking about it the way you would talk about something if someone misinterpreted it. Like if you're like, "Wow, man, you went out with that chick, you bang him." Nah, man, she's nice. Like I know well to know. Like they did go out. And, no, I don't think he did, but I should have asked.
Interesting.
It's really weird that the two shows don't get along because there's so many players on the two shows that do get along,
common denominators,
and have relationships, and
dude,
Jim Florentine and Jim Norton are really good friends. And
he got my first paid gig in comedy in 1990. I love Florentine
and lived together. I love Florentine.
Sure, that was a charity.
Tim Sabian, Tim Sabian, who helps out that show, we're fine with now. There's all these relationships,
incestuous
but
radio
the actual
business.
Two shows don't get along.
It
is the stupidest thing.
On the train back from the Boston, we did the Dennis Leary benefit camp for Cam Neely Cancer Foundation, and I was on the train. It was me, Kenny, and Artie Lang rode the train back together.
Yeah,
we just did the
That's
benefit.
Just how it is.
It is just an odd situation,
man. Artie sat on one side holding a dog, and I sat on the other holding an XM logo, and we just glared at each other. And Kenny stood in the middle. Don't fight, boys.
Yeah, he doesn't like confrontation. I just want everyone to get along.
Oh, Jimmy's making a mistake. Artie was the train.
That was a lovely ride back.
So, was the train going slower because Artie was on it?
So anyway, the Coke Logic animations, ONARadio.com. They're amazing. The company should allow those to go everywhere.
Yeah,
That's how that would help market the Opie and Anthony
The company
show
should
in the end.
encourage them. And they should not allow. They should encourage them. But because what you do is you just find a way to get people. You have to do that. You should find a way to get people to the radio show and to the site. That's smart because you can't just put them out there without any kind of a mark on them because then people just go, "What is this crap?
Right?
We like it. We don't know where to get it." But you don't hog something on the internet and expect people to find it. It doesn't work that way.
No, you expose it to as many people as possible, whatever that means.
Yeah.
And then hopefully some of these people become listeners of the Opie and Anthony show because they see the great animation. It is one of our bits that is animated. And then people might email it to a friend or it's on a website where generally ONA fans don't go. And then some of those people become, it's marketing 101.
I got a novel idea.
Yeah.
Instead of going off on the air about it, let's actually talk to somebody.
Yeah. I'm not even mad about it. I just think it's just
paranoid.
It's just,
what?
It's just a silly.
I'm not paranoid. I think that's a good way to go about it.
It makes for interesting radio. This is we're talking about viral videos and why this stuff is important to a radio show.
And that's why I'm saying I think we should talk to somebody about it.
All right, let's. If anyone's heard this, please let's try to because it is great stuff. He's really talented at what he does, and at nothing else. Believe me, I've met him. He is a savant. He's really good at cartooning.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh, he's a brilliant.
You know exactly who is on that screen. He does a good job of making caricatures.
Yeah, he's terrific.
All right, let's. You want to buy something, Ant?
What do I need?
You missed out on the Hitler Globe.
Damn it. Keep reminding me.
But they're having an auction about the Jesus pancake. It's a big news story today.
Yeah, it's on eBay, I guess.
Imagine seeing an image of your Lord and Savior in your breakfast food.
What?
Yeah, a Florida woman and her daughter claim that's exactly what happened. They say Jesus Christ and the Virgin Mary appeared to them in the form of a pancake. Now they want to share their holy food. They posted the flapjack on eBay. Bids started at $35, and so far more than 700 people have logged on to see it.
Logged on.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not buying it. Yeah. I don't know. I just
start your day with a healthy breakfast and
let's check
good
out
improv.
the road.
Yeah.
Good improv.
You hear it? Because they're so scared crapless to say anything that might get him in trouble. He goes, so start your breakfast with a healthy... Oh, Jesus. Yeah. If I say Jesus, I'm going to be fired.
These guys are usually pretty good at improv, but they're just scared. They're scared to go after the Jesus thing and say that how ridiculous this is, where you actually would see images of Jesus in a pancake. Say it. It's stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, it It didn't even, by the way, look like anything. Danny said it looked like water damage. It kind of looked like a sheetrock wall with water damage and mold.
Kind of looks like, when your basement floods and the paneling gets wet.
Right.
Near the bottom. Here's the rest of it.
Start your day with a healthy breakfast. And,
let's check on those roads.
yeah, I don't have
What do you think, Jill?
I'm definitely not going on eBay to bid on that. Looks like two little globs. Good morning. Doesn't look like anything to me. But I am getting hungry. Good morning. Here in the New York State Thruway, North.
Wait, is that Jill?
Yeah.
That was the guy. I recognized the reporter's voice. The black dude from CW11.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize it was
Yeah, he's usually pretty good, but he left that one alone because you can't mess with religion, even though it's a dumb image in a pancake.
He just saw his career flashing in front of him and was like, I better just stop talking right now in mid-sentence.
There's a guy, there's a guy in India who married a dog to atone for stoning to death two mating canines years ago.
That's what you do. What's the matter with you, Jim?
How does that help?
I don't know.
He's, it's just around religion. He said he's been hounded for 15 years by the memory of a horrible act he committed as a teenager. He clubbed and stoned to death two dogs he found engaged in mating and then hung their carcasses from a tree. And then he began to suffer. His legs became paralyzed. He lost hearing in one ear. So now he's 33, and he wanted to get rid of the dog curse, and an astrologer said he should marry a dog.
The dog curse.
It was a stray named Selby. It was bathed and dressed in ceremonial orange sari with garland of flowers, and she was brought to the temple to be presented by members of his family. He married a dog.
Oh.
It said deeply superstitious people in rural India sometimes organize weddings to dogs and other animals, believing it can ward off certain curses.
They went on the honeymoon with a jar of peanut butter.
What curses do you ward off by marrying I don't...
There are still people in this world that are just in the Stone Age.
Yeah, the problem is everybody wants the world to live as one. How do you relate to a guy that's marrying a dog?
So you don't understand. There was a curse on me, but then when the curse came back, the curse said, oh no, he's married a dog.
Right.
Let's leave him alone.
Oh, okay. I see it your way now.
You're an ass, sir. How stupid do you feel if you find out that that's not true? It was an old wives' tale?
Yeah.
You've been having sex with this dog for like 6 years, and you realize you didn't have to? It's just fun.
You can't have sex with a dog, though. Is it legal over there? What's up?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You really think it's legal to have sex with a dog?
Animals seem to get a lot of respect over there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cows are like very...
Yeah.
Marry a dog, I mean...
All right, marry a dog, have sex with a dog.
Why not?
In New Delhi.
That's right.
All right, let's say hi to Jody in New Hampshire. Jody!
Hi, how you doing?
Hey.
Hola.
Hola.
What's up, Jody?
Not much. I just wanted to make sure I had the right number for the contest line.
Oh, you're trying to win that $1,000 today?
Oh, why not?
Okay, do you know the sound?
Yeah.
What is it?
What is it?
I'm not telling you. You know the sound.
Why wouldn't you tell us? We're the ones that have to push the button. It's no secret to us.
Meow.
Why don't you just admit you don't know it?
What? You don't know it?
Meow. I love you, Jimmy. I love your show on HBO, man. Have a good...
Oh, thank you.
Meow.
Oh, she was just
Nice, guys.
meowing.
All right, well...
I don't like her.
No, well, this is the sound you're listening for today, starting at 7 o'clock.
Than, fix it or it's goodbye, Than.
Come on, Dan.
Didn't they replace this?
Yeah, it's fine.
We're going to play that between 7 and 7:30. That will be your cue to call to try to win the $1,000. Barbara in New York, what's up?
Hey, I have a friend who has a toaster with the coils, and they're in the shape of Jesus.
Oh, that's
so they
hilarious.
can see Jesus in their toast every day.
That is
funny.
That is hilarious.
So you can make every slice of toast have Jesus in it.
You sure can.
Well, that's cool. Tell your friend to talk to
can sell it
Jesus.
on
All right,
eBay.
you got
We get it, but you can sell it on
Yeah, that's good. I didn't mean to have timing trying to approach a joke. I was approaching the runway, and boy, she rolled a cinder block right onto it. I'm trying to land now.
Yeah, but
Well, as Opie says, I am a hole. So.
Oh, it's all right.
I don't say you're a hole.
Not to your face.
That's right.
No, I love women.
And they're holes.
I didn't say that. I say, like, women on the radio, for the most part, are holes.
Well,
'Cause they
I'm a
can't-
woman on the radio.
She's on the radio right now.
Oh, you got me there, I guess. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Let's say hi to Yana, a girl from Buffalo, listening on the edge, the home of Shred and Reagan. What's up, Yana?
Hey, there's a way to make a disposable camera taser.
Yeah, saw it on YouTube.
Yeah, it has like 700 volts. I wasn't sure if you guys had heard about it. Because
We know about every little trend and thing that's happening in the entire world. We just know. We know that people are marrying dogs in India, and we know how to make tasers out of disposable cardboard cameras.
All right, well, I just wanted to call in.
And we know there are toasters that toast pictures of Jesus in your toast.
I didn't know that until today. See, I learned
I
something
didn't
already.
know that till today either.
Every day I learn something from this radio
Is that the
show.
Jesus toaster?
Yeah. Hey, that's great, though. That's someone with a
That's
pretty good sense of
fantastic.
humor. I want one of those.
That's great.
I want Jesus on all my toast every Sunday morning. All right, Yana, thanks for listening.
No problem, thanks.
All right, let's we're gonna take a quick break here and continue. On the way, we got some guy calling Jimmy Dean and complaining. It's really, really funny stuff. We got an alligator story coming out of Florida. That's pretty.
Someone calling Jimmy Dean?
Yeah,
the sausage.
Yeah, not happy about the links.
About the sausage links.
Yeah, they're a little too small these days.
Wow, size queen.
And he can't feed his family with the small Jimmy Dean sausages.
And there's a good story about Sandra Day O'Connor.
I was just going to mention that we got to hit that story at some point today.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
How about we do it next? It's Opie and Anthony. Contest is on. Opie and Anthony. 877-212-0-A. Don't call now. We'll hang up on you if you call early. Just wait for that sound, and then you call. That's how it works. So you want to talk about Sandra Day O'Connor?
Well, not so much her as her dirty daddy. What a filthy man.
Well, let's set it up with the fine news story that's coming out right about now. Oh, that was dramatic and it didn't work. Well, enjoy the music for another minute.
Come on, everybody. You know this part. Is it air guitar Wednesday? What day is that?
Well,
damn it. I never know the days of the week.
Well, it's not working.
What happened was Sandra Day O'Connor in the Supreme Court. I don't know why I'm saying from the Supreme Court, like you might wonder which Sandra Day O'Connor I mean. No, the broad that works at 7-Eleven. Same name.
Thank God E-Rock's over there. Thank the Lord.
No, it'd be easier if you threw a Jesus pancake in the CD player. You get it, E-Rock?
Yeah, the Jesus pancake worked. But
he'd catch it like a walrus with a
not this
fish.
story. Whatever. What do we got, Jimmy?
Her husband has struck up a romance with a fellow Alzheimer's patient after moving into an assisted living center. And they said she's actually happy and glad he's comfortable.
Yeah.
Which means, go ahead, Burden, do what you got to do. glad you're not wetting yourself on the sofa.
Someone else can, take care of you. I don't have to visit so much.
The retired justice isn't jealous about the relationship with the woman.
Jealous.
She said that it's dramatically changed the outlook of the son said that it's dramatically changed the outlook of his father towards being at the Huger Mercy Living Center. The focus of the broadcast report was Alzheimer's patients who forget their spouses.
Oh, wait. So he's married, and the wife is still alive?
Sandra Day O'Connor.
Oh, I thought it was like her father or something.
No, it's her husband.
Oh, well, perhaps if the story would play, I would.
He's in an assisted living center, and he's got a new relationship.
Oh, that's
there.
hysterical.
He's
Now
got
it's
the
even funnier.
Alzheimer's. And it's based on what? Alzheimer's patients forget their loved ones?
Yeah, they said it's not unusual because
That's
you're
pretty
in this
convenient.
place.
That's pretty convenient.
My mother's in one of those places for that.
Is she really?
Every time I bring Bonnie in, I got to reintroduce her because she just
what a pain in the ass that's got to be.
Your mom just wanted to forget she had a son. Everything else she's okay with. But yeah, it's weird, right? the guy struck up a new romance, and she's not jealous. She's like, just.
What are you gonna do, right?
How awful that you. But you see your golden years being spent growing old together, and here he is dipping it in a nursing home.
Yeah, but this guy, he's also in love with the dresser, his lamp, and breakfast.
That's true. He had to be quarantined after a fist fight with 2 eggs. He's a fool. It's Gertrude, you idiot, not your wife.
That's great. So she goes to visit him, and he's got a romance.
I hope it's a sexually fueled romance.
Oh, she comes. Hello. Opens the door, bringing him something, and then he's just there, doing what he remembers from the past, perhaps.
Yeah, his new girl's on the bed, and he's next to her, and he's humping her shoe. He forgot what he's supposed to do.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Yeah. Who's this woman at the door? Get out of here. Mind your own beeswax, lady. I'm your wife. That's great. I guess, how long ago did she put him in there?
I think in 2005. That's why she
wasn't that
retired
long
from the
ago.
Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Was to take care of him because he's been a problem for a while, I think.
Who knew those places were like...
He's been a nuisance for a while, right?
Oh, how awful.
That's gotta suck.
Just put roller skates on the top of the stairs.
Several romances at the center, and people with dementia need intimacy as much as anyone else. Dementia. That's what you want to hook up with.
He's also in love with the dresser, the lamp, and his breakfast.
He's a real player.
Oh, he's a tiger, this one. He's had sex with every piece of furniture in this hallway.
He's an animal.
But just how that's got to be humiliating on a certain level, even though you know. I mean, I'm just thinking of my girlfriend, who's, we're certainly not that long term, and I'm just like, oh, how embarrassing that would be. You still got to go there on their birthday and bring them a balloon?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they're putting their fingers under your nose. Guess who?
Playing guess who.
Didn't I just have sex with you? No. I'm your wife. Your loving wife. That's trying to do the right thing for you. As you're banging everything in sight when I'm not here.
You know he is.
That disease is just something. Oh, my God.
Is there any sign that you can, does it build up? Is there
A sign that you-
no, that you're
It's the
getting
light
it?
switch. One day, all of a sudden, you remember nobody.
No, you know what I'm saying?
First sign is tiny hands.
Right, and saying cuisine instead of cuisine.
Cuisine.
Tortillas instead of tortillas. Why, do you think you're starting?
Yeah, I forget a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but you're
You've never
also
been
55 years old.
What's that?
Yeah, you're acting like you're Russell Crowe in fucking A Beautiful Mind.
Oh, no. You just dropped the F-bomb.
Jimmy.
Isn't that weird? Feeling a bit relaxed today, are you, Jimmy?
I'm Ken Comfy.
Yeah.
I hope
Put you in that home.
I was Donald dumped.
I don't know where I am.
It's a fine line there, Jimmy.
He's sparking up a romance with E-Rock.
Let's go to Nick in Westport,
She's a
Connecticut.
pretty girl with a big neck.
Nick, what's up, buddy? Hey.
Not much, man. Yeah, I got a grandmother, and actually my grandfather just passed away, and she has just got Alzheimer's and crazy, has no idea what's going on. Starts calling my father Ike, which is my grandfather's name. You go to the freaking Alzheimer's center, and she's just got clothes on, doesn't know when to take a shower. It's pretty crazy.
Horrible.
Okay. All you want him to do is go, okay, 36 right. What's the next 2 numbers?
Yeah, please.
I know.
Where's the safe deposit box key?
Right.
Yeah,
Give it to me. Smacking him.
Ike, do you remember?
Yeah.
It's like one of those things.
There's a case, I read about it in Reader's Digest, so I mean it's legit, of a guy, I forget what he had, but he was a pianist, he was I think a musician, he was a really bright guy, and he married a woman, and he got some kind of like one of those crazy flus you get, or one of those,
Oh, boy.
and he has a memory, I think, of 8 seconds. It's like a goldfish. He resets every 8 seconds, and she left for like 2 years. She stayed with him for years and tried to help him, and she left for years, and then came back, and he never realized she was gone. I wish we could get.
Wow.
I read that. Of
stuff's
course,
real, huh?
Oh, it's terrible. But if you can look for 8 seconds, if we can find that.
Wow.
Is it terrible for the individual that has the Alzheimer's, you
Probably
think?
not. It's all new to you. Wow, who are you?
Probably,
Yeah.
I wonder. You probably don't know any better.
I think people with the beginning Alzheimer's is probably a little bad, where you're like, oh boy, now I didn't remember that. But after you're deep in, cares?
It sucks for the rest of the family. But
Everyone's still alive to you. It's great. Hey, where's Dad? And it's like, nah, it's years ago.
But everyone is who you want them to be.
Yeah.
The big black orderly is just, it's Barbara, the first girl you slept with. You don't care.
Right.
Hi, Barbara. It's some guy that did 8 years on Rikers.
Hey, you want to play the Bill clip? We could play that. We haven't played that in a real long time. This is going back a while. They Call My Name's Bill is a classic prank call that Anthony did to a Alzheimer's clinic, I believe, right?
That's right.
We had They Call My Name's Bill lost in the streets, and he called from a payphone to try to figure out
how it turned into They Call My Name's Bill, just from that one missed line.
Yeah,
just listen for the missed line in there.
But now it's legendary. It's now known as They Call My Name's Bill.
Yeah.
All right, here it is. Check this out.
Alzheimer's Association, may I help you?
Hello. I had this number in my wallet. I don't know where I am.
You don't know where you are?
I had this number in my wallet.
You're lost?
I don't know. I'm at a phone booth.
Give me the phone number.
It's not on here.
There's no phone number on the phone?
Let me look. What phone?
You're calling from a phone. Is there a phone number there?
Yes, there is.
Could I have the phone number?
I believe it's the 8.
Hold on the phone. Can you hold on? Don't hang up.
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me?
Who's this?
This is Estelle. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Don't hang the phone up.
Hang up?
No, do not hang up. Hold on, please. Don't hang up. I'm going to put you on the phone with someone else. Hold on.
Hang up what?
No.
It's cold.
You're cold?
I'm colder, yes.
I know.
Cold like Brazil.
You know?
I believe I need a changing.
Stay on the phone.
I'm wet.
You're all wet?
Yeah, I'm wet.
Okay. Well, you just stay on the phone.
I need a changing and my nurse isn't here.
And do you know
I'm going to walk across.
Where you are? Can you tell me the number?
I'm going to walk across the street now.
No, stay on the phone.
Who's this now?
My name is Judy. What's yours?
I call my name's Bill.
Bill. Hi, Bill. How
Hi.
are you?
Hi, Sam.
You sound a little lost.
Gonna walk across the street now.
You know what? I'd rather you didn't walk across the street, because if you walk across the street, I can't talk to you.
Oh, hey!
Hey, Bill!
Hey! Hello!
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah. Are you still there?
Who is this, please?
This is Judy. Is this Phil?
Where's Sam?
Sam just went out to get some coffee.
I hate coffee.
Oh,
Sam knows I hate coffee.
Well, maybe he went to get you a Coke then. He said he was going out to get a drink.
There's cars now, a lot of cars. I'm gonna cross the street now.
You know what? If there are a lot of cars, you shouldn't be crossing the street.
All right, here I go.
I can't talk to you.
I think my home is across the street. Here I go.
Are you talking on the phone, Bill? Hello? Oh, we should have called the police while we had him. Wouldn't do any good. He's still here. Call the police. He probably was hit by the phone. He did not hang up. He put the phone down and walked. He dropped the phone. He did not hang up.
Oh, my God! Someone call an ambulance!
I told you.
This is horrible. My God, he looks awful. Jesus.
Who is this? Who am I speaking to, please?
Somebody call an ambulance! Somebody got hit!
All right, we're calling an ambulance. Can you give me the address?
He's a mess. The man got hit! Someone call an ambulance! Don't touch him! Leave him down there!
Hello, can you tell me where you are?
It's too late! It's too late! This man smeared all over the road.
Can you tell me where you are?
It's too late unless you got a shovel.
All right, we'll get a shovel. Where are you?
It's too late.
It isn't too late.
It's too late. What do you mean it's not too late? His head is over there and his arms are over.
Can't help you if you won't tell us where you are.
You can't help anymore. Just bring a shovel.
Can you tell me where you are right now?
Disneyland.
In Disneyland. Can you tell me where in Disneyland?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
And the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yo ho, a pirate's life for me. I'm okay now.
You're okay? You got all pulled yourself together again?
A car hit me and I feel fine now.
Oh, I'm so glad you
That's
feel fine, Bill. You had me really worried.
That's all Bill needed was a little bumper.
Can you tell me where you are, Bill?
Jupiter.
On Jupiter.
Planet Jupiter.
Is there a street number or a name on planet Jupiter?
23 Jupiter.
23 Jupiter.
23.
Okay. Do you live there?
Send a cab.
I would happily send a cab if you tell me where to send it.
Good. Tell them to make a right at Venus.
Right at Venus.
And it's Jupiter, 28 Jupiter.
28?
That's what I said.
Okay. And what are you doing there now?
Masturbating.
Oh, I see.
And we're back with the Opie and Anthony show. Oh, boy.
It was by who?
Huh? It was Mark Clean by Al Dukes. All right.
Ooh.
The punchline after a 5-minute bit might have been dumped out.
Who knows?
Oh,
Jesus.
Is it official? Is it dumped out?
I don't know why they...
That'd be funny if there was a crazy guy just looking at the street sign and said Jupiter.
Well, that bit played out for 5 minutes, and then the punchline was just
the punchline's got to be dumped. Yeah.
Even though it was played in its original form for, I don't know, probably off and on for 10 years.
And that context was pretty...
All right, well, what are you going to do?
Harmless.
Yeah. What are you going to do? It's Opie and Anthony. Rich Voss in the studio.
I was, I told you about this. We were driving to Delaware.
Yeah.
And a commercial came on, and it said something like, and then he broke in, he molested her, killed her, and he worked for a major, appliance place. And then they cut in and go, well, when we put in our heaters, we do background checks. What they were doing was trying to sell their heaters, but I can't explain it.
I know. You know? The company they were selling heaters.
Yeah, did you hear?
And as part of the ad, they were using a guy from another company who had raped and killed a girl.
Did you hear this?
No, but I'm 39, so I know how to piece a story together.
Yeah, we heard enough where we could help you out. Is what Jimmy's getting at.
And they found a way to use a rapist murderer from another company in their own ad.
Yeah,
we won't rape and kill you. We do background checks. That is pretty smart, actually.
All right, because I had no idea where you were going. I was panicked.
Maytag.
I was
won't rape
panicked.
Yeah,
for a moment.
You really freaked us all out.
Thank God Jimmy was able to decipher that. You speak idiot.
Speaking of speaking idiot, we got a little quiz for you. A little pop quiz, Rich.
This early?
Hope you're up for it.
All right. Yes, this early.
Go ahead.
We're going to find out if you're smarter than a fifth grader.
Oh, please, where's the fifth grader?
Huh?
Yeah, where?
Well, we don't know. Uncle Paul.
Well, we got a test, right?
Vera.
This is a test that a fifth grader would take, right?
Yeah.
And we hand it over to you, and you're gonna answer these questions.
No problem. Don't you think we should have a little more time for this?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you now, and after the break, you should be done. It's only 10 questions.
You mean I have to answer them? You're not gonna ask them the answer?
Ask them now. You don't need to wait. We don't need to wait. We don't have to study this. This is not. These are all yes and no kind of answers.
All right. Finish the following sentence, Rich. I before E, except after.
I before E, except after C.
All right, good.
Was that right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, but that rule doesn't always work. I hate that rule.
No, it's a dumb rule.
It's like, except when I'm spelling something.
Right.
Then it's wrong and I look like an idiot.
I don't want to mislead anybody. I'm not a great speller. So I just don't want to mislead everybody with answering that one. I spelled my daughter's name wrong. I got to change her name.
I saw Rich Voss's daughter backstage. He was part of Dennis Leary and Friends last week. And by the way, Rich was awesome on that stage. Once again, you were great. Had a great set. But then went backstage and saw your baby girl and said congratulations to Bonnie. And she's beautiful, by the way. Your baby girl's beautiful.
Thank you.
And then I found out that he effed up her name.
What's her name?
Well, see, here's what happened. I was looking up bibiblical names.
Why?
And
You're not religious.
I know, but it's just
You're
good.
not a man of God.
How is Ezekiel doing?
So
God, he called her.
So I saw. Well, the first name I saw was Basha, and nobody liked Basha.
Basha. How can they?
Isn't
Basha
you don't like that?
Voss?
Well, we didn't. I didn't name her.
Voss?
So
Basha, come here, Basha.
it's right on the globe. It's where Basha lives.
Yeah,
And it was-
Basha.
That's awful.
Wow.
Okay, so Raina. So I saw Raina. And that's
Raina's
pure.
not bad, okay.
Raina. Thank you. So it was Reyna. It meant pure and clean, biblical, pure and clean. Yiddish name. So like 3 weeks later, we had the baby, and they asked to spell the name, and I just go Rayna. So now I have a Spanish queen instead of a
You won't be the
Yiddish.
first Spanish queen you've had. So wait, how are you supposed to spell it? R-A...
Well, I spell it Rayna, but I gotta go change it to Reyna at some point.
Yeah, well, why don't you go do that soon?
No big deal.
Let's go to Jay in D.C. Jay, what's up?
Yo, and hey, what's up, boys?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, I'm a little confused. How is it that if there's no rules against what some of the things you guys say, that they dump out of what you say? I don't get it.
What do you mean?
We don't either.
You guys say funny things, and there's no FCC rule against what you're saying that you're being dumped out on. And, I mean, can't you guys do anything to
Well, I'll say this. The one they just dumped is an FCC concern.
Yeah, I understand that, and I have.
Don't scream at me, sir. I'm trying to converse with you.
Sorry.
You're humiliating me.
Yeah, well, there lies the problem that we're trying to figure out ourselves there, Jay. So I don't have
really frustrating.
I don't have an answer for you. It used to be you just had to worry about FCC regulations, but it's much more complicated than that these days. There you go.
All right, boys, keep it up.
All right.
Opie didn't mention I closed the show last week at the Beacon. All right, go ahead. Question number 2.
What direction do you have to travel to go from St. Louis to Kansas City?
I don't know that one either.
This is a test that a 5th grader would take.
From St. Louis to Kansas City, you'd have to go east.
All right, very good. That's one wrong.
Well, it depends. If you're going around the world, you'd go east.
That's a long way.
What is the symbol between the parentheses called?
It's the symbol that looks like the Procter & Gamble.
Yeah, it means...
or AT&T.
It looks like General Mills. It's a General Mills symbol.
I'm sorry, yes.
Yeah, it's that thing in the AT&T logo.
Yeah. There's a name for that?
Yes, the
thing.
Basha.
Yeah, what is it? What is it called?
Well, let's go with 2 wrong. I haven't...
He just let the pitch go by. Called strike on himself.
We would have accepted the and sign.
What is it called, though?
The ampersand or whatever.
Who knows that?
A 5th grader can't say that. At least the ones I've met.
All right, not bad. You're
Once you've met, can't even
1
say
out of
no.
3.
1 out of 3 so far, Voss. In dry weight, how many ounces are in a pound?
16.
There you go. That's easy, right?
Yeah, I used to sell pot, man.
That's why he knows. Yep.
Ask me grams, ounces.
All right. Which of the following inventions was not invented in China? You got gunpowder. You got cultured pearls. You got kites. And you got paper. One of those was not invented in China.
Oh.
Gunpowder, cultured pearls, kites, paper.
Okay.
I think I got this one.
I know disease wouldn't be the answer. I would have to go with...
Wait, what?
There's a lot of diseases. How did that happen when no one even pushed the button?
I don't know.
God did it.
What are you talking about? Disease. It's not even one of the...
I'm trying to throw something
SARS
funny.
joke or something like that.
Thank you.
I get you.
It's not one of the choices.
Okay, I didn't hear the gunpowder, paper, kites. Kites like you fly a kite?
Yeah.
Don't know?
Are you looking at my answers over
No,
there?
I swear to God, I'm not. I couldn't see that far anyhow.
All right.
Or what was the fourth one?
Gunpowder, kites, paper, cultured pearls.
Oh, cultured pearls. What?
That's right.
Yeah.
I just want him to be wrong.
All right. We'll take the second half of the quiz after.
I would have said paper.
You know, and here's another thing, too. You could ask me any of these questions this weekend at the brokerage, and I guarantee in Long Island I won't get any of them wrong.
You really want these people to ask these questions?
At the brokerage? No.
Are you crazy?
No.
Do you understand what our fans are capable of doing?
So answering as poorly as he did.
So I'm 2 out of, what am I, 2 and 2?
You have 3 right out of 5.
It's not bad.
So you're barely passing, I guess?
No.
Is 60 a passing grade?
No.
No,
It's at 60. Oh, it is.
All right, you're around a D right now. We got the last 5 questions after the break, okay?
Pick it up. Pick it up.
It's Opie and Anthony. It's Opie, it's Anthony, it's Jim Norton, it's Rich Voss in studio. And we got a $1,000 winner on the line. It's Claudette. Hello, Claudette. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Congratulations, you won that $1,000.
Thank you.
What are you going to do with the money?
I'm not sure yet. The holidays are coming up, so I'll probably spend it all.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
As far as spending the money, I guess, I don't know.
Doesn't sound like a listener.
Huh?
Shouldn't sound like a listener.
Female. Claudette, are you a listener of the show?
Yeah, I listen in the morning.
Yeah.
What do you like about the show?
I don't know. You guys are funny.
Okay.
Claudette, you think I just started doing this yesterday?
He may have been born at night, but he wasn't born last night.
What do you like about the show?
Good one, Jimmy.
I like you guys, and I laugh at you guys. I get a good laugh out of it.
Okay, what's the kind of a bit or something we've done that you like?
Yeah, name one thing we've done on the Opie and Anthony show.
One thing you've done on the Opie and Anthony show. I liked it the other day when you came up with the new idea where you started talking like that other guy.
All right, a hardcore. You're not even a good liar.
No, I listen. I do.
All right, so if you listen to the show, just name one lousy thing we've done since, let's say, just moving back to New York. That gives you 10 years of material to figure out. Almost 10 years. What do you got?
I don't know. You guys put stupid people on the show. Like me.
That's the one thing you could come up with after 10 years of doing this in New York City.
I don't know. I'm nervous to be on the radio.
Yeah.
All right. Claudette, I would respect you if you say, look, I just started listening because of this contest, and you guys are kind of funny, and maybe I'll continue listening after the contest is over.
All right.
All right, Claudette. Congratulations on the $1,000, all right?
Thank you.
Everything's funny to her.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, I've never wanted to punch someone more than you.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
What did I do?
You don't even have to say it.
You're driving me nuts.
Am I breathing into the thing?
Are you
Oh, my
breathing?
God.
All right.
I'm going to punch you
All right,
and
relax.
break that nose and back into shape so maybe we don't hear.
Well, here's
I can't even do it.
Okay,
It's so hard. You're going to blow. Don't do that. It's going to come out.
Just blow a snot rocket.
Oh, God.
Okay, how do you breathe?
Oh, my God. I want
All
to
right,
punch
I
you
did-
so bad.
It won't
Please
hap-
let me punch you in the face. Please. Don't sue me. I need a punch.
Oh, there it is. There it is. You got to be on top of the mic. Here it is. Watch.
It won't happen again. You know what it was?
You sound like a bull.
You know what it was? It was because of the Nicorette gum in my mouth. I was trying to breathe through my nose.
No, it happens every time you're here, and you don't realize you do it.
So I'll back up a little. It's not like I'm on a mic every day. I mean, radio mic every day like you guys.
We're broadcasting from a wind tunnel.
All right, you want to punch me?
Oh, God, please.
No.
I won't do too much damage, I promise. I won't take out your nose or your jaw.
Bust your snot lager.
You brag about your abs. Let me punch you as hard as I can.
Oh, why would I? What am I, crazy?
That's how Houdini died.
Yeah, man, don't do that.
Houdini was actually killed in a bus accident.
Shut up. He said that so, as a matter of factly, like it was true.
All right, listen.
I'm very sure. Can I say this? Let's just say I did things last night when I was alone, and it hurts.
Ew.
Oh, no. You mean right there where your hand is?
Yeah, ow.
Oh,
Ow.
Chafing.
Ow.
why did you,
You did what they dumped out of during that.
There you go.
During that long bit
How long does
with
it
no
take you?
payoff.
How long
Thank
does
you.
it take you? How long does it take you to do that?
It can be hours, or it can be. It depends on the what I'm doing and what's the mental angle.
So
mental angle.
Why a problem today? Because of the amount of time?
No, just because I don't know. It's just sore. Just sore.
When you're done, do you go right to your computer and erase all your history? So
reset on my Safari. I have a Mac.
Why don't you just say, Rich, when I'm done, I go to my history and erase everything. Like it's like, when you're done, do you do this?
Well, I'm not afraid gay sites are going to pop up when my wife goes to use the computer.
I think Jimmy's a rookie. Are you kidding me?
Of course I do. Reset, empty cache.
Empty cache.
Jimmy throws his
empty history, empty recent documents.
Oh, yeah. Believe it.
Empty recent files.
There's nothing worse than when you're with somebody and you forget that when you go to open like a video, it will like list the other videos that you've opened. And boy, you have some quick erasing to do when she's over your shoulder. Right now, let me just close this for a second.
No, because I'm auditioning for a movie and I'm trying to get the role down. That's what you're telling.
What's the movie called? Tranny Follies?
I'm a big black man.
Jimmy basically throws computers away once a week at this point.
When I lived with this girl.
Just to be safe.
We bought a box of toys. You know, when I would live with this girl, and when she moved out, they were still there, and I'm looking at it, and I go, I got to throw these out, because if I have a heart attack and my family cleans out the house, they're going to really think I'm gay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They see that, fluorescent,
marital aids around the house.
All right, we got a lot of people listening for Tomorrow's Sound, so we introduced a lot of people to the sounds of Steve.
Yes.
The sounds of Steve.
Steve losing his mind.
What?
This is our own Steve.
I didn't realize.
He sounds like a cat.
Yeah, so we want to use one of these for the sound of the day tomorrow. Which one you want? This one?
What?
This one? This one? Or finally?
I didn't realize.
It has to be.
It has to be the worst one, which is that one. That is.
Right.
It's beyond anything I can even wrap my mind around.
This sound will be posted later on ondaradio.com, but basically, if you're listening now, you don't need to go there for the sound, I guess, but maybe you missed one during the contest, and that's where you could go to find other sounds. Okay, so we'll play this between 7 and 7:30 tomorrow.
I didn't realize.
And if you're the 10th caller, you'll win the next $1,000. Now, Tim, our other production guy, he's feeling like Steve might be ripping him off a little bit.
There is a similarity.
So Steve, Tim put this together and ran it in here just a moment ago.
Steve Carlisi does a voice.
I think he's ripping me off.
Why does Steve sound like that?
Steve's stealing my thunder.
What?
My thunder. Sounds a little like his character. I didn't realize. Then he gets all whiny.
Oh, God, no.
Come out, and I don't know why.
Steve Carlisi.
Executive producer, Opie Anthony Show.
They should both be burned alive.
It's horrid to listen to that.
I love it.
Just set on fire, like with a match, like with like a little match that you have to hold under them so it catches. Terrible.
I actually love it. Although it's not as good as the Coke Logic thing. Coke Logic took Steve's sound and put this quickie together.
She's mighty, just letting it all hang out. She's I like Lady Stack, that's a fact. Ain't holding nothing back. She's well, look together, everybody knows this is how the story goes.
There you go. Coke Logic. His animations are up on ondaradio.com. You're going to want to check that out as well. You want more of your quiz there, Voss?
Yes, I do.
Playing the brokerage when?
This weekend.
Yeah? Starting what, Thursday?
Friday, Saturday.
Friday, Saturday?
Long Island, Belmar. And here's another thing. I'll take my IQ. I'll take an IQ test here. I'm 141 on my IQ.
You're not you're leaving out a decimal point.
I'm telling you, I'm 141.
You're not
my
141.
IQ. I'll do an IQ test here
Is
one
that
day.
good?
141. Is 141 good?
That's great.
Yeah, but he's not. I think 150 is genius.
I'm 141.
You are not
141.
If you were 141, then you could pass this quiz easily.
IQs are different than.
All right, but it's just not. All right, here's your next question. Are you smarter than a fifth grader, Rich Voss? This is a fifth grade exam. In square inches, what is the surface area of a cube with 5-inch sides?
How many inches would that be in square inches? 5 times 5 would be 25.
All right.
Wait, I don't even know if that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Of course.
I don't know if it is.
Of course, it's not right.
Wait.
No.
Oh, wait. 5 times 5 times 5. No, wait. What do you...
Oh, my God.
In square inches, what is the surface area of a cube with 5-inch sides?
How do you,
20 inches.
How do you know how big it is, though? It's square inches. You don't know how big the cube is to begin with.
Hold on. 5-inch sides. So you got 5 times 5, 25, and then times that by
5 to the
6.
fourth power. Oh.
No, that's right. By 6. Yeah.
I thought it was like 5 saying it had 5 sides. I
thought
it's
you
a
were
cube.
saying how many square inches in a 5 by 5 inch.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yeah, it pretty much is how many square inches of surface area on a 5...
on a cube or on a flat
A cube
on
with
a cube.
Well, it said
Well,
cube.
let's say it's wrong.
120.
Let's say I got it
It
wrong.
is wrong. Let's say hi to Sean in North Carolina. Go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, 141, boss. That's not your IQ, son. That's your SAT score. Hey, no, Jimmy.
Hi, sir.
Oh, sorry about that. All right, the next question for you,
What's
Rich
the answer,
Voss.
Ope?
It was 150.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No fifth graders get
You
that
have to
right.
take the 25 and then times that by 6, like Ann
How do you
said.
get 25, though?
5
Because 5 times
times
5. It's a 5-inch square on each side of the cube.
But if it's a square, why would you go 5 times, like...
But because it's 5 inches across and 5 inches down.
Oh, I'm okay.
5 times 5.
I was going 5 times 4 is
what
20.
fifth grader? A fifth grader goes to like
As I do this
a
with my
men's-
hand for
a
some
men's
reason.
school or something gets that right.
Yeah, I guess, Rich, you're right. What event took the world to the brink of World War III in 1962?
That was the Bay.
Get this.
The Bay of Pigs in Cuba.
Oh, my
Oh no, the
God.
Russian missile crisis with.
Oh, my God.
We didn't know there was no World War III.
Didn't the Russian missile crisis last all the way up until, like, the Cold War ended?
Yeah.
Wait, in '62 when Kennedy was president.
Yeah.
What almost brought us to the brink of war? You said.
Yeah.
World War III.
Almost.
Yes. Well, it didn't happen, so it had to be
Well,
almost.
it's the brink.
I love how-
Saying it's the brink
I love how he
means
tries
almost.
to show his intelligence by going, almost, right?
Yes.
Almost to the
Almost.
brink.
Almost to the brink. So almost.
Brink, isn't that where you skate?
That's what you do with your eyes.
Steve from Bayshore is writing Voss times dumb times ass.
It's making a little formula.
Yeah.
In 1962, what almost brought us to World War III? It had to be the Bay of Pigs in Cuba when.
No, it's not the Bay of Pigs.
Just rifle through a Billy Joel song.
I was born. Okay, wait, no.
Bernie Getz,
65
age
years,
crack, homeless vets. No.
5 years old.
Yeah, I get it. You were 5 in 62.
I think.
But, you're now an adult and you should know what happened in 62.
I know it.
In '62. Malcolm or one of them, they weren't shooting them. No, that.
How would that be World War III?
Malcolm in the Middle?
Malcolm wasn't assassinated by a Russian.
All right, what do you got?
Ruskies didn't get him.
I love how this comes right on the heels of his 141 IQ.
Yeah, what's your official answer?
My official?
Yeah.
Can I
Your
give you
final
unofficial?
answer.
Your final answer. Let's go.
My final. In '62. What happened in '62? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. The 6-Day War. No, that was in.
Oh, my God.
What was the 6-Day War?
We're talking about the brink of World War III. Complete annihilation of the globe.
And you're naming all these innocuous things.
Yeah.
That cab driver got robbed in Tel Aviv. No, Rich.
What is it?
Can we come back to any of these?
No. What is it?
It's to revisit them.
What is it?
Come on, Rich.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It's something to do with Kennedy. I don't want.
Come on. Martin Luther King Jr. Yep.
That's what he's hearing in his head.
Come on. Come on. You can do it. You can do it, Rich.
Uh-oh. Here comes the gong.
And when I hear it, I'm going to go.
We'll need an answer.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what's
You
going to
already said
happen.
All right, well,
It was the Cuban Missile Crisis with Kennedy.
Oh. Did you say that?
I said that was the first thing I said.
No, was it?
That was the first.
Was it?
First one you said was Bay of Pigs.
You said Bay of Pigs. Then
That
you
was the
said
Cuban Missile.
You said the Russian.
No, I said you go play the tape.
Pigs was not the Cuban Missile
Different
Crisis.
things, Rich. Bay of Pigs was going to invade to get Castro out.
Yeah. Well, I said the Cuban Missile. Play the tape back.
You said
did
the
say
Russian missile.
No, I
crisis.
said.
I will
You
bet
said the
$200.
Russian Missile Crisis.
$200.
I'll bet more than that because I know I heard it.
I'm just being nice.
Russian Missile Crisis.
But I am almost.
You got singles in there. Why are you
He
looking?
said
for
it
the
wrong
money?
because he's
No.
an adult, but I think I have to give that one to Voss. He knew what it was. He's
Yeah.
just not an
We're
articulate
playing by
man.
we're playing by the rules of Wheel of Fortune.
I'm not betting.
I got $100, right? Oh, yeah, you can't gamble.
It's not gambling. It's a bet.
How about if I'm right, I get to punch you?
No, that's
And
gambling.
if you're wrong, I get to.
Yeah. All right,
What's
well,
that?
do we give it to him? I guess we have
He
to.
just said it wrong. He's not an articulate man.
All right, we'll give it to you. But your first answer was Bay
Wow.
of Pigs. Your second answer was Russian Missile Crisis. It is the Cuban Missile Crisis.
I have a non-vote in this.
Well, here's what I say. Forget that question.
Dissent.
Find another question.
All right, here we only got 3 questions left to see if you could pass a 5th grade test. What is the verb of the following sentence? The goat ran into the barn. Boom.
The Bjorn.
The goat ran.
Is that your
Ran.
final answer?
Yeah, ran.
All right, very good. Spell the opposite of vertical.
Horizontal. I got to spell it.
Yes, you got to spell it.
Oh, where are these questions?
Yeah, I don't know where these questions.
I only have 10.
I only
I
had
know
up to 10.
We jazzed it up because some of those questions were kind of like...
Yeah, they were lame.
I'm sorry, we got a revised quiz.
Wait, hold on. Horizontal.
Okay.
Horizontal. HORIZONTAL.
Nope.
E.
I can't believe you fell for that. I gave him the
hand, like
the hand, like, you know, come on, you're almost there. One more letter. He goes E. E. Tell me, I love you. I really do. Bonnie's a lucky woman.
Well, I was right though. Horizontal.
Yeah, we'll give that one to you. I effed you up by going. Yeah, come on. And finally, who was the U.S. president when World War II ended? Get this right, you'll get a 70 on the test.
It's either Roosevelt or Eisenhower.
Okay.
I would have to
You
say.
almost said Eisenheimer, like
I said-
Weisenheimer. You're such an old
No,
man.
I didn't. It was Roosevelt.
All right, very good. That's wrong.
By the way, not only is it wrong, he was dead.
Who?
Roosevelt was dead at the end of the war.
Of World War II?
It was Taft, Rich.
So,
Oh.
so if it wasn't Roosevelt,
Honest Abe.
so if it wasn't Roosevelt, who was it?
Well, the end of World War II was in the. Then was Eisenhower.
Was in what?
In the 50s.
The end of World War II was in the 50s, and if it wasn't, so you're now saying Eisenhower, right?
I said Roosevelt, and you.
All right,
guys-
he was wrong, so you're now saying Eisenhower.
Well, why would you give me a second chance?
I'm just asking.
Yeah, it was Roosevelt or
All right.
Eisenhower.
Wrong again.
Now, who,
I can't be wrong twice.
Yeah, because your choices were both wrong.
the war ended with the dropping of the atomic bombs.
Yeah.
Who dropped the bombs? Who was the president that was in office when the bombs dropped on Japan? No?
Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
No, he wasn't the president. Hiroshima Nagasaki was not our president.
No, he's the commissioner of Japanese
Who was
baseball.
the president during?
Yeah.
Why? I didn't hear it.
He was Roosevelt vice president.
Oh, it was, what do you call it?
Good.
It was, what do you call it?
141.
Yeah, go ahead.
What do you call it?
Go ahead with the what do you call it?
Roosevelt's vice president.
Yeah,
It was,
yeah, come on. I know you got this one.
Our Bud
It wasn't
Dwyer
Spiro
had more
Agnew.
brains after the suicide.
What's that?
Nothing.
Go ahead.
Roosevelt's vice president.
Obama.
Give us the answer, Rich.
Inside of your head,
Make
it's
us
a
laugh some
Florida
more.
swamp.
Yeah. Go ahead. As you think about it, Steve from Syracuse has something. Steve, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, boys?
Hey.
Well, I got to tell you, I was listening in the shower and answering the questions, and I think Voss originally he should be still on Are You Smarter Than a Preschooler? And I think that if Harry Truman was alive right now, you'd be kicking Voss's ass.
It was Truman. It was Truman. I knew that.
He just gave you the answer.
Oh, he was talking about a guy he went to school with, Harry Truman.
Yeah.
Harry Truman. Was it Truman? Truman.
It's too late.
It was Truman. Was it Truman?
Nobody's really big on
Rich,
President
congratulations.
trivia.
By the way, Steve wanted...
He's probably one of the more memorable ones, being the one that, dropped the atomic bombs.
By the way,
Truman.
That didn't actually end World War II.
Oh, it didn't?
It did. Boy, and quickly.
It
I mean,
didn't.
what was the World War where Germany was going in, taking, just out of control?
That was World War II.
Korean War, Rich.
That was World War II.
Yeah.
And World War One.
And then what was the war where the Japanese were involved and we dropped 2 atomic bombs?
That was World War II, where they hooked up with Germany.
Very good.
Okay. But Germany...
Oh, no. Here comes the but.
Maybe... I'm not really on top of this.
Right.
Really?
Yeah. By this, you
I
mean
think-
everything.
Here's what happened.
Yeah, what happened?
Germany was still after we dropped the bomb, Germany didn't just say, hey, we're done. We still had to go in.
Oh, my dear sweet Jesus on a cross. Oh, my dear sweet Lord.
Whatever happened.
So you have no idea that Germany had already surrendered and the war in Europe was over by the time we really concentrated our forces over there in Japan and stuff. See, we beat the Germans first. Then we beat the Japanese.
I gotta read a little more.
Yeah, you gotta brush up a little.
Me about,
Do you think the Germans would just lay down their weapons after we bombed Hiroshima?
Steve from...
Yes, they did.
I want to get rid of Steve from Syracuse listening on 95X. Steve, you had a great line there. You want to use it or what?
I say, yeah, man.
Go ahead.
Voss, you need to go on. You need to go on. Are you smarter than a preschooler, or maybe even are you smarter than a fetus? That's what I think.
All right,
Oh
sir.
boy.
Oh boy.
Well, I mean,
And as a Jew, you should know these things.
Ask me about the 6-Day War.
Never forget it. With you, it's never ever new.
Yes.
Ask me how long the 6-Day War lasted.
All right.
6 days.
let's say hi to Mike in Jersey. Mike.
It's actually a myth.
Mike.
It didn't last for
Hey.
6
Right.
days. Too much.
You need to have Boss on every week to do this because this is friggin' hilarious.
Well, we don't.
And he's being serious, by the way.
Yes, he's
you
not-
got a 60 on a 5th grade test today. That's not bad. It's a passing grade.
He's not being ironic.
Well, here's the deal. Here's the deal.
All right. Let's go to Matt in Pennsylvania. Matt.
Hey, Boss, could you spell IQ?
EYE.
What does IQ stand for?
Intellectual quotations.
Holy Jesus! No! Oh my God!
We've been searching for a long time. We found the new spaz. We
Intellectual
got the new spaz in studio.
It's some
quotations.
intellectual, whatever. The Q, I don't know. Intellectual quiz.
Just say I'm queer.
Oh God!
Intellectual quiz.
Wow.
IQ.
What is it really? I don't know that.
Your IQ, which you are saying, is 141.
141.
Yet you have no idea what IQ stands for.
I know how to get to it on the internet. IQ test. IQ, intellectual quiz. What do you think it stands for?
Quotient.
Intelligence quotient.
Well, that's that same thing. Intellectual
quiz.
Intellectual quotation. Oh my God!
Let's go to Dan in Philly.
I love Rich Voss. Oh,
Dan, go ahead.
You guys got to chain him to a chair and never let him leave.
Yeah.
Hey, Boss, you should get a nameplate for your desk that says the schmuck stops here. Punch it out.
And let's go to Lori in Jersey. Lori.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, good.
The thing is that, to be fair, history classes, he just might not have the history down. He probably failed it when he was in school.
What?
But
Wow,
he might have failed history while he was in school.
Oh, right, yes.
But to be fair, he is Jewish. I mean, you learn World War II history in Hebrew school, don't you? Didn't you go to Hebrew school?
Did you go to Hebrew school?
I didn't pay attention. I couldn't understand English. How am I understand Hebrew school?
She's
What's wrong with you?
Basically
Yes.
saying Voss is Jewish and doesn't know about World War II.
I know a lot about it.
What do you know about
Thank you, Laurie.
What's that?
You didn't know who surrendered.
I know Roosevelt didn't bomb the train. Was it Roosevelt or who was the other one you're talking about? Truman?
You're naming people who didn't bomb the Japanese.
No, not the...
Who didn't bomb what? I just want to know where you were going with that one. I love this World War II stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I love your
I'm
World War
sorry.
II material.
You just go into your basement and live it every day.
Ken Burns has competition. I can't wait for your documentary there, Rich.
Listen, I'm serious. I'll take an IQ test here.
All right,
How
well-
they do on the internet? Not today.
No,
because
we got something. Oh, well, we can do that.
Yeah, we should definitely.
We got Max in Dallas. Max, go ahead.
Hey, O&A, what's up, Dukas? I've got the perfect idea for you. A dumb-off between Voss and Francine.
Let's do it next week.
A dumb off.
Can you come in next week?
Yes.
We're working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week.
Kill her, though. Yeah.
I'll do it with Bobby Kelly. Who he thinks he's smarter
Bob,
than me.
Bob should be involved. Bob is as stupid as they come.
Bobby, and he's always saying how dumb I am. I'm smarter than Bobby. Okay, I'll take Bobby on.
That's not saying a lot. Bob.
All right, we're going to get Bobby, we're going to get you, and we're going to get Francine. Hopefully next week. Could you guys try to make that happen immediately? Yeah. And we'll have a 5th grade exam.
No, we can have a real one. I'm talking
This
about...
is a real one, obviously. You got a 60.
You know what? I'm talking about some serious questions that, these
screw questions about World War II
Yeah.
and then the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Yeah, that's trivial events of
those
the
are
last
just-
century.
those are just
I'll
dumb.
tell you,
You're right.
I bet you can't explain
You're right.
the whole Bay of Pigs. What was it about? What? I know.
Can you?
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, what is it?
What happened?
What
in
was the Bay of Pigs about?
What happened
Teach
was, okay, we were over there. This is why Kennedy was assassinated, because we were over there. We had a lot of money invested in casinos and over there, and Castro was taking over, pushing out into dictatorship, and we were going to lose all our money there. So the
Pushing
mob,
out dictatorship.
No, he was
Okay.
pushing out the regime to take over as a dictator in the country. Okay, so the rebels wanted to overthrow Castro as this was happening, and was seeking the help of America, and it's all history from there.
I love just watching you unravel. I actually saw beads of sweat forming on your forehead in the middle of the bed.
Try to remember The Godfather.
The Godfather.
That's basically.
I don't think it had much to do with casinos at that point.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it had to do with a communist country being 90 miles off of Florida.
Yeah, but the rebels didn't want to deal with Castro. He was just out of control.
Well, we kind of didn't want to deal with Castro.
Yeah, but if
and there was a rebellion against Castro, but it wasn't very strong. So we said, look, we're going to give you guys a hand. We'll back you up if you take on Castro. We'll train you. We'll give you support. We can't be directly involved, so it was a CIA kind of, covert thing.
I feel like I'm in school. I'm looking at the teacher right now.
And when it finally happened, we kind of hung them out to dry and didn't give them the support that we promised them, and they wound up getting their asses handed to them.
what I was saying.
And it failed.
Didn't people think that was a secret deal cut to kind of to make the Cuban Missile Crisis go away? I think
to make the Cuban Missile Crisis go away.
Yeah, because during the Cuban Missile Crisis, they were pointing.
Yeah, there is speculation that all that's tied together.
They were pointing at us. They were pointing at us. The missiles.
All right, let's go to Tim in Pennsylvania. Tim, what's up?
I just love in history.
You should have Coke Logic do an animation with Rich Voss with a World War II map behind him trying to explain all this.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
I think Coke
that'd
Logic,
be great.
Coke Logic will come up with something. Mark in New York, what's up?
That's the best bit. Bravo, fellas. That's the best bit I've heard in weeks and weeks and weeks.
We're not even trying. It's just the basic crap. Fred in New York, what's up?
Yes, his boss smarter than a crack baby.
Let's go to Tom in Jersey. You got the phones lit there, Rich. You're doing something right. Tom, what's up?
What's going on?
Hey.
Rich is teaching special ed today, huh?
Ooh. Well, so much for the phone. Joe, save us.
Hey, boys.
Hey.
Hey, boys.
Hey.
Got a question for you, Richard. Who was the president when Kennedy was shot?
Oh, that's a good question.
When he was the president when Kennedy was shot. Of course he was the president. What kind of question is that? I got that one.
He was trying to trick you.
I know.
Yeah, it was a trick question.
And he almost had you.
No. Hey, you know what?
There's a little paranoia in your
listen,
eyes.
let me explain something about me.
Okay.
I quit school. Okay. But
really?
I have 141 IQ. I know, like,
Never believe that. I will never believe that.
I used to run a business. Like, you know what? Let me explain something.
Dealing drugs is not a business.
I used to have.
Can we take an IQ test after the break? How long does it take? How long does it take?
It does take a while, and he'd have to be sequestered somewhere.
Can we put him in the glass booth?
No, I'll do that. Next week we'll do the.
Dude, I will put. I know you're not a gambler, but I will just leave $1,000 like sitting over here.
If you score more than a 3.
And if you score 3. And if you get within 10 points of 141, you could just steal my money. It's not gambling. I'll just leave it here.
It's just laying around.
I understand you're in recovery, but so it's not a bet. But I will just leave $1,000 out. And I'll just leave it. I'll leave and go, oh man, I forgot my money.
No, first of all, here's how you do it.
Leave GH's money alone.
I don't want your money. What I want is you just to say
vindication is what you want.
Because when I was 21 years old, 20 before I went to the mental institution, when I was 20, around that area,
yeah,
I used to run. I had 7 guys working for me. Like there's certain things I'm smart at. You know what I mean? Like I used to run a business. I had 7 employees when I was 20 years old. Back then, paying them like $8 an hour. I had contracts all over town, painting houses and remodeling them and stuff. Okay, and whenever I filled out a contract or picked up the money, no one ever asked me, okay, so you're going to paint the peaks, you're going to put shingles on, and never threw in a World War II question.
Smart. You're street smart. I get it.
Not street smart business.
You know how to get more drugs from a drug dealer by dressing sexy. I get it. You're street smart.
Okay.
Lingy.
All right,
we got to take a break.
Brokerage this weekend.
Yes, Friday and Saturday. Rich will be at the Brokerage Comedy Club in Belmore, New York. Okay,
I'll be at the Providence Comedy Connection this Friday, Saturday in Rhode Island.
Okay.
So if you're in Providence, come on down, have some laughs.
And speaking of comedians, we got Jim Jeffries in the green room. I saw him at the Dennis Leary and Friends thing last week as part of the New York Comedy Festival. Man, the first time I saw him live, the guy's hilarious.
Did he get punched? Well, I'll ask him.
I don't know. We'll ask him. Is he the guy that got punched?
I don't know.
I worked with him in England a couple weeks ago.
He is really, really funny.
Really,
man.
like he was the one comic that sat with me and told, like when I was in England taping that TV show a couple weeks ago. He was like, he was so nice. Like how
Speaking of World War II, who would think that an enemy from World War II and you would be able to go there and play in England now, and there wouldn't be a problem.
What am I supposed to say?
What am I supposed to say?
By the way, Tony and Reno are saying that Voss's IQ is leaking out.
I love him.
Leaking out of his ear there.
Well, you're a rock with teeth. You just.
All right, Jim Jeffries joins the program next.
Fool.
It's Opie and Anthony. Yeah, rolling right along. We got to go right back to the phones, though. It's Opie and Anthony. Brandy in Boston checking in, listening on BCN. What's up, Brandy?
I don't know if Voss knows that his 141 IQ would have gotten him into Mensa 11 points ago.
I thought it was 150. Is it 130?
130 to be in Mensa?
130, because 130 is borderline genius.
Listen to me.
You got 141, Rich. You're supposed to be in Mensa with all this knowledge and skills you got.
There is so no way in hell you are even close to 130. I put you at just above profoundly retarded.
Listen.
We're laughing at you, stupid.
What I'm thinking. Now, it could be a mistake. It could be 121, but I'm pretty sure it was 141.
121?
I'm not even putting 121.
I'm easily.
100 is like average.
No,
I guess
okay,
a little over 100.
After
I'm putting you there, if not a little below. And I'm being kind, if not a little below.
You know that weird bet? It's not a bet because you're in recovery. That $1,000 I'm leaving there.
Yeah.
When we do this next week, that you could just take and it has nothing to do with the bet.
Well, next week
it's down to 120. You go past 120, you get that.
If you get within 100 points, you get that money.
or we'll plug. How about this? How about we'll talk to Rich Voss's sensibility here? You get over 120 on an IQ test, we will plug the next 10 gigs you have hard on the Opie and Anthony show.
Yeah,
to the point where the audience will be just annoyed. That's not a bet.
No, okay. All right. But next week isn't the IQ. Next week is the Smart Off with me and Bobby.
Well, let's go to...
And Francine.
And Francine. Let's go to Dr. Jill in New York.
Smart Off.
Dr. Jill, you might remember from the Opie and Anthony show, she actually checked out Bob Kelly's prostate in that bathroom.
No, that's not. No, I didn't.
Oh.
She's not fessing up to that.
How many Dr. Jills do we have listening to the show? Wasn't her name Dr. Jill? I'm stupid. All right, Dr. Jill, what do you got?
I'm a psychologist, and I would be willing to give Rich Voss an IQ test.
Do you now? From what you can hear, does he sound like a 141 candidate?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
First of all, you're a psychologist.
You had to add that nod. I was with you. I'm like, wow.
You're a step above a counselor, and you're below a psychiatrist. Another thing.
I have a PhD.
Oh, you know what? Nobody
got
cares.
a PhD. What you got, Rich?
Please, I could read 2 Bradshaw books and save 3 years of going to you. All right?
What?
A couple of Bradshaw. Yeah,
John
please.
Bradshaw.
And here, I'm a psychologist. Please, you got more problems. You're probably like laying in the fetal position crying after your last patient. Another thing, okay?
Another thing. In other words, forget what I just said.
Okay.
Forget the bomb that just passed.
It wasn't a bomb. The Bradshaw line was a great line.
Wait, it wasn't a bomb, really?
The Bradshaw.
Hold on. Let's slow down a minute. It wasn't a bomb, right? Let's go to the tape and see if it was a bomb or not.
Dustin Snap is there. The snap. The ball is down. The kick is on its way. It's good. It's good. It's good. No, wait a minute. He said no good. No good. We missed it. I'm sorry. We missed it.
Yeah.
It looked like it was going so well.
We went to the tape. The instant replay is saying, yeah, it was no good.
What do you say from your experience? What does he sound like? What number would you guess?
Anthony was right. 100 is average. I'm going to say that Rich Voss is probably somewhere between 90 and 110 with the average range.
Okay.
But you know what? You never know on this test.
You never know. See, just like how you never know because you're not going to paint yourself.
Where are we going to get the official IQ test from?
From
Dr. Jill or online?
Not online.
You can't get them online. They're not real tests.
It's so bad online.
Yeah, she's got an actual test, Rich. She does this for a living.
I can administer an IQ test. I can't do it actually on air because the test is confidential. But I would be more than happy to have Rich come to my office in Westchester.
No. Wait, hold on. Why is it confidential if anyone can administer it? It's a stupid IQ test.
It's not anyone can administer it. You have to have a PhD in psychology.
No, you don't.
Yeah, we got to do it on the air. That's the beauty of this Rich Voss stupidity thing.
I can speak about the results afterwards.
Okay, as a psychologist, what do you look like?
Hold on, line.
What do you look?
Hold on, line, because we got to move on. But we'll see. We'll get you an IQ test.
How long does it take, Toots?
Yeah, I put her back in home.
But he just took her PhD, everything she's worked for, and just shoved it in a bag of toots.
Yeah, hey, how long does it take, honey? Quick.
Next week we'll do you, Robert Kelly, and Francine in a what are we calling it?
Dumb off.
A dumb off. Okay. All right. Hey, in studio, we got Jim Jeffries, a very funny comedian.
Hello.
Saw him at the Dennis Leary and Friends thing last week here in New York, and you just killed. The audience loved you, Jim.
I was all right. It wasn't too bad. First gig in New York, 2,500 people. How hard's this country, eh? People say it's hard to break. Piece of piss.
Yeah.
Not for Aussies, though.
Not for Aussies?
Aussies got it knocked in this country.
No?
Yeah.
I heard we do all right.
They
Paul
do.
Hogan
Believe
must
me,
be on top somewhere.
First of all, girls love the accent, which is one of those
girls
things,
do dig the accent. I got picked up. I'll tell you a story. I was in LA doing an audition. Right, this is where I walk out of the audition, and this girl comes up to me, and I saw her in the audition. I said, "What's the address of where we are? Because I need to get a taxi." Right, and she goes, "I'll give you a lift." Right, because she liked the accent. Right, so I get in the car. She's sitting in the car, and she looks out the window, and she meets me, and she goes, "What's your full name?" And I go, "Jim Jeffries," and she goes, "Wait there," and she calls her mum up. And she goes, "Mum, Hi, it's Carla. I just met a nice boy in the audition, but in case I get raped or murdered, his name's Jim Jeffries, right? Right? So I get in the car afterwards. I didn't ask for the lift. She offered me this lift, right? I get in the car, sit there for 5 minutes and turn to her and go, you've just made this rape really awkward. Right? And she starts freaking out and stops the car on the side of the road. And I go, look, I'm not a rapist. And I go, but I'm really concerned that you're more concerned about solving this crime than actually preventing it. That was my first experience with an American girl, so that was all right. I'd been in the country for like a day.
That's funny. That really is funny. And Jim Jeffries, I didn't know when I saw you that you were the comedian that got punched on YouTube. I just knew it was like, hey, some comedian got punched on YouTube. I got to check it out.
Yeah,
but it was you.
It was at Manchester Comedy Store. It was interesting. The guy never heckled me or nothing. There was a woman that kept on heckling me off to the right hand side. It was my own show, right? This woman keeps on heckling me off to the right hand side of the stage. I put it down a few times, and then I said, "I'm going to leave you alone now, like your dad did." And then I went, it's a shame your grandfather never did. Right? Funny. Right? And then this guy on the other side of the room had some issues with his grandfather that he never had resolved. And he waited till he finished his drink, then he just ran up and kept on punching me in the head, just like 7 or 8 times until audience members came and protected me.
Was he a big guy?
I had a bruise on my head. Yeah, I had a black eye. I went back to the dressing room, my support act sitting there, and he goes, how did it go? I'm like, not good, man. Like,
No.
better
Did you punch him back? That's why
I didn't know I was in a fight. He never heckled me. He just kept on coming up and hit me. I was professional, though. I didn't drop the microphone. I held onto the microphone for 6 punches.
I'm confused, though.
Between punches, did you call and say, if I die?
I'm confused by something you said. You said 7 or 8 punches before the audience helped you out. How bad was your set that night?
No, it was...
That the audience waited for 7 or 8 punches and went, right. I think we should...
He deserves like 3.
Yeah.
It was a high stage. It was hard to get up.
Oh, okay.
There
You
was
might want to
one
explain,
guy-
because it makes it sound like maybe the set wasn't that good and they were like digging this thing.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a great show. Yeah, there it is. And the last thing I say before I get hit is I go, "Oh, hang on, mate." I was quite shocked. Yeah.
Hang on.
The thing is, Paulie Shaw faked it about like 6 months earlier,
Right.
and when this happened, everyone started writing me letters from America saying it was Paulie Shaw's bit. This guy's doing it for publicity. He's nicked this bit. He's nicked it. Whatever. This actually happened to me. And may I say, for the record, no one's ever stolen a joke off Paulie Shaw ever. Right?
Yeah, you don't want to be known for stealing anything from Paulie Shore. That YouTube is tough, though. Only giving you 4 out of 5 stars. That's a 5-star video right there.
Yeah,
it's called Jim Jeffries Punched. If you want to search it out on YouTube, and we'll put it up. Are we allowed to put it up on one of our websites?
Yeah, put
You
it up.
finished
where
your
you want.
set, didn't you?
I went back on stage and finished the show off. I just thought, why not?
I think we got audio of the actual incident.
Yeah,
I'm not sure how.
There's not too much
how it's going to
swearing
translate,
in it.
but let's see how this goes.
Bat's pushing it inwards. When you... Oh, hang on.
That's a definite ruckus. There's a ruckus going on.
Jim's on stage, and the guy jumped up and just threw a punch. You literally were blindsided. I mean, it's almost like there's no time to even position yourself for defense.
I never spoke to him or nothing.
Was he a big guy?
He wasn't that big, but he was stocky.
What
he
a
had a lot of
pussy,
power
though.
to him.
Like coming up there and just clocking your blindside like that.
Well, there was a lad who was in the second row who was the first person to come up and help me, right? And he jumped up on the second row, but as he jumped up on the stage, his heel kicked into the face of the woman in the front row and broke her nose. So there's just pandemonium in the entire crowd. There's this woman just bleeding and stuff like that. I'm off in the dressing room crying. Oh, it was a tough day.
Why would you go to a comedy club if you're that sensitive? I just don't get that.
And listen,
I don't get it.
It would never happen at a Broadway show. Only comics deal with this.
Yeah.
No one's going to hop on stage. You didn't show enough emotion and start pounding one of the actors. You know.
Yeah.
Only comics deal. The other night I'm on stage, I'm looking at somebody down in the front row eating spaghetti and meatballs. What other entertainment would you go to see that? Where you sit and eat spaghetti? You know, it's just...
Well, you know, it's also where are you playing, Rich?
Exactly. I was at the Spaghetti Factory.
You were on NBC.
No, I was working at a good club. It was a good club.
Oh, all right. They just
What
happened
club?
to be serving spaghetti.
It was a food court.
Where the heck were...
All right,
Hold on.
whatever. You think it over. So then everything calmed down, and then Jim Jeffries came back on stage.
I appreciate you welcoming me back. I'm not going to be doing much more material. There's going to be a bit of swearing here.
Oh, it's beeped out.
Yeah, we got it
There you
cleaned
go.
up for this side.
I appreciate you welcoming me back. I'm not going to be doing much more material. I'm fan out by that. completely. I got a thing on the side of my head. No, what many of you don't know is that I employ that bloke for when gigs are going badly.
Hey, right on, man.
And the crowd on the video, it's really cool. They're standing up, kind of shaking his hand. It's like the crowd really did come to your aid. With one thing new, because people think they don't know if it's part of the show. I mean, they see that something happening. It's like you have to register. Like, oh yeah, he's getting beat up.
It was a hard way for me to find out that I'm not good at high fiving. I have no idea. I'm so bad. I'm a white Australian guy. Like I don't know how to do it. For the first time in my life, I had someone give me one of those fists.
Yeah.
Today, when I was in I just grabbed his fist and shaked it.
Start shaking
like I
his
shake the fist. Like, is that the uncoolest thing that anyone's ever done?
Hey, you guys don't do the fist?
No, I don't do. What's the fist?
Bunch of germaphobes in America. That's what it is. They don't want their fingers touching. It's a bunch of germaphobes touching knuckles. So they don't.
What's
shake
it called? What's the fist called?
It's kind of just the hey. I don't want to shake your hand. Yeah.
Is that more
you're having
affectionate than a
Purell.
shaked hand?
No, that's very less.
Very less.
That's like I don't really know you, but I have to acknowledge you.
I've been getting a lot of them.
And Jim Jeffries is pretty smart. You made a lot of money off that video, right?
Yeah, I bought the rights to it and sold it off to the news channels.
That's really smart. Good point. Hey, we got to change gears for 1 second here. We got Gavin in Wisconsin. It's Wake Up Your Roommate Wednesday.
Oh, right.
This is the guy with the train horn that promised he would call. Gavin.
This better pan out.
Listen to this, Jim. Hopefully it'll work out. Gavin.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, all right.
Hey, how you doing?
He's in quiet mode, yes.
All right.
Wait,
Gavin.
Explain what's going on.
I'm walking into the room right now. I've got the horn in the closet.
Okay. Put the phone by him.
Put the phone by him.
You got to put the phone by him. Wake up as a roommate with a train horn.
All right, I'm putting the phone down right now.
All right.
Okay. This better work.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, what the fuck? And Anthony, you gotta be fucking kidding.
Hold on there, fella. Oh, man. All right. That was funny. God, that sounded like it must have been loud in there.
Wow.
Oh, dude, my freaking ear.
Hey, good morning there, sir.
Morning.
Morning, guys.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
Can we get that tape cleaned up immediately? Because they had to dump out. This guy would curse like a few times there. All right, there you go. It's Wake Up Your Roommate Wednesday.
That was a train horn. You got a horn from a locomotive in the guy's closet.
Yeah.
And where'd hit it?
Right now, a train's hitting a car.
And the engineer's pulling on the horn. They go, what the hell?
It just sounds like an alarm clock.
God damn, see that, boss? That's funny.
What do you mean that's like
Yeah, you're not as thick as people say you are, boss. You're quite clever, man.
No, it's two different things. He's funny, but he's also stupid.
All right, man. Great job.
Thank you, Gavin.
Take it easy.
All right. We'll clean that up immediately so you can hear how that sounded. We'll have to throw a couple bleeps in there. So there you go. Jim Jeffries, where are you playing?
I'm playing Caroline's tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday.
Hey, that's pretty cool. Wait, tonight?
Yeah, I'm playing tonight. I don't know.
Is it tonight?
Is it a big night tonight? Wednesday.
Wednesday.
They told me to turn up. I'm going 7:30.
Wednesday through Sunday.
I'm not doing Friday, Saturday. I'm available for gigs on Friday and Saturday.
Tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday.
Oh, you got one of those. Okay, that's why.
And then I've been on tour for like 6 weeks in this country. I'm ready to go back to London, man.
All right, very good. We got to take another quick break. More with Jim Jeffries and Rich Voss and everybody else. We got the Jimmy Dean complaint call that's really good that we got to play before we get out of here. And also the Mentos syndrome guy.
Oh,
we found that audio. Something we were talking about earlier. So stay there. Opie and Anthony. Another busy day. Jim Jeffries in studio. He's playing Caroline's. It's a little weird. He's playing tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday because he has other gigs. He's really, really funny. I'm telling you, if you're in the New York area and you're looking for something to do tonight and tomorrow or Sunday, please go see Jim Jeffries. Check him out.
And the number's 212-757-4100 for Caroline's.
All right, we got,
No.
What if you're in the Long Island area?
Oh, no, Rich.
Okay.
I'll get you another plug in a sec. It just confuses the people. It doesn't do you any good. It doesn't do him any good.
I know. Good point.
It really does, because then they get all confused.
You know?
Right. That's why you can't.
I thought Jim was going to go, yeah, it's like if I threw out.
No. Yeah, Caroline's, that's what you need to remember. Who cares
Yeah, it's
about
in
Friday,
Caroline.
Saturday, Providence?
Don't worry about Richard Voss. He's not very bright.
Providence. Who cares? It's different.
All right, let's go to Jim in Australia. Jim, what's up?
Hey, g'day, lads. I was calling for Jim Jeffries. He's a funny bugger, isn't he?
A funny bugger. Oh, hello. Thank you, Jim. That's very nice of you.
How you going, mate?
Good, mate. How are you?
Good. I've been here about 25 years, and I still fall into some jokes that my mates just don't understand. And I was wondering if there are any jokes on stage you decide to pull out that are just meant in Australia, and here it just falls on its face.
I don't really work in Australia, mate. I work in England. So, yeah, not really. Plus, you've been here for 25 years. You're planning on losing your accent a little bit, mate?
I know, really.
Just a tad?
Where do you live, at the console?
I've been here for a week, and my accent's more American than yours.
You run across guys like this, and they go, well, but when I go home to Australia, they go, wow, what happened to your accent?
I call my family, and they say, oh, you sound like a bloody Yank.
Yeah, see, you hear that all the time.
25 years. He's got to be practicing that, though.
Hey, Breaker Morant jokes never work here.
Breaker Morant.
Yeah, you can never talk about Gallipoli. They just don't get it.
Gallipoli?
What's that?
Gallipoli. It's that movie that Mel Gibson did before he hated Jews.
What was he for?
Hey, Jim on the phone. Jim.
Yeah.
Here's a joke that just doesn't translate.
Oh, well, when I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but when you're, there's a bit of aggro, and you got a fella you got to, insult, you say, get stuffed your wally, and he just looks at you like you're nothing, and there you've given him one of your best goes, and so...
Get stuffed your wallet. You haven't been there for 25 years. That really is something my dad would have said 25 years ago. Get stuffed you flaming mongrel. Get out of me bloody house, you thing. Yeah, stop being a galah.
How about I'm rubber and you're a boomerang?
I'm just going to slink off.
All right, you sink off.
Stop being a bloody mongrel, you galah.
What's a galah?
A galah is a big pink bird that acts like a bit of a tit. That's the whole thing. It just squawks and acts like a...
Yeah.
So someone says, stop acting like a galah. That's what they're talking about.
You're basically, it's a woman.
It's a big woman.
Seems to be a lot of like comparing people to animals. It's like a big insult.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
But we have interesting animals. Why not?
Well, of course.
But no one ever goes kangaroo or the nice-looking ones. We'll go for the more irritating.
We do that here.
Yeah, we say stop acting like a Patrice.
A horse's ass?
What's a Patrice? What's a Patrice?
Yeah.
Are you talking about Patrice O'Neill?
Of course he is.
Right. He is an animal. I was once in a dressing room with him. Never walked the same.
Let's go to Adam in San Francisco. Adam, what's up?
Hey, what's going on? Just wanted to talk a little bit about Voss's IQ.
Okay.
I love the guy. He's one of my favorite comics. I don't doubt he's a smart guy, but with a 130 IQ and my own fair share of drugs and alcohol, I managed to stumble ass backwards into a law degree.
Really? You shouldn't say that. You'll lose your law degree. You can't be a lawyer who takes drugs, so keep that to yourself.
Yeah, you don't stumble backwards to a law degree.
No, we all do.
So what are you saying? You're saying you have a 130 IQ and...
You got into law school.
Okay, so are you complimenting me? That's all I want to know.
Not really.
Yeah, I'm complimenting you, man. You're
Thanks.
a smart guy. I think you're smarter than they're giving you credit for. I just don't think you're as smart as you're giving yourself credit for.
Well, here's the deal. I raised two daughters that are pretty much honor roll students, so I'm pretty smart when it comes to parenting.
You're not just smart in spite of you.
Yeah, they got
I gave them the opportunities. I gave them the opportunities where they could.
That just means they're doing a lot more homework at mommy's house. Let's be honest.
Your ex must have a 140 IQ.
I used to do homework with my youngest daughter, and I get so frustrated. I go, you know what, forget this.
Your ex-wife's just sitting with him going, do you want to be like your dad? Is that what you want to be?
It's a concentration camp.
That's how it could end up for you.
Hey, we got that Wake Up Your Spouse call edited so we could get a little of this on the air over here because the guy cursed. But here it is again. Gavin waking up his roommate with the train horn. This is the guy with the train horn that promised he would call. Gavin.
This better pan out.
I'm walking into the room right now. I've got the horn in the closet.
Okay. This better work.
Oh, what the And Anthony, you gotta be.
Hold on there, fella. Oh, man. All right.
There you go. That's kind of how it sounded.
I think it's funnier with the bleep in it.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
You're a fan of the bleep?
No, I just, because you can use your imagination.
Yeah.
He only said the F word, but now I'm thinking he said something a bit worse.
Doesn't get much worse than the F word here on the air, unless you're saying fart.
Yeah, say that to
That's
dog.
a bad one.
Huh?
Nothing.
What was
I
that?
didn't hear
Oh.
No, we didn't hear you.
What was that?
It could have been a good one.
You said there's nothing worse than the F word. I go tell dog that.
We heard you.
It's like shooting fish in a barrel.
Oh, it really is simple.
My God.
I can't believe you blurted it out.
Keep leading you to the slaughterhouse.
I've never seen this dog show. We don't get it in Britain, the dog guy. I found out about the guy.
We don't get it here either.
What?
Yeah, but the thing is, just to look at him, why were you so surprised he said that word? Like,
No one
isn't
was surprised.
That would be the
No
most
one.
obvious thing that he would say on a daily basis.
Yeah, that's why I don't think there's really a lot of outrage. It's kind of gone away. Cause,
He's an ex-convict. He was
people
in jail for
expected him
murder.
to say that. He was keeping it together, and finally he just couldn't help himself anymore.
Just felt so good coming out.
Right. Hey, we got the Jimmy Dean complaint call. Who got this? Danny? We should get Danny in here to set this up. We got a guy, he's calling Jimmy Dean. He's not happy with the size of the sausages because he has to feed his family.
Where's Jimmy Dean? Like,
Oh, it's a sausage.
Oh,
Jimmy Dean Sausage is a company here.
oh, it's not the actor.
No.
Oh, okay.
It was based on him, though. That's named after him.
Was it?
Yeah.
Question, though.
Yeah, I know.
So they kill the pigs by putting them on a motorcycle and just smash them into a street. I'm glad I bailed out of that one because I didn't think I had anywhere to go.
Yeah. Wasn't it? I thought it was a Ferrari. Anyway.
It's like Jane Mansfield chickens. They put them in little cars and they run them under trucks.
Natalie Wood Fish.
Yeah. We can't get Danny. He's making a duty. So.
A William Holden tequila worm.
Oh, here he is. What's up, Danny?
Not much. So apparently this guy calls Jimmy Dean Sausage Company to complain that the packaging went from a 16-ounce sausage to a 12-ounce sausage, but the price remained the same. And he can't feed his giant, enormous family on a 12-ounce sausage, so he wants to know when they're going to bring back the 16-ounce packaging.
You're kidding.
No.
And that was his little complaint call.
Well, and we think that this is him on hold, waiting for someone to get on the line?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know, but like when you call a company and they put you on hold for an enormous amount of time, they could record everything that you're saying. The line is still open. So even though you think that there might be no one live listening to you, they can still record that audio.
Yeah, if you don't hear hold music, pretty much keep your mouth shut. Or, say whatever you want.
So apparently this first clip is him on hold waiting to actually leave his message.
Okay, let's take a listen.
That little 12-ounce goddamn roll of sausage is supposed to feed your brother and me and you 600 pounds of men, at least. You get my point? And the two girls, and they put it in that pussy roll of sausage. Son of a bitch. Somebody needs their ass kicked. Some little consumer geekaroid. Save money, yeah, save money. I'm gonna eat, goddammit.
This guy rules. He's had enough.
Hey, we're just trying to live as one in this country. It's going to be tough. There's guys like this out there.
I'm just waiting to hear the word Jew, because Jew is coming in here
Right.
any second now.
What, you want me to say it?
It continues, obviously, right, Danny?
Yeah, and then this is him actually leaving his message. I guess no one was available to take his call, so he was forwarded to an answering machine where he was prompted to leave his name and his
Your quantity of your products are very delicious. Love your sausage for 30-something years, but I can't take and feed a family of 5 on a little 12-ounce roll of sausage. I don't mind paying you more money for your 16-ounce roll of sausage, but you don't have it anymore. You've got a 12-ounce roll, and you got 3 men that weigh over 200 pounds apiece, a woman that's a little plump Scotch girl and a daughter who's 13, and you're going to try to take a 12-ounce roll of sausage and a couple of dozen eggs and feed that, it ain't going to work. And I'm not going to purchase your product anymore or ever again.
Oh, sure he will.
And a couple of dozen eggs for 4 people?
Just buy 2 sausages.
Of
I know.
course.
Yeah,
He
now
doesn't
you
mind
have
paying
more.
He doesn't mind paying any more money.
He said he didn't mind
doesn't
paying
mind
more.
paying more money.
Just get an extra package.
Yeah, and then freeze the rest.
I'm with Jimmy. The guy said in a
couple of dozen eggs for 4 people?
24 eggs for 4 people.
Yeah, but his wife's a little plumpish.
A little
plumpish. How big do you reckon that wife
I
is?
mean, she's a lot plumper, by the
she's
way.
eating a few Jimmy Dean sausages.
She's sitting there so he can't say that she's a fat, disgusting pig, which is what she is.
It's a family of slobs.
They grade on a curve down there, obviously. If he's saying a little plump.
Where were they from? What was that accent? That was from the South?
Yeah. Australia.
Yeah.
Do they get this show in the South?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, people of the South are lovely then. I was going to tease them.
You're scared to get punched again? What's wrong with you?
I might do a gig in Atlanta someday or something. I did gigs in Kansas, and I got the best heckle ever. Someone yelled out, "Leave God out of this," which I've never had anything like that ever in my comedy career.
Why would they say that?
I was doing jokes about God, I guess. I don't know.
What was the joke? Was it good?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't know. I just said I wasn't religious and I didn't believe in heaven, and then someone yelled out, "Leave God out of this."
Why do people have to insist on interacting with comedians and getting on stage and punching them because they didn't like what they heard?
That was the club where the fight broke out, where I was at.
That was the joke. Yeah, I go there and they go, "Oh, you did better than Richard Voss." There was a brawl when he was there.
Wait, what happened?
That's when the club owner when the big fight broke out, when the club owner got his ribs broken when I was on
remember that?
stage.
Stanford and Son?
Yeah.
That city stinks. The Kansas City Improv, the fight broke out while I was on stage.
Really?
2 guys in the front row were arguing because they were talking or whatever, and the security was taking them out, and the guy, Kenny, remember that? That was Kansas City, right? The Improv. What a bunch of inarticulate dopes in Kansas punching each other.
All right, we got the third part of the call there, Danny, to finish this up. Yeah, this is, I just didn't want to leave it as one big track, so this is just the second half of his message.
All right.
And as far as your 16-ounce in maple and sage, I don't eat that. I'm not from the north. I'm a Texas man. Jimmy Dean sausage is for Southern people to eat with the breakfast, with the fried eggs and the T-bone steaks. And I can't see going to a little
You can hear the fatness in his voice.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know he had T-bone steaks as well. They got plenty of food.
Yeah, and a brisket.
It's for Southern people.
This guy loves talking about food.
He certainly does.
He's a few seconds away from moaning about it.
Is he going to mention salad real soon?
No, you won't hear
no
that.
salad, no broccoli.
We like to scoop lard right out and just eat it out of a can.
No asparagus spears will be mentioned in this phone call.
fried eggs and the T-bone steaks. And I can't see going to a little 12-ounce package to feed 4, 5, 6 people. And I'm not going to buy 2 of those 12-ounce packages just because you want to downsize and charge the same goddamn price. I'd sure like a reply, and I'd sure like you to go back to your 16-ounce package on your regular sausage, because I'm not going to buy it otherwise ever again. I'll just have my own damn sausage made like I used to 30-something years ago. It's not as tasty as yours is, but it'll work. Goodbye.
He should hang himself with sausage.
This guy can't get enough of the sausage.
I like the fact that he's angry with him, but he still compliments. He goes, "I got to give it to you. It is a tasty sausage. You are ripping me blind, but my God, it's good.
It's tasty."
I got a question for Jimmy. Does this guy like sausage?
No, he doesn't like sausage.
No, he doesn't?
He loves it!
He loves it so much that he's actually complaining over a 4-ounce discrepancy over 5 people.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, the difference in their sausage intake is less than an ounce, and he's becoming so passionate about it.
Just buy 2, even though he says out of principle he's not going to, I guess, because you fat slobs will eat it.
No, wait. If I would have said that, it's 4 ounces apiece. They're not eating one sausage between the whole family. He's losing 4 ounces on every sausage. which it's a 6. He's losing 1/4 sausage.
No.
It went from
You're as
16.
dumb as he
No,
is.
You think it's one
No, they're
little
sharing
sausage?
a big sausage, aren't they?
idiots. It went from 16 ounces to 12 ounces.
You've got an IQ of 2. It's
No.
a big sausage. They're sharing it.
No.
Giant, and you cut them up into like sausage patties. You ever see those?
Yeah, it's a pound of.
It's like a big hunk
No
of
one's
sausage.
eating that by themselves.
What do you think? They're all eating a 16-ounce sausage?
Sausage? Is that what you think?
Because your fingers look like them? You're as dumb as they
Rich
come.
Voss
Oh, you
is
know
an
what?
idiot.
You're right on that one. I'm sorry.
But if it's a 16-ounce sausage and it's down to 12,
It's 1/4 of it's gone.
So how many people does he have to feed on the sausage again? Let me get this correct.
Well, he's saying anywhere between 4 and 6 people.
4 and 6, and he's complaining because now it's not enough, and then they're losing like 4 ounces.
4
right?
ounces to the-
And well, soon enough, his fat wife will die of a heart attack, and then everything will be back to even again.
It all balances
It'll
out.
be don't worry about it. My wife's dead. Your sausage is delicious.
I'm
a little
going to
bit
be
Dr.
purchasing.
Phil.
hey, he's going to get twice as much sausage, which he kills over from that massive heart attack from eating all that sausage. All right. We got a man calling 911 for beer. It's kind of similar to what we heard, so why don't we go down this road a little bit. Oh, Katie in Boston real fast. Katie.
Hey, this goes back to IQ test.
Yeah.
I just took one online and got a 121.
Okay.
So it's not that hard at all.
Yeah, did they ask you for money afterwards to send the certificate? If they ask for money, if they go, you've got an IQ of 120, please send us $20 and we'll send you the certificate so you can show your friends, then you're an idiot.
Yeah.
It's a scam. Of course it's made easy. No one who's got 90.
Oh, yeah, wait till you see the certificate. You shouldn't call somebody an idiot without seeing the certificate.
You don't get it online. The IQ tests online aren't real.
Well, Katie's admitting that she's dumb and she got a 121, right, Katie?
Oh, good for you, Katie.
Exactly.
All right, Katie's dumb and she got a 121. Rich,
Good girl.
I like dumb.
We're going to have the dumb off next week. Rich Voss, Francine, and Robert Kelly.
Bob will be indignant. Dude, I don't want to be a part of the dumb off. Bob does not understand how.
Put me in the category with these guys too.
Then he could shine, man. Here's a guy. He called 911 for beer.
The state police get 911 calls here in Hebron. Brian Poulin has been to the office here before, according to the resident trooper. So maybe he was thinking of the package store across Route 66 when he called 911 Sunday night to ask for beer.
He probably should have made better preparations earlier in the day, on Saturday.
Why would you call 911?
For beer.
Yeah, just go to a nice, you know.
There is no in sight of Poulin's home in the Amston section.
Who was
of
that?
Hebron.
What the hell?
Was that the local resident angle?
Yeah.
Yep, local resident.
Her quote was what?
What was that quote? Thank God they got it from her. It really helped the story along.
Just go to a nice, you know.
Good.
What a dope.
Good contribution.
Can we get her in next week, too? What are you doing, Rich?
Oh, she was in the middle of eating
Jesus.
sausage, so I don't blame her. She was
Rich
confused.
had his pants down, like, to the...
Showing his lower stomach hair. Nobody wants to see that with your ant body.
You're doing.
Someone from their cell phone. New video, 5 people, 1.5 ounce sausage.
Okay.
I like that.
1 12-ounce sausage. Looks like 1.5, though. New video, 5 people, 1 12-ounce sausage. There's the line. Okay. More. Well, it looks like 1.5.
On Saturday.
Why would you call 911?
For beer.
Yeah, just go to a nice, you know.
There is no in sight of Poulin's home in the Amston section of Hebron. Maybe he realized he was in no condition to drive. But the man who came to the door said Brian Poulin made a mistake, and it's going to cost him as he looks for a job. State police say Poulin called them more than once for beer, so they poured him into an ambulance and charged him with disorderly conduct.
They poured
him into an ambulance. Did they? Really?
At least he didn't drink drive, though. You got to give the guy some credit. Like, you know, it's all swings and roundabouts. He had a go.
Yeah, Bill in Jersey.
The whole point with the sausage guy is a lot of companies do this, man. They charge you the same price and then cut the amounts that they give you in the product.
Yeah, coffee.
Like Coca-Cola used to give you a 2-liter bottle of soda for like 99 cents. Now it's 1.5 liters, and the 2 liters $1.49, and the other one's 99 cents.
We got it.
Hey, then you're getting no Coke, huh?
All right, thank you, sir. Alex in Boston. Alex.
Gotta throw those in.
Hey,
I learned today that guys in Texas are sausage size queens.
Yeah.
Punching out, boys.
All right, and finally, the last of the beer clip.
He's embarrassed for what he did. He's very embarrassed.
Oh, these are the local residents.
Oh, good. It's always important to get their take. They always contribute something meaningful.
These are the local residents giving their opinions.
He's embarrassed for what he did. He's very embarrassed.
They're our major police force.
What do you think of somebody calling them up and ordering beer?
I think it's a waste of time for the poor police officers.
What could she think?
Well, I think it's a great idea. This ought to be what the police are doing. Instead of answering emergency calls, getting people beer.
One answer she could give, it's not good.
What the hell are they thinking?
A journalist should just be shot. All of them should just be shot when they ask questions like that.
Wow. Calling them up and ordering beer.
I think it's a waste of time for the poor police officers that do their job.
Someone calling 911, that's a waste of the troopers' time. There's so much other things that the troopers need to do, and the firefighters, emergency personnel. Yeah, they do so much for the community as a whole that it's a shame.
God.
They need to be doing other things than dealing with the drunk person calling 911.
Really?
Those idiots, the troopers aren't answering the phone.
Seems ridiculous waste.
I don't understand what those local residents contributed nothing.
That was bad editing. They didn't play anyone who agreed with him. That was very that was a very one-sided report.
Very biased.
They edited it together. There would have been one bloke. They go, "Well, do you want beer?"
Jim Jeffries, that's the exact point we make. You know, there was some dummy going, I think that's hilarious. I think that's
great.
Sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, I think next time I need beer, I'm going to call the cops.
God, I wish I'd thought of this. Of course. That's the point, because they interview the local residents. You know, half the people are like, why are you wasting my time with this? Shut up. Go away.
So we got Jim Jeffries tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday at Caroline's. Really funny. 212-757-4100 here in New York. Voss is on Long Island at the Brokerage Comedy Club Friday and Saturday only. I don't know the number.
It's Belmar, Long Island.
Good. Helpful.
That's a good phone number. Thank you, Greg.
I'll be January 18th, 19th, the Borgata Casino in Atlantic City. Tickets are on sale now. That's Martin Luther King holiday weekend. www.theborgata.com is the only way to get tickets.
I am at Flannery's on Friday. We're getting the band together, man.
Do you sound good?
We went into the rehearsal studio last night. It was
How'd
very
it sound?
fun. It sounded great.
Oh, good. Okay.
No, we had a lot of fun. It was like a time machine. There's still the same people, same pictures on the wall.
What does Joe Curry play?
He tickles the ivories.
Does he?
Yes.
Oh, what a
There's the
creep.
keyboard.
What a creep.
And anyone that plays keyboard or piano creeps. Oh, Dan, I'm sorry. Come on.
What kind of man wants to move his fingers like that?
All right, we got to get out of here. Jim Jeffries, a pleasure, man.
All right, thanks for having me.
I'm telling you, go to Caroline, see Jim Jeffries tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. I'm going to say it again. He was hilarious last week when I saw him live. All right, we're out of here. We'll see you over at XM. If not, have a great day.
Hi. Opie and Anthony Show.
Right.
2.0, second edition, part Dix, whatever you want to call it, XM Satellite Radio.
Opie, I think, is not here at the moment. I believe someone said he was on the bowl.
Well, when we left the CBS studios, I did see him take that turn, that left turn out of the hallway into the shitter. And I made a little joke about him taking a dump, and I guess I was right. I thought he was going to take a quick piss, and we would all be here for the start of the program. But, alas, he had to shit. I think this is his third shit of the day. Is it his third shit of the day?
Apparently he had a pot roast miscarriage this morning. And he's been just, poor little sweetie has been shitting incessantly.
I really don't know of another human being that shits as much.
I don't know any human being who loves his shits as much.
Yeah, it's very, it's not a personal thing. Like, to me, shitting is kind of a personal thing. I'm not neurotic about it. Like, I'll go into the public bathroom and take a dump just like the next guy with my wide stance and tapping foot, hoping to get lucky. But I sure don't share it as much, the experience and the
some people
need behind it.
We were in, you know, the little dressing room at Caroline's, how small it is?
Yes.
In the back? We're back there having a meeting with big Comedy Central executives. I mean, you know, me and Bonnie and somebody. And my dumb manager, the bathroom is right there.
Jason
goes into the bathroom and takes the biggest dump as we're all sitting right next. How could you
and
hear
it's
it?
close. It's like, yeah.
But how can you do
Not
that?
only hear it, but then you open the door. You got to kind of watch where you are too when you're doing that, because like if you're in a bathroom right off a room,
Yeah.
you're going to open that up, and the stink fumes don't know there's a doorway there. They don't know to stop.
I love shitting in this country more
Do
than I
you?
do in Britain.
What's the difference? I love when we can find out cultural differences like
There
this.
is a massive difference. You have a really high water level. In Britain and Australia, we have just this little tiny pond at the bottom of the thing, right?
Ugh.
So I didn't know how long my turds got because they would snap off as they fell. Now, with this high water, I've been taking photos of mine on my camera. I've never seen anything like it. And you don't have a plonk noise because it just drifts in.
Yeah,
In England,
we like our water here in the United States.
But the good thing about England, it'll scrape on the side of the bowl and
Exactly.
just sit there.
It'll sit there.
It'll just sit there and look like my career.
Oh no,
It's-
yours is much better. Or the Germans have that shelf where you can shit on it and then you can look at your poo, like it's really
shelf.
They have a shelf with a little bit of like a low level of water where it will sit on, so you can examine it to see if you're digesting peanuts or whatever, right? And then it will flush it off the shelf into the
Very efficient, those Germans.
You know what you can
Germans
do in
are
this
obsessed
country?
with shit.
If you're a black male with a wig, you can shit on Norton's chest.
A lot of people don't know I am a black man with a wig.
Well, that wasn't a good one.
Not a
No.
good one.
That was okay.
I couldn't hear half of it.
Why?
Because you didn't enunciate it. You said something about...
Sound like you had a mouthful of shit.
Yeah. Why would a black woman want to shit on my chest?
A black...
You said a black man.
I heard you. I got it.
What's the wig got to do with it? I'm very confused.
He thinks like he likes... I mean...
Is he saying it's a sexual thing?
It would be so easy to make like a tranny joke where Norton's concerned, because that's kind of a running theme.
Yeah,
but
sure.
but Boss managed to just fuck that
I
up
know.
too.
Yeah, but you didn't hear the good joke I did.
What?
Hold on. You
Where,
tried to
where
be-
was
you
it?
tried to be
On
clever.
57th Street, walking over?
Yeah, what was the good joke?
Listen to me.
Paris thought it goes on the air.
Listen to me, all nervous carrying the show. Let me tell you something.
I'm nervous.
Holding your hands and all fidgety. All right. Don't worry.
That's a sign of being calm when your hands are folded.
This is
You know?
I am.
He looks comfortable.
I am very comfy
course he is.
in this position.
Fan is
It's
nervous.
almost, huh?
Fan's shitting his pants.
Lumbering ox just standing there, not sure what to do.
I had a good one before. I'm not
Oh,
going
go
to
ahead, Meg. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. We know you had a good joke. We know you had a good joke. Come on.
It's going to be a good joke. This is going. Everyone
Come
ready?
on.
Do it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Good joke. Go.
Good joke.
Good joke. Go. Oh, your hiney's got to be hurting. Sit down lightly.
Why does it hurt? Does it feel like there's a salt and vinegar chip in it?
I thought maybe you were pushing one out.
No. Just getting updates.
You just came back with a banana.
Oh.
Are they good or no?
Updates from
No updates.
BE,
No, I don't talk to him.
from
He's lucky I talk to
EL.
him. Yeah, a little bit.
I'm confused.
Oh, just getting updates. from
Nothing
things.
new. How about that? It was a waste of time.
All right.
Where are we at?
Well, Voss just was about to tell a joke and he bailed out on it.
I forgot what it was.
He took
don't
it-
know
he told
why.
a tranny joke.
No,
Go ahead, tell a joke.
What is it, dude? Just say it. Who cares? Who cares if it bombs? You're here.
I'll laugh whether it's
in a
good or
moment,
bad.
it was good because you laughed at it when I said it.
I remember what you said, dude.
When
I don't
he
remember
said,
him
I like-
laughing at anything
he
you
goes,
said.
When I take a dump in America, what did he say? Well, it's good. There's a big difference here than England. I go, yeah, we have toilet paper.
Yeah, it was a good joke.
That was good.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't realize we were walking down memory lane. I think you had a fresh one.
You fucking jackass! You said the same when I said.
Sorry, I didn't realize it was a fucking best of. Remember earlier yesterday when I said what?
When you were absent there up checking things out, we learned that in England, the water level in the toilet's very low.
Yeah.
So you don't get that like nice drifting into the water. It makes like a slamming sound
It'll
and it
slam, there'll be a
breaks.
splash up, and your turd will break.
They drop down like Saddam.
And also, when it flushes, water comes down from above and pushes it through. Your one sort of sucks it out, and,
Yeah.
and it has a spin to it.
Yeah.
I like it a
Thank
lot.
God for the American Revolution, or we would
God
just be
bless
taking
America.
these awful shits.
Yeah.
Your showers don't have it goes
Water
right
pressure,
Into,
it's
it goes
terrible.
right into the bathroom floor and drains. Like there's no divider. You know where the water
is the water. There is in my house. I don't live in the YMCA when I'm in Britain.
You know what I'm talking about, though? How they have them
Divider?
like that? No, you know, on the floor, there's a couple towels.
Like the thin one between you and retardation?
See, now that's funny.
Yeah, that's funny. He could tell that again in 10 minutes, we'd still laugh.
I'm going to sit calmly with my hands folded.
Yes. Very confident, right?
Confident.
Very confident.
All right, what are we doing over here today?
We have
On
some
this
stuff.
side.
What do you got there, Jimmy?
I believe we had
something
stuff.
that
No, I just thought we had
piqued your
some stuff.
interest?
No, not really. I just thought we had some stuff we didn't cover.
Well, FBI says Saddam Hussein cried at their last meeting.
Yep.
Well, of course he's going to fucking die. Why wouldn't he cry?
Poor guy.
Well, he became close to this guy, George Piro, who I think is Lebanese origin and speaks Arabic or whatever language Saddam spoke. So they communicated, and they became very close. He spent like 7 hours a day, but he was the guy they sent in to fucking pick his brain.
Yeah.
And he befriended him, and he got what he wanted, I guess.
I've gigged in Baghdad.
Yeah.
I've gone out and done the troops, and I stayed in Uday's palace. And we went out and they let us play with like plastic explosives and all that type of stuff, right? Like
play with them.
Hold on, how do you play with plastic explosives?
The British troops gave us plastic explosives and told us how to set it up, and we were out in the desert and we lit them and the thing fucking blew up.
Blow some shit up.
We all had a laugh, and I videotaped the whole thing. But then when I come back into Heathrow, they swabbed my camera and my laptop, and there's plastic explosives everywhere, right? The only way I could prove that I wasn't like a terrorist is by showing the video footage of me hanging out with the troops. But also on that, when I was in Uday's palace, I did a mock version of Cribs going through his house with like a fake beard and all that type of stuff. And I was like, this is where I tortured my bitches, you know, that type of stuff, right? And so they've banned that, so that tape will never be seen.
Why they banned it? What in?
Because you're not allowed. The British government were paying for me to go out there. I can't start like filming all the torture rooms and stuff like that. That's
making
frowned upon.
Stick out of torture rooms and stuff. Yeah, it's not the United States.
Can't you bring it here and put it on here online or something?
I've still got photos of it all.
Yeah, the tape's gone now.
The videotape's long gone.
What was the coolest memory of that whole experience?
This is
the most interesting. You know what I mean?
Okay, well,
what stands out in your mind?
Okay, this is. I'm flying in a helicopter over the top of Baghdad, right? And it's the first time being there. I'm in a Puma helicopter, and I see like a little doorway, and the guy with the gun on the side, like Apocalypse Now, right?
Yeah.
I've never been in Iraq or Afghanistan or nothing in my life, right? So I'm freaking out. I'm in a bulletproof vest and a helmet and all that. We're flying over the top. I see a little Arab bloke on the ground with a handgun just shooting at the helicopter, just bang, 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 bang. I start fucking freaking out, losing my mind completely, right? The gunner turns around and goes, "Don't worry about it. We're too high up. Those bullets can't reach us." And then he went, "Look at this." And the little bastard died, right?
Shit.
And I was like, I was just saying, I didn't want to upset anybody. Seriously, I saw that it was like a computer game.
You pointed him out?
Yeah, I saw
you killed that dude. You caused someone's killed that guy.
I didn't mean to.
You probably saved someone. Good for you. Good for you. You probably saved some. The next guy come out here with a fucking shot.
Yeah, but I think he probably has some nightmares over that.
Yeah, I wasn't happy. And then I told this.
He told you, look at this.
Like that night, and all the soldiers like, yeah, brilliant. But I was saying this before, man. The American soldiers are fucking mental, man. You meet an American soldier and you go, "Why are you out here?" And they're going to fight for freedom and tyranny and for the flag. You meet a British soldier and go, "Why are you out here?" And they go, "I didn't do good at school. I just didn't try hard enough, me."
Hey, speaking of the Army, you're doing a show over there called what? Celebrity Army, you were saying?
I'm doing
during the break?
I'm doing like Celebrity Boot Camp.
Celebrity Boot Camp?
Yeah, where they're just going to make me run up pills. I'm a fat bastard. I can afford to lose a pound and be called maggot and clean a few toilets with a toothbrush.
Yeah, have some guy in your face.
I don't know. Yeah, I've only just been offered it just the last few days, so I don't know. You know, it'd probably be an ex-boy band member, other shitty celebrities. If I'm a celebrity, right? Then you're not going to know the other people, right? You only met me the other day. Like, these people are going to be real fucking low end.
I got to tell you, Jim Jeffries, a lot of people are asking who's this guy with the weird voice. Jim Jeffries.
Weird voice.
He's hilarious. Well, it's different. Yeah. Caroline's tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. We couldn't talk about this on the other side because you got to keep it kind of clean, but this guy is a dirty, dirty man.
Yeah, I could kind of sense that.
He's a dirty, dirty man. His comedy is filthy at times, but it's obvious he's just not writing jokes. He's living this lifestyle, right?
Yeah, well, I try to. You know what I mean? The biggest difference I find coming over here is you guys aren't very open to the word cunt, which I find amazing.
I love the word.
Well, I don't, it's in Shakespeare. It's like the oldest swear word in the world. I get on stage and say
Is it really in Shakespeare?
It really is in Shakespeare.
Yeah, he said I would never lick one.
Oi, Macbeth. Oi, Macbeth, you fucking cunt. Yeah, that was... No, it is in Shakespeare. It's the oldest swear word in the world. It comes...
Well, let's ask the genius. Rich, it's in Shakespeare?
Yeah. Ceres' most bounteous lady, thy rich leaves of wheat, rye, barley, oats, and fetches.
Oh, no.
Your cunt stinks. From The Tempest.
From The Tempest. I find the word motherfucker to be offensive.
That was
I
from
think
The
that
Tempest.
one's bad.
Even
the cunt part? Plays.
The Tempest.
Not including The Tempest.
Yeah.
Okay. Death of a Salesman.
Death of a Salesman. Why, Biff, you cunt. Get a job, Biff.
Biff Loman, you're a cunt.
Come on, tell me 3 Shakespeare plays, not including The Tempest.
I don't fucking know.
Macbeth.
Do you know?
Oh, yeah, Macbeth, Midsummer's Night's Dream, Romeo and Juliet.
Othello.
The Merchant of Venice.
All right, you only needed 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't get 2 141.
I couldn't
My
get one.
fucking ass,
You
you
think
thick bastard.
Macbeth is a fucking IQ test?
I think it would be in there somewhere.
Did you get Romeo and Juliet?
I wasn't thinking. I'm not answering questions anymore. I'm done.
All right.
Oh.
He's
Pleading the fifth.
Pride.
Not answering questions. He realized when he tries to.
I don't know what Romeo
goes
and Juliet
horribly
does.
wrong.
Stupid.
Jim, have you seen 2 Girls, 1 Cup?
2 girls and 1 cop.
Ah.
Oh, 1 cup.
Cup.
Is this? I've heard of this.
Wow,
You
this
haven't
is
seen it?
legendary
I haven't
now.
seen- This
Oh,
is
bring
this
it,
is a girl.
Sam.
Is this a girl swapping a scat porn? Yeah.
Little scat porn.
Yeah. The fact that I know the terminology says enough about
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Anyone
Oh,
needs to
yeah.
know, yeah.
You're filthy. Yeah.
What I'm trying to get at here, I saw some similarities in lifestyles between you, Jim Jeffries, and Jim Norton when I saw you last week, and that's actually a compliment, my
thank you,
friend.
thank you. And he enjoys the scat porn. Do you like it?
Well, who doesn't?
Have you been? Have you
He
been? out
doesn't
to-
enjoy it. He loves it.
I don't like shit porn. I love it.
It's really big in Japan, the shit porn. And it's
it
just
is.
in news agencies. And the Japanese are mental, man. They'll have footage of people shitting on each other and the girls smearing shit on her, right? But pubic hair is really offensive.
Yeah,
so that
they
would
gotta
be
blur it out.
piculated. And they'll piculate the cock out, yet they'll keep the dog's cock. They'll have no problems with that. That's not offensive.
It's a terrible, terrible
That's 'cause the
culture.
dog's
I don't
cock is
understand
bigger
it.
than hers.
All right, Rich.
That's fucking hilarious.
That's a good one,
They're
Rich.
trying to pretend it's soft, but they're adult male boy cocks. They don't want to show the whole world. Fucking radiation shrunk them, didn't it, back in the 40s?
With their Pete Rose pubic hair.
Well, can I please see the 2 girls in the cup?
Oh, look at you. He's asking for it.
No,
What is scat porn? What does that mean?
Scat shit.
Voss,
shit when they
have
shit
you
on
ever
each other.
seen it?
Never in my life.
Oh, 2 girls,
All
1
right,
cup
then
is good.
spin around and
Two
take
girls.
a look. We get a dual reaction here.
Yeah, this
to
is
what's going on.
Focus
It's
on
And
actually
Rich,
sexy.
you just have to watch it.
It's kind of
It's like
sexy.
Clockwork Orange. Just make like you're watching it. And it is sexy.
Here we go.
Can we go to prison for this?
Jim Jeffries watching 2 Girls,
Possibility.
1 Cup.
And Voss.
And Rich Voss.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Starts with a nice logo.
That is.
This seems.
And then, yeah.
All right,
here
that's
we
just
go.
some normal lesbian
Little,
porn. A little.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus! That's brilliant. I love it.
Rich, keep looking, please.
Oh, Jesus! This is the best thing I've ever seen.
Watch this.
This and Schindler's List. Oh.
And there you have it.
What do you think?
2 Girls, 1 Cup.
Oh,
Jim Jeffries.
That never gets old. It just never gets old.
When they vomit on the shit.
Yeah. It's
That's like a new level of shit. It's shit with stomach acid.
And she ate shit and is vomiting shit on the shit, and then she eats the vomit and shit.
And they weren't bad-looking girls. They were like all right-looking.
We were trying to figure out how it comes to that. How the hell does it come for that? You have daughters.
Yeah.
How do you keep them from doing that?
He has
Rich?
two of them.
I feed them.
And I
never hungry.
How do you keep them from doing it? Just keep them in America. That's all. No one in America is doing that shit.
How many cups have you got in your house?
How many cups?
Yeah. Might want to get rid of all the cups.
I know you got two daughters. I'm not implying anything. I'm just saying.
Can you imagine, like, if somebody's parent might have saw that and go,
that's my girl.
Hey, there she is.
Turn it off. They might have looked
Turn
at
it off.
That's my girl. And for years, I could have shat in her mouth and no one me.
By the way,
all this lost time.
By the way, Blue Healer from Kentucky, Voss just puked 41 points off his IQ.
Isn't it amazing how quickly that cup fills up?
Yeah.
Like, it's just wham and it's full.
I'm starting to think there's some trickery there.
Nope.
Yeah, the shit came out pretty quick. But then all of a sudden I'm going, that doesn't look like a shit should normally come out of an ass, but how many shits have I seen come out of an ass?
Like that, yeah.
For me to judge. I don't see many human...
I want to see the outtakes of that.
Yeah,
where was the blooper reel? Where the shit was too watery, where the shit was one log that she had to squeeze out forever.
Where you got like,
yeah.
Little sound effects, how wacky it is that they're fucking it up.
I looked at that shit going, at my age going, I wish I could take a shit that quick.
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
You're in and
Without
out.
struggling and go,
Well,
shooting blood off your hemorrhoids.
Oh, God.
Hey, Jim,
no one ever tells you about hemorrhoids, do they? They just happen to you.
I keep saying Jim Jeffries because I want to make sure we get your name out there to the folks. And a few people are asking for some of your comedy. Can we find anything online that we can play into break or something?
If you just go to my...
Two girls, one cup.
If you want to see the egg stories on YouTube...
What's the egg story?
Comedy Blue. I did it at the show the other night about me shoving an anal egg up my ass.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I want to get a copy so we play it right here on the radio.
Yeah. Just
Can we get the egg story?
Go to YouTube.
That was funny from last week.
On Comedy Blue, it's at about the sort of 5-minute mark on the set. That's a good story to show.
All right. And, we'll give you a little sample of what Jim Jeffries is all about with the comedy thing.
Yeah, Comedy Blue on YouTube. That'll be fun.
Also, today we're finding out that U.S. set another record. We are the greatest country in America.
In America. We truly are.
Yeah, greatest country in the world.
Why are you the greatest country in the world? What have you done this time?
We set another record. More than 1 million cases of chlamydia were reported in the United States last year.
God bless this country.
Chlamydia is back.
The most ever reported for a sexually transmitted disease.
Chlamydia.
I've had it.
You have the old chlamydia?
It's easy to get rid of.
How do you know you have it? Your green pus in your fucking underwear.
You get some painful pisses along the way.
You get pus in your underwear?
Green.
You get a little bit of pus at the end of your cock, and they just shove up like they just shove up like a thing at the end of your hole and put it in there, and then you take some antibiotics and it's gone.
Yeah, chlamydia.
You just hope you didn't pass it on to anyone.
It's easier to tell in a guy that a guy has it than a girl. Yeah. Women can have it for years and maybe become sterile because of it.
I've lost girlfriends.
I've lost girlfriends.
Hold on a second. You're right.
Okay, here we go.
He actually is right.
Al Capone died of syphilis.
Syphilis isn't chlamydia.
I was going to say chlamydia.
It's a...
What is...
Wait, here he goes.
Shakespeare had syphilis as well. Back to Shakespeare.
Rich Voss is going to impart some knowledge and wisdom upon us. Rich?
What is that drink, man?
Oh, chlamydia is just another STD, basically in the family with syphilis, all of them. You know, I mean, it's not like if you got either one of them, you're fucked. Until you take penicillin, you get a little penicillin.
It's easy to get rid of.
Penicillin, that's all.
Chlamydia is not.
You just got to fuck a virgin. That's all that happens. That cleans.
What's
you
the
up.
difference?
They're both sexually transmitted diseases, but they're different types of diseases, different bacteria, different bugs in your dick.
Ooh.
It is.
Yeah.
It's not a bug.
It is a bug. You ever see a spirochete? That's what syphilis. It's a little corkscrew in your cock.
Yeah, Robert Blake had a spirochete in his...
Yeah, he did. No, he did. Don't make a Fred the Cockatoo joke.
Hey, can we bring Big A in here? Big A is hanging out today. We haven't seen him in a while.
Big back in the 70s. We used to get that all the time.
What used to be big?
Fucking like syphilis or whatever, because you didn't fuck with rubbers before.
Then the herp was like the
That's when we
big.
started
That was when
fucking
everyone
with
went,
rubbers.
"Oh,
Yeah,
now's the
yeah,
problem."
yeah.
When it was just a clap, you didn't care because penicillin.
I've never had the herp. No,
But then
no,
herpes
no.
got like, this you keep forever. You spread it. You don't want that.
Yeah, and they knew you by name at the clinic. From
Yeah.
the fucking syphilis, you go in the clinic. It was like,
that was that, and then AIDS just
rubbers.
Dr. Steve,
no more
by the
fucking
way,
men in the ass.
My friend Dr. Steve says,
Oh.
usually no pus or chlamydia, more common with gonorrhea.
How do you get chlamydia?
No, I didn't have gonorrhea. I just had it's just a really painful piss, like razor blades coming out.
Ouch.
Hey, that was, it was just one of those things. You just get it.
This is our head of programming, Andrew.
Hello, Andrew.
Yeah, this is the guy that makes it all happen.
He's the guy that kind of runs the channel and runs the network.
Right.
Yeah.
Does everyone point at him when venereal diseases are mentioned?
No, they just point at him because they think they're at the zoo.
Big A, say hi to Jim Jeffries.
Hi, Jim Jeffries. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks, man.
Big A.
Yes.
Don't make fun of him. He's the boss's kid.
No.
You were
Don't touch his ear.
You were losing weight, I noticed, for a little while, about 3 seconds, and now you seem to have tacked it back on. Am I speaking the truth here?
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
Because you look a little bigger than you've ever looked. Are you at your heaviest right now?
Probably.
Yeah.
Smooth it over, Ant.
Well, I'm just...
Hold on a second, please.
His hair looks good. He looks like he ate Bowser.
Andrew, the insensitivity on this show is mind-boggling. How much weight had you lost?
Quickly. At one point, I think up to 100. At one point,
you lost 100.
At one point, I mean, not recently, but up.
Yeah.
How much have you put on recently?
Maybe about 50, 100.
50, 100, big difference.
Jesus.
Since when?
Since Nurse Ratchet said she was going to tell your mother.
What are you chewing, pork chop gum?
How much have you gained since the...
It's not even gum, it's just a piece of steak fat.
How come you didn't stutter when you called in about the Jimmy Dean sausage?
How much have you gained since the neck?
That was a good one, Vossi. It was a good one. I liked it.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe a little bit, because I haven't been exercising much. I have to get back to exercising and eating right.
Back to?
Yeah.
Doesn't that mean you had done it once before?
Yeah, you act like you
have.
You act like you had. This is a brief stop in the rest area of unhealthiness.
What he's saying is he has to go back to digging shallow graves.
Yeah.
a lot of calories burned doing that, right?
Yeah.
Right, Big A?
You work your arms sawing hookers' legs off.
His left hand gets to work out holding a chloroform fucking hanky over her mouth. The right hand caves the skull in and bring up the right knee to her kidneys and kick. And kick. So, Andrew, you what kind of exercise are you doing?
Used to do walk. Yeah, used to walk in my neighborhood. Used to do, do a lot of walking.
I saw a video of that. It was called Ghostbusters. Sorry, little walk in the neighborhood joke.
So, are you depressed? What are you eating so much for?
Yeah.
What's the matter?
What's the matter with you?
What's going on with you?
I guess I'm a little depressed at times, a little lonely.
Aww.
Jesus.
You big sweetie, what's the matter?
That's sad. Haven't there been any get-togethers that you could go to? Station people hanging out.
Yeah, do that from time to time, but that's just friends getting together.
And then it all ends at the end of the night.
Yeah.
You got to go home alone to that lonely apartment where it's just you and a bed that must look like concave fucking tortoise shell.
It looks like a contact lens with a shoe on it. Two girls were eating cups of shit and they're in better shape. They were cut.
You gotta think that.
Well, that's from all the puking, though.
They'd have a bit of hepatitis in them.
Yeah, that might
just A to Z
take
of
some
the
weight off.
hepatitis. Yeah.
Ah, Big A.
So Andrew, what's your weight up to now?
Well, last time I checked, it was 390.
Okay, what do you think?
390. You're teetering on $4.
What do you think? Have you passed 4 a little bit by now?
Yeah, probably.
How much? Okay, work that out. How much is 390? What is that? What is that in kilos or stones?
Oh, Christ! What are you? You're talking that wacky European measurement.
That's 200 stone.
200 stone.
I'm like 14 stone.
Why won't you learn our weight?
He's saying, why are you telling his weight in money? Pounds. You and your pounds.
How many stones is that?
How many stone? How many kilos?
Yeah.
I would say 400 pounds is probably about 630 kilos.
It's about...
No, I'm 90 kilos. Right? You can't play that. I'm not going, he's 6 times bigger than me.
It's about 3 years of your fish and chip dinners that he's been eating.
Yeah,
of
right.
Just
Yeah,
oil and grease.
Lovely.
I went the wrong way. It's the other way.
It's the other
then
way.
he's probably 280 kilos.
Picture the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Oh, Christ, I got an iPhone. I could have figured that out, too.
I'm going to go with...
He's 390 pounds in America. 400. Just say 400.
I'm saying that's going to be
So
about
that's
30 stone. No, not 30 stone, about 25 stone then, I guess. 22 stone.
Stone? Well, how big are the stones?
That's fucking big, man.
What if the stones are different sizes?
Oh,
I never understood that.
I got kilos.
Oh, you got kilos?
Are we doing kilos?
How many kilos is Big A?
Okay, 14 kilos is 90. 90 kilos is 14 stone.
Wait, I'm going to...
What the fuck's a stone?
Yeah,
How
what's
many
a
kilos?
fucking stone?
It's a stone. It's
Hold on.
it's a measurement of weight.
Yeah, if you're a Jew building pyramids.
I don't like when you try to be clever.
I bet you it went back to the oldie measurement where they'd find a whole lot of stones that were similar sizes and they'd go, it's like how they measure things in feet.
So you're basically saying we
What
could
size is
skip
a
him
feet?
across a pond.
12 inches.
12 inches. Yeah, but not everyone's foot.
I'm going to guess.
He's making a good point here.
That was like a king's foot or something that they went, all right, that was, you know.
I'm guessing 32 kilos.
He's not 32 kilos. Oh, a stone?
More than that.
No,
Yeah, how much is he, Thad?
Wait.
I'd say he's 100.
I'm 90 kilos.
No, he's 228 kilos.
100.
What? Shit.
Wait,
I should have stuck with my
Either
first one.
way, he's very
180.
close to death.
180?
180
Very
kilos.
close to death.
It doesn't matter what measurement you put it in, the result's the same.
Ah, shit. You know, I should have just gone with something I used to know about and thought of what he would look like filled up with cocaine. Then I could have gotten the whole kilo thing.
You know what, though? Hold on. When it comes to England, you're in shape, though. 180 is not bad.
You weigh 180.
You should move over there. You're in shape.
This is a true story.
180s.
I go get my blood
Good
pressure
weight.
checked in Australia, right? And the doctor says my blood pressure's too high, and then I have to go on medication and I get it checked again. So I go over to England, right? And they check it. I get exactly the same readout, but because the English are such fat cunts, right? It turned out that I was a healthy Englishman. Their standards were different, right? So I'm an unhealthy Australian, but I'm a healthy Englishman, right? So every time I get sicker, I'm moving to a shittier country until eventually I'm the healthiest man in Rwanda. And there's just going to be some doctor going, you've only got HIV. It's not even AIDS. Do you want to join the soccer team?
Yeah, that's like the flu to me and you. You get the AIDS down there in Africa. Hey, Big A, someone wants you to say, I don't have a stupid STD.
Uh-oh.
By the way, Jim Jeffries, this is the beauty of Big A right here. He can't say ST words, just to let you in on the game.
No, okay.
So, I don't have a stupid STD. Good start.
I don't have a stupid STD.
That's why
I believe him.
That's why he's big, because when he's eating, he can't tell himself stop.
Yeah. There you go.
So what are you? You're a little lonely, huh?
I like him.
Yeah.
This is disturbing.
Yeah, it is a little
When's
bit.
the last time? When's the last time you had some type of sexual activity, Andrew?
Long time.
Was it when we had the girl jerk you off?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get the cup.
That was a biggie when he got jacked off.
No.
By some what was she? Hooker?
Yeah, 2 girls from the Bunny Ranch. Andrew's never had his ass eaten.
Would you eat it?
Wow.
Well, that's a good point. No.
Are you trying to say that we should get someone to eat Big A's ass?
I certainly. That's exactly.
Big A, would you be into a girl eating your ass?
A bit of rimming?
A little lick?
Swabbing between those delicious cheeks with her tongue.
Oh, fuck.
A little pungent, I'm sure, but so what? Let her tough it up. That's how she learns, Andrew. You get on your hands and knees on that couch and you slide those pants down to mid-thigh, and you get that fucking ass swabbed out.
What do you say?
I like licking ass, but my anus is a little bit, doesn't look very good. I always get conscious of people.
Really?
Yeah, one of the sides of my anus is more swollen up than the other. It looks like my asshole's had a stroke. Yes, I do.
Ooh. So, Big A, what do you say?
I don't know. Never had his.
Okay.
Yeah, but just because you haven't had it doesn't mean that you don't want it.
Would you let a girl put like strap on or put? No.
No.
Okay.
Oh, you're never going to find love that way. you got to be open to suggestion, though.
No, Big A, not into that.
I see. Blue Healer is suggesting 2 girls, 1 tub.
Ooh. Ooh.
E.
No.
Sorry,
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I was just going for it.
I don't know what to tell you. You got to get out into the scene a little bit, I guess.
Oh, shit.
Oh, what are you getting? Little,
You want to have a lemon party?
No, that's all right.
You sure?
That's all right.
What's a lemon party?
Yeah, what's a lemon party?
Oh, boy, here we go. You know,
Rich Voss.
Than is right on it.
Now,
he's like, "What's a when he heard what's a his mouse is in hand."
Is this
click,
the whole
tick.
lemon entry, my dear Watson joke with the up the arse? No?
It's a single still picture. It has nothing. It's not a video.
And all we ask is, who is the gayest guy in this?
No. It's not the gayest guy.
Who would you want to be?
The question is, if you had to be someone in this picture, who would it be?
Who would it be? All right. I'm gonna.
All right.
Right.
Now,
Okay.
pick and choose. There's 3 older gentlemen.
Would you rather be Arnold Palmer, who's
Arnold
blowing
Palmer
the dude?
down at the bottom.
Yeah, I think
Ex-New York Mayor Ed Koch, who's laying down.
Look at this.
I'd be the one kissing and caressing.
You would be
is more
kissing
gay
guy?
than blowing a guy.
Yeah,
I don't know
because I don't have a cock in my mouth. He's got his eyes shut.
But
he's a happy person. He's in his happy space.
But he's not getting any pleasure out of that. Ed Koch, at least, he's got to kiss the guy, but at least he's getting his dick sucked.
He's sure that's a real photo, not superimposed?
They're all such lucky devils. I know. The guy in the middle is the lucky one because he's getting everything. He's getting his tongue swabbed. He's getting his nipple played with. He's got a mouth on his cock, a hand on his leg. He's just being serviced.
By the way, that's Sandra Day O'Connor's husband. That's the new love.
I was going, in the corner, Saturday going, Frank?
She's just happy
Sorry,
he's not
Rich.
complaining anymore.
I knew you were going for it.
I find this a beautiful picture. I think it's... No, see, we never think of the old gay men fucking each other. And
Right.
I like to see that in their older life they're still having a bit of fun and getting on with things. That inspires me, that picture.
He's got a big unit, too, for an old guy.
Who knows? The red-lipped fucking man on the end. You can't really tell.
If you got sucked off by that guy, you get that hard as well, man.
Yeah,
he's fucking, he's a good-looking old
What do they
guy.
do, though, after everyone just shoots the load and you're kind of feeling like...
They wipe the dust off.
God.
They wipe the dust off the other guy's chest.
They probably call their grandchildren.
Yeah.
I love you.
They probably go back on the golf course.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the tans. They got
golf tans.
I hate
Yeah, they do. They have golf
nursing
tans.
homes.
The guy on his back, they actually put him back in the fucking freezer because he's dead. The other two fucking are creepy homoerotic Germans.
Yeah.
And they fuck dead men.
They want to save that guy for a few more sessions before he starts smelling.
He rots.
I assume anal sex is off the table by that age, though, isn't it? You know,
Not necessarily.
Ass sex, like I've always
sex,
said,
man.
ass sex is for the young.
It's for the young. Once
For the young.
Once you get a lot of hemorrhoids and stuff, you ain't. I'm over putting things up my ass. You know what I
If,
mean? I'm 30 years old.
if you
but
get
in
too
my
much
early
stuff-
20s, I was doing things with my ass all day. But now I'm not even interested.
What would you do with your ass? all
Just
day?
put things up there just when you're having a wank or something like that. You know what I mean?
Put a hairbrush.
Just something, just you're home, you're alone, and you got some lube, and you just put something up your. I'm not gay. I'm just.
You just shove some up your ass while you're
I'm a fun
cranking.
guy. I'm a fun guy.
Saul.
All right. Hey, where's his comedy? We want to play that going into break. We have it yet? We don't know.
Oh, it's quite a long clip. Maybe it was the wrong clip to show.
Anybody know? Dan?
I should have brought a CD in.
We got it?
Yeah, it's like 5 or 6 minutes long.
That's all right.
It's burning right now, so.
Oh, it's burning? How long will it take?
Why am I looking at this? I'm fascinated by this stupid picture because I'm trying to figure out like the origin of it.
I just want to know where they all met. Have they known each other for years? Were they childhood friends, or is this a recent thing?
Yeah, is that a hotel room? Is it one of their rooms?
I tell you what it is. They all met in the waiting room. They were having designer colostomy bags made, and they all met in the hotel room because the stitching takes so long to get right. What am I talking about?
I just don't understand. I just don't understand how one of them's flaccid. Like, what's wrong with him? This is the horniest scene ever. How can he not have an
What does it
erection?
take for that guy to get a
What
boner?
does it take? Yeah, I know. Like, how many men in the room
surgery
does
and
he
a pump.
need?
Also, my computer's completely frozen, so I can't.
Oh, great.
Even if you
can't-
want me to take that
You
down.
can't take that down, can you?
No, we were trying to move on. Usually you get rid of the picture. It's easier to move
Yeah.
on. Randy, Houston, what's up?
I think you guys need to play him and introduce him to Wheelchair Fred and his bathtub experience.
Yeah, one of the greatest bits we ever did.
God damn, I forgot about that.
One of the greatest
Yeah.
bits we ever did, Jim Jeffries. We have this guy, he was in a motorcycle accident, so he's in a wheelchair for good.
Oh, it sounds like a lot of fun.
And he doesn't have much strength, but one day live in our show, he was able to get his body into a bathtub and fuck himself up the ass.
What?
With a dildo.
Oh, with a dildo.
Yeah.
I thought maybe that the accident gave him superpowers.
No.
But why did you put him in a bathtub? Why did you have to do that in a bathtub?
He just decided that it would make cleanup a little easier.
Did he have any sensation
I guess
in
if
his
you're
asshole
paralyzed,
after
it makes
the
it,
accident?
it makes it a little easier to clean up if you do it in a bathtub.
See, I didn't even know that paralyzed people, can they feel anal sex? Can they, some of them can have sex, some of them can't.
I wouldn't think so. All charges are filed.
Because if I was paralyzed from the waist down, I'd let people fuck me up the ass as a community service.
Absolutely. Throw a buck on the
It's
table.
not going to hurt me. I've got time in my hands. It's not like I can go back to work.
You're a trooper, man. That's nice.
Yeah,
That's very nice of you.
I try to help in the community.
Let me tell you something. Well, Wheelchair Fred, he's actually not paralyzed. His legs were mangled so bad from the motorcycle accident, he didn't have the right health care, so he couldn't get his legs back in working order. So I guess he's not officially paralyzed, but he's a mess.
Right.
I think we're going to replay that at 11 o'clock when we get out of here today.
He
Andrew.
couldn't, yeah.
Oh, sorry, man. Would
That's
you let
all
a
right.
guy blow you?
Oh, no.
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 Why not?
Why'd you say,
Why not? What's your reasoning? You got to have a reason.
How about if he promised to to just fucking empty your ball bag?
Yeah. What if he had a hamburger?
Absolutely not.
How about if he promised to play with that vein from your balls to your ass, and he promised to empty your bag? It would look like fucking Reagan's neck when he was finished with it.
Taco Bell voucher.
I hear potential, though. I hear this is a possibility. What if your eyes were closed the whole time so you don't know it's a guy?
No.
Well, and he promised not to make man moaning noises like.
Yeah, you shut your eyes. You just picture that it's a woman, and It's done. Done deal.
How about you drill a hole in a wall? We'll make a fake wall and we'll drill a hole.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, I love those. I've done that.
Have you?
Yeah.
Glory hole?
I've put me cock. Yeah, no. No, I haven't. No, I'm going to take that back.
I've done one of those. Which end? Which end?
Yeah.
The mouth.
I'll tell you the weirdest thing. Obviously, there was they have this like sleazeball ball in Sydney after the gay Mardi Gras, and there's this guy, and he's dead now. He died of some type of hepatitis or something, but he called himself the trough junkie, and he used to lay in the urinal trough, right? Just lay there for like 6 hours, and everyone would go piss on him. Like,
holy
and
shit!
You need to have a piss, and it was the trough. I pissed on him, you know. Like, you need to go. And the guy, he was in heaven.
Did he jerk off?
Yeah, he was just there wallowing in the water.
Naked?
And just people urinate on him, and he's washing it through his eyes, and now he's dead. Who knows? How could that happen? I'm sure he picked up something.
That's funny.
But he was there every year. The trough junkie is like a famous guy in Sydney.
And you're pissing having a conversation.
How old was he?
Yeah. When I pissed...
That's wild, because
when I pissed on him, I was about 20 when I first pissed on him. And he was about 40-odd then. And I think he probably died at about 46 or something like that.
How do they allow that? Like, how was he not arrested?
No, it was the sleazeball ball. It was the whole ball where you could see people sucking off in the corners. They had a big day Mardi Gras, and then they had this big ball afterwards. And everyone wants to go along to it, including me and you. We all go along and we watch, fucking people getting sucked off.
Wow.
I say you get a wall, drill a hole, and Big A won't know. You'll have a girl and a guy, and we'll see if he'll know which is the difference.
Yeah, let's go with that. But would you allow that? Like, how about if the guy promised not to say anything to fuck your vibe up?
Yeah.
Like while he was...
What if there was a 50-50 chance it was a girl and it was through a hole?
That's it. 50-50 shot.
50-50 shot, and we do it fairly. It'd be a toss of a coin whether you got sucked off
that's
by a man
a great
or
idea.
Yeah, but we...
Tim, would you do that?
I would, yeah. I would.
Jim carries a drill bit with
don't
him.
you turn it back on me. I'm not frigid like you.
All right, listen, we got to take a break. Jim Jeffries in studio playing Caroline's tonight and tomorrow and Sunday.
Yeah.
And we got a little sample of your comedy here, the egg thing.
Sweet, okay.
We'll play this for Jim Jeffries and we'll continue. Stay there.
I got myself the Jenna Jameson rubber vibrating vagina. On the side of the box it said vibrate so as to give realistic sensation. Realistic if you're fucking a chick with Parkinson's, but not realistic in a full sense. Now I've gone back to my hotel and decided if I'm going to do this wank, it's going to be the wank. It's going to be the wank that when I've got dementia, I'll be sitting in a nursing home going... Well, fuck the rubber cunt. So I got me porn mags and laid them down one side of the bed. I put porn on the telly, I got the rubber cunt out, and had a vibrating egg that went in the end with a cord or remote control. I lubed up me cock, and I proceeded to fuck it. Now, it felt okay, but I couldn't really enjoy myself because the only thought going through me head was, if you die right now... This is how they'll tell your mum they found you. Now, as I've mentioned, I don't have a big cock or nothing. I think the rubber cunt was faulty, but as I'm fucking it, the latex on the top just sort of tears and the egg falls out the end, and I'm pretty upset because it's not like I can take it back to the shop, slap it on the counter and go, look at that. I bought that an hour ago. Went home and fucked it. Now that cunt's broken. Now I still had a lot of lube, still had a lot of porn, still had a vibrating egg. So I did what anyone in this room would do. I lubed that egg up and shoved it up my ass. It's now sitting up against a gland called the prostate gland, the male G-spot. It felt terrific. I was enjoying myself so much I was already thinking of other things to shove up my ass once I got back to England. I slapped me cock a couple of times and I jizzed all over me chest, and now I've got jizz all over me chest, lube all over me cock, egg hanging out me ass, broken cunt in the corner. I gotta tell you, I've looked better. Now, you know that bit of pain that goes through your soul after you've had a wank and you got a bit of cum on your hand and you go, what did you do that for? You're a grown man. Well, I still had an egg hanging out of my ass. Safe to say I wanted to kill myself, so I start slapping the porn off the bed. I turn the porn off the telly. I go to whip the egg out of my ass. The fucking cord snaps off. Not only does it snap off, but the two plastic shells of the egg slightly break apart and now pinching against me colon. Now, your first thought is, well, don't worry about this, Jim, you can shit this out, but your arsehole knows what shit is and it knows what plastic egg is and it don't fucking play cricket in this situation. Now, I don't know if you all know a lot about your colons, and nor should you. But they're made up of several channels that pump poo through. Now, I've lubed up this finger and this thumb, and I've gone up my arse after the egg. But with every grab, I pushed it further and further and further up my colon. It's now up to channel 5. And we all know how shit that is. My next thought is to get, like, a whole lot of high-fibre food, make me poo really solid, and push the egg out through pressure. Very similar to when Augustus Gloop got stuck in the chocolate tube in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I was working on Wonka method at the time. I could have done with an Oompa Loompa with a plunger. Now, as many of you may have already realised, I'm not a doctor. I didn't know the high-fibre food made your poo sloppy. It turns out the protein makes your poo hard. Ironically, I should have been eating boiled eggs. Instead, I had a shit that went around the egg. Now, we've only got a limited time together, so let's just jump forward to day number 3. I decided it was up my ass for another day. I was going to go to hospital. My biggest fear was going to hospital in a foreign country with my accent and going, you'll never guess what's happened to me. But being Holland, there's a good chance you could go, you have an egg up your ass? Go join the queue with the other Australians. On day number 3, I had a Chinese dinner. And I kept me chopsticks. Now, I've gone back to my hotel. I've bent over. At this moment, I thought to myself, you probably should have gone to the Anne Frank Museum. I put one chopstick on top of the egg in a crowbarring fashion. The other one I used to widen the hole. In one motion, I snapped this egg out of my ass, followed by 2 feet of shit. It was at this moment I thought to myself, I should have done that in the bathroom.
Wednesday.
Oh my God. B-double-O-B. Boobs.
There's a lovely young lady showing her breasts. Boob. Boob. Boob.
Naked. Shuck 'em.
Girls all over the country flashing their lovely boobs.
Guess how many boob nights are there?
Can? I don't have those.
You are spectacular.
Well, me. Wednesday.
Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Anthony Show.
We are back.
We're talking to Richard.
With Jim Jeffries.
Hey.
Hey,
Do
Wow.
people like my stand-up comedy? I couldn't listen to it.
Yeah, absolutely they did.
You don't like listening to it?
Yeah,
Listening to yourself?
God, you guys. I know you go home after this show and you listen to the whole show back, don't you?
Every single
You sit there
word
for
of it.
4 hours
No.
and you go.
Yeah.
My favourite bit was when we called Voss a stupid prick.
And before we forget,
I constantly go, I have to turn me off. I do not want to listen to me.
before we forget, we got to go right back to that Anne Frank stuff. That shit was really interesting.
Was that
I didn't
on
know
the
you were an
radio?
expert at. No, it wasn't on the radio, and it was
Oh,
good
right,
stuff.
right. That's good because
I didn't know you were an expert on Anne Frank. First of all,
I'm not an expert on Anne Frank, and I'll probably say some things here, and there'll be some experts ringing up going, "Well, that's not right." But I went to the Anne Frank house. You know, it's not hard to find. There's a big sign out the front. I don't know what took the Nazis so long. You know, but it's just but the thing is, you always think she lived in like this little tiny studio apartment with like 10 of them all packed in there, worrying about that. It's a big fucking flat. It's like 2 stories. They got a laundry, right? They got a place to wash stuff, and they always go to the Nazis. They hid behind a bookcase, and there was a stairwell up the thing, but. It's so obviously a 4-story building. If you look at it from the outside, you go, well, there's 2 stories, and then there's another 2 stories. If you go in there, there's a shop, and then there's the people who used to run the shop live there. I'm sure the Nazis could have asked some simple questions. What has happened with the rest of the building? Where would that be? And why at the top of the staircase is there a bookcase stopping the stairs from continuing? This seems to be an odd thing.
Yeah, it's 4 stories from the outside, 2 stories on the inside.
2 stories on the inside.
It was the
tipped
opposite
them
of
off.
the
Yeah.
TARDIS.
You think they would have fucking just taken the stairs down and like, you know, put the wall up if you're going to help the people.
And just cemented it in.
We've done something.
Well, they still had to give them food and stuff.
Well,
They
yeah,
had
they
to go
got
there
a
for-
trap door or something.
A trap door.
Trap door? Who are you?
And plus the money they made from the gift store.
A lot of people say that the space where they were living was cramped, and that's not the truth.
It was cramped for it was like a 4-bedroom, and there was 2 families living in there. I think of like 4 people in the family.
4-bedroom though.
Yeah, but they couldn't go out very much.
No, I wouldn't think they could.
There wasn't a lot of outings. But they had
nights out on the
I tell you
town.
what, though, you look out the fucking Frank's window, beautiful view. I'm telling you, it's like onto a river and a nice bay. The Dutch people riding on bikes, tulips.
Yeah.
Tulips, fucking like the occasional Nazi would go by, and that would ruin the view for you. But still,
a half track.
it's much better than any apartment I've ever lived in.
Of Sal, the accountant, being dragged down the street.
Yeah, it would wreck the view, but in general,
I am essential to the war effort. Oh yeah,
he's waving and laughing with a shovel.
You really, I can't believe this. You really can say anything on this radio show. I can't believe in Britain you get done for anything, and now we're talking about Jews and
and
Frank and 2 girls shitting in a cup. There's like a guy who can't speak in the corner that we pick on because he's fat. This show's awesome.
That's what it is about satellite radio, you know.
Big A was talking about you.
I know.
Yeah,
he's like the guy out of
He's used to
Goonies
it.
that used to throw a baby Ruth at.
That's I've never heard it described that way. And then you were telling us we were getting to know Jim Jeffries a little bit during the break, and they were trying to get a Yo Mama show as you as the host.
They wanted me to host a show that was Yo Mama, and Yo Mama is like it's just black guys saying your mama's so fat she does this, your mama does that, she does this, and they made me host the show, but they just got these middle class English kids that were just going, well, I don't believe you dress well. Maybe you should try bathing more, and your mum, she's probably fat, I imagine. And then at the end there'd be sometimes someone would say something really nasty to another one and go, oh, I'm sorry about that was a bit too much.
Oh, really? And what was it called?
It was called Danger Mouth. It never went past the pilot
Danger
season.
Mouth,
Because there was a cartoon called Danger Mouse. Did you get that over
Yeah.
here? Yeah, it was. That's the little.
And then
Danger
when you
Mouse.
said that during the break, Rich goes, well, there's no racism over
There's no racism.
no,
There's
no,
racism in Britain.
I didn't say Britain. I said in Amsterdam, there's not as much black and white racism as there is
And that's
here.
how we got into Anne Frank. And I go,
Yeah.
then why do they have to clean the Anne Frank statue of swastikas
But I
once
didn't
a
say
month?
that. I said, listen, you don't understand. Jews are hated everywhere. I said there's not a lot of black and white racism.
No,
in
because
Holland.
because they unite
Or
in hating
England.
the Jews.
Right.
Yeah. There's a lot of racism against Moroccans in Holland or Amsterdam.
How do you know?
Because I've been there about
well, look
7
at
times.
Rich knows where racism is.
He can source
Do you?
racism out.
Rich learns a fact.
We'll do a quiz quickly. Michael Richards, racist or not?
No.
Oh, right.
His name's Michael.
No, Michael Richards, good egg or not? Andrew, you feeling a little better? Your hands are all tucked uncomfortably on your legs?
Oh, I know, you're sitting like a walrus.
Yeah.
You got so many flippers out on.
Every time you mention
that.
Anne Frank, he puts his hands between his legs. Like, just say it. It's a bizarre... It's like a little... No, he stopped now.
Well, we got
Frank.
We got the scale. You want to see if you're over 400 bills?
Yeah, let's take a little peek.
All right, we got the scale coming in.
It's not a stand-on scale. It's like a crane.
It is really a heavy-duty scale.
Holy fuck.
What was the heaviest you weighed there, Big A, that you know of?
Oh, Big A, you had... Holy shit, did you have trouble getting off that couch?
It was like a couch getting off a couch.
Yeah, that's when you know you're unfit.
Big A.
When you have to rock off the couch.
Yeah, rocking.
But he carries it well. It's only his
he?
stomach that looks a mess.
How about those big fucking giant cloth shoes?
Hey, Big A, are you, like, shitting properly? Remember we tried to get your duty pulled out of you? That didn't work too well, huh?
We got the official to come in and read this.
What is it, Dad?
407.
407. So you said 390.
He admitted he was over 490.
I don't know what that is, but I know there was the episode of Simpsons where Homer had to eat a lot to become 300 pounds to get onto welfare.
Yeah.
So I assume 400 pounds, 400 whatever the pounds, I think.
Yeah, pounds.
Yeah. I assume that's pretty big.
Yeah,
that must be weird.
Show in England?
Wait,
what?
Simpsons popular in England?
Simpsons are popular everywhere.
You don't have to do the translation. You don't have to do the
thing. That's my only Simpson. I can do Homer Simpson and Cliff Clavin because it's the same voice. So Homer Simpson, you go, oh, look, my sweet, nourishing beer the nectar. And then Cliff Clavin, you speed up and go, yeah, you know, the beer was invented in 1842 by Trojan. I'm not an impersonator. Please don't come to my show thinking I'm going to do impersonate.
These impressions.
You think it was the real person. You think it was the real people.
Oh, yeah.
Do Lee Evans.
Lee Evans is, I don't know.
I'm amazed that you can't just look at Big A and say he's fat. You're like confused with the math translation
I'm just
and stuff.
thinking that he doesn't look like he's morbidly obese.
Yeah.
Let's say it, right? But he's still getting about. There's stairs in this building. He still made it up here. I saw him stand up.
Well,
that was a little rough.
He didn't do any stairs.
There's some women who fucking dig that, man. The chubby chasers, man. They're really into
I think
it.
it's more guys into fat women than women into fat guys. But I'm sure, I'm sure there's a chick out there for you there, Big A.
He looks like he's about to do a stand-up routine.
One hole, two mouths. One hole, two mouths. That's what we call the bit. Fucking a hole in a wall with two mouths on the other end. And fucking...
So a guy on a thing, 2 holes, and he picks the hole.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 2 holes. Good idea.
Yeah,
and
2 holes and have a guy on one side of the thing, so it's his choice.
And Big A gets his fucking prick sucked.
What do you think, Big A?
It's a 50-50 shot.
It's a 50-50 shot, and
It's
we
not bad
promise
odds
you
for a blowjob.
The chick's going to be hot.
Yeah, get your prick sucked.
You go into the Hall of Fame if you hit 500.
50-50.
Yeah. It's 50-50 shot.
50-50, man.
Don't think of the negative aspect of what might happen. Think of the positive aspect. You could be getting sucked off by some...
Don't think
How can you not?
Don't think half empty.
Either way, you're gonna orgasm.
That's
Either way.
right.
So the bottom line is, either way, the finished result is you shooting a load not on your stomach. You
That's
know
right.
what I mean?
That fucking ball bag, it's gonna look like a wrung cloth.
You're gonna drop down to 398 pounds.
Yep.
That's 7 pounds of cum.
I got it. I did the math there, Jim.
9 pounds.
By the way, Big A, you weigh how many stone? 29.07 stones.
Jesus Christ!
You weigh a driveway wall.
Now he knows.
Jesus, he's 29 stone.
Now he's freaking out because he knows it's stone.
Hell, man.
That's what I'm getting at. Can't you just look at him and
mother's
realize this?
24 stone and walks with a cane and is depressed all day.
Now he knows. That's so funny because he finally can put it in perspective.
You might need your eyes checked, Jim Jeffries.
No, he's fucking massive. 29 stone. He should be dead like 7 times. Sorry, man. He looked sad when I said that.
Yeah, he'll just look like that every so often. That is an odd thing, though, because it's like someone saying, how much does he weigh? Oh, he weighs $400 to us. And we'd be like, what the fuck does that mean? It's like $400. I can't understand how much that weighs. But to him, when we say, 400 pounds, it's like it's a fucking unit of measurement for money, not weight.
Yeah.
What's he weigh Tuesday?
And then when you find out, it's like, what does he weigh? Tuesday. He weighs Tuesday. Don't you understand how big that is, you idiot? Oh, fuck it. Very funny.
He's also 185 kilos there.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot, right?
That's not in the healthy arc.
No,
that's not in the bit where the doctors say, yeah, you're a bit overweight.
Yeah. You could do it's losing some weight, a little weight.
That's the type of weight that even if he lost it, he'd have gross skin hanging off him.
Yeah, you'd be like a bat.
So you might as well just... Good morning, Missouri.
Missouri? Why were you on Good Morning Missouri?
I was playing Kansas. They put me on Good Morning Missouri, and I said the word slutty, so they kicked me off TV.
Slutty?
I didn't think it was that bad a word. All I said was, it was. They said, how was your Halloween? I never celebrated Halloween before. And I said, I thought I was going to see a lot of people in scary outfits and get scared. I didn't see any of that. I just saw a whole lot of chicks wearing slutty outfits. I got aroused. Right?
Those cunts.
Those cunts, yeah.
They threw me out for slutty.
And then I called the host a slutty bitch, and then they know. I got
slutty probably doesn't play well in Missouri.
Not really.
I would think you'd probably get away with it here, maybe L.A. Definitely
Topeka?
L.A. Topeka, Kansas.
Topeka.
I don't think they'd like that.
The Midwest people.
Midwest kind of like we think of England or even Australia like it's England and Australia. But then the United States, you got the Northeast, the Midwest, and they're all different types of people.
You've got Britain has the greatest scum in the world.
Really?
The dividing class is fucking out. There's British people who think you're fancy if you got your original teeth. Like, I'm serious. Like proper scum in England.
Really?
You just got to go to the sport. You watch football matches. You have to sit in soccer matches. You can't have home and away fans sitting next to each other because they'll just kill each other.
Yeah.
Right? And there's cops all in between. It's a violent fucking racist scum filled. I dig it, man.
Thank God you guys don't have guns, man.
Oh no. Well, the cops don't even have guns, which I always find weird. Is cops don't have guns because I'm bigger than some of them and I'm wearing sneakers. You know what I mean? So, I just run away. What are they going to do? Stop it. That's not good.
Blow that whistle.
They have tasers and stuff like that.
Why no guns, though? I don't get that.
Because
I don't either.
What, no cops for the citizens or none for the...
For the cops, at least.
I don't know. It's probably a high suicide rate. The cops would probably top themselves or something. I don't know. I don't know what the exact...
Probably they're afraid of getting, some of them stolen. Like, the second even the cops have guns, then they get, misplaced or ripped off, and now a few of the bad guys got more guns. Do a lot of criminals have guns over there? Or?
Of course, yeah, of course.
Oh, the criminals have them.
Yeah. Well, see, my eldest brother, he's head of the riot squad for the New South Wales Police in Sydney, right? And he during the opening of the 2000 Olympics, he was laying on top of the stadium as a sniper waiting for a Monica Seles moment to happen.
Oh,
sort of staring through. And he reckons he had the Australian Prime Minister in his sight.
Wow.
He was just doing that thing in his head where he's going, alive, dead, alive.
Oh, shit.
That's what you do when you're just sitting there going, this is how much power, this little trigger, and I could change the world and be all fucking... Well, it's just kill an Australian Prime Minister. What's his name? Does anyone know?
No one even cares.
No one even knows.
It's actually
no one cares.
No, it's Arthur...
Treacher.
No. Arthur...
John...
Begins with a B.
John Howard.
Bertrand. Arthur Bertrand or Bertrand?
John Howard.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Here's something.
Who's Arthur Bertrand? Did you make that up, or is
Of course I did.
Is that someone in charge of something?
No.
All right.
He's a cunt, whoever he is.
Here's a big problem I have with Europe in any way, shape, or form. This sounds cool.
Right.
And then there's this.
Yeah.
I cannot take the European siren on police vehicles or emergency vehicles.
Why not? What's wrong with that? That's only an ambulance one. The police have a different one. The firemen have a different one.
Yeah, but isn't it all like that?
No,
you get this one? Because that's like fucking... No, the fire ones... That's get the fuck out of my way.
Yeah, that's the fireman in Britain. That's the fireman in Britain. Yeah.
And they get there and go, all right then.
Yeah, they go, all right, little tiny flower.
We don't have hoses. The cops don't have guns that we don't have hoses.
They don't give the firemen hoses.
We have to...
All right, bucket brigade.
Bring your own water.
All right, we call them the bucket brigade. That's what I loved about the LA fires and what wasn't there to love. I enjoy the fact that the reason that LA was burning down is because of all the imported gum trees from Australia. You dumb fucks, right? They were burning in Australia for hundreds of years, and then someone went, oh, they look nice, we'll put them over in California. They're full of eucalyptus oil. They will burn all day. That's the reason.
Wow.
That's the reason it keeps going. Australia has the worst bushfires in the world, and now California, because you don't even have koala bears. What do you need the tree
eucalyptus for? Yeah,
what do you need the eucalyptus for? We'll sell you the oil if you want to put it on your bloody chest when you got a thing. We'll sell it to you. You don't need the homegrown stuff.
So much wasted space down there in Australia. A lot of wasted fucking land.
Yeah, but there's not enough water. We've got water shortages.
Yeah, but there's ways to pump it in, and you know, look at what the U.S. of A. did. We find rivers or this or that or desalination plants.
Have you been to the middle of Australia?
Never.
It's not wasted. No one would ever live there.
No one would live there?
It's just red dirt. It's just the most horrible crap you have ever seen. There's nothing. There's one town in the very centre called Cooper Pedy, right? Cooper Pedy. It's so fucking hot and red and shit, right? They all live underground. There's no type of thing. There's just holes in the ground with ladders.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm kidding.
That's fantastic.
You look up Cooper Pedy on the internet, and it's just a town where they all live under the ground. There's underground video stores, and it's just...
Are you shitting me? So
because it's cooler down there. There's no heat.
So it's not primitive underground.
It's like Fraggle Rock. That's the fucking town. It's Fraggle Rock. Cooper Pedy. There's even a scene where they go to it in Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, where they all where she goes.
Wow.
Underneath.
How do they keep water from flooding them?
It doesn't rain out there ever. It never rains.
How do they get water?
They would love a flood. That would be a great day. They would be so chuffed with that. See little Amy? She died during the floods, but I'm not thirsty anymore.
Just red clay running down your hole.
Oh yeah, it's just red crap. I'm sure there is some type of ventilation. I've only driven past and had a quick look in on a desolate day. I did it once, and I don't have any need to go there again.
It just always struck me as anytime I watch a show about the outback and people are out there in their vehicles, and it just looks like if anything happens, you are so completely fucked.
Did you see that Wolf Creek movie?
No.
Wolf Creek, that's a scary fucking film. Just about a serial killer because that's all these people die. All these British backpackers their car breaks down and they're never found again. Never. Not the car, nothing is ever found again. Because there's heaps of serial killers out in the middle. They just hang out.
In the middle? It's like a fucking video game.
Yeah, there's heaps of serial killers. There was this one guy, what's his name? Ivan Milat. And they caught him for like fucking 10 people. They're giving him 10 life sentences. They can't put him in prison for any longer. And his last thing as he left the court is he went, they'll never find all of them. Hey? They'll never find them all. And then occasionally they find another body. He goes, oh, you got me. That's me as well. That was another one of mine. Did you find a boyfriend? Oh, she didn't have a boyfriend. No.
Wait, how long did he kill for?
What's that?
How long did he kill for?
How long did they kill for?
How long did he kill for?
It could have been anywhere between 10 and 20 years.
Oh, wow.
Fuck.
He's really... See that Wolf Creek, man? That's fucking... Because that's based on a true story. It's based on a true story of these British people that just went missing, man. And there's petrol stations in Australia where if you don't stop at that petrol station, if they see you drive past, they go, well, he's dead. You have to stop. That's the one you have to stop at.
No matter if it's even just to top it off a little bit, you've got to stop.
You've got to stop there because there's not one for another 1,000 miles or some fucker like that, right? And it's like people drive past it going, well, that petrol's a bit pricey. Too fucking loaded.
You're dead.
Yeah. Wow. I suggest you just pay what they ask.
Yeah. Let's go to Nashville. Neil, what's up?
That's great.
We're hanging with Jim Jeffries.
Yeah, I was just going to mention the town he's talking about, Coober-Pedy, Australia, is where they filmed a lot of scenes for Star Wars and stuff, and that's where they have a lot of the replica ships that they were just so big they didn't move them. They just left them out in the middle of the desert where you can go visit them and stuff. It's so far out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How about that?
That's all I got.
A little knowledge.
Speaking of Star Wars, I'll tell you a little story. I don't know if this is funny or not. My other brother, not the cop, my other brother was the property manager of Fox Studios when George Lucas came to do Attack of the Clones, right? Because they did that in Sydney, right? Mm-hmm. And so my brother is sitting there. He's such a fucking dick, right? and he's sitting there with George Lucas, and he goes, George Lucas is about to sign the contract, and he goes, "Can I be a stormtrooper?" And George Lucas goes, "Well, all the stormtroopers in this film are going to be CGI, so I'm sorry you can't be a stormtrooper." And then he goes, "Oh, is there like a bar scene like in the first film? Could I be like a bounty hunter or something like that?" And then George goes, "Look, the entire film's already cast." And my brother goes, "For fuck's sake, George, I'm giving you a good deal, right? If you watch Attack of the Clones, right, when Obi-Wan Kenobi chases the bounty hunter into the bar, there is a lizard at that bar. My brother, right? and his eyes follow the camera, like he just sort of gives it a... I know that's not good radio, but that is a true story.
I have to see that now. I'll have to watch for
that's
that
your
part.
brother.
What a tool. What was he giving the eyes like Pee-wee did in Pee-wee's Big Adventure? He's got the movie part. Paging Mr. Herman. Looking into the camera.
He's been a few... He was in... he's an extra in The Matrix, and he's an extra in Moulin Rouge. And
really?
He had all this power at the studio, and he was meant to be the guy in charge, and instead he's just
extorting parts out of these people.
He's just a fucking idiot. I was an extra in Moulin Rouge in the bit where Nicole Kidman's swinging her thing, but you can't see me, but I was in a top hat waving money, but I never get on film. But I spent a day watching her on a trapeze thing going... No matter how they paint that chick, she's never quite hot. I'm sick and tired of people telling us what hot chicks are on movies. They're going, "Oh, Nicole Kidman's a sex symbol." Is she? Who fucking decided this? Is that weird looking pasty skin ginger bird a sex? And like, just like, have you seen like that movie? My girlfriend's a superhero or something that Ivan Wright's a piece of.
My ex super. Yeah.
Stop telling me Uma Thurman's good looking. She's fucking not. Her eyes are too far apart. She's got this weird fucking head. She's about 45 now, right? And she's in these films, and people are going, "Oh, she's the best looking woman I've ever seen." You can't fucking polish a turd and tell me it's chocolate.
You're exactly right, because who the fuck do they say every year has the best smile?
Who?
Julia Roberts. Oh, she's got the greatest smile. And you see her smile now, and it's just like she's getting this picket fence thing going with her teeth. And her lips are ridiculous. They're not attractive at all.
No.
But people tell you, some magazine tells you that that's how it is, and you're supposed to go, "Oh, okay."
She does have a nice smile. She's cute.
The sexiest women. The 100 sexiest women, and someone like Hillary Clinton will make it on there because she's a strong, powerful woman, and that's sexy. Shut the fuck up and show some ass.
Do you guys get Charlotte Church over here? You get Charlotte Church?
Oh yeah, I've seen her.
And she was the little kid. The thing.
She's like massively famous over there.
She's massively famous. She has her own Tonight Show.
Not over here, but...
They keep on telling her she's one of the top 10. She's just this fat little piece of shit. I've met her. She's a mouthy fucking... I wouldn't fuck her again, man.
Yeah, let's go to Maryland. What's up, Maryland?
Hey guys, I wanted to make a comment about Jim Jeffries saying about the movie Wolf Creek.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie, actually. I saw it. It's one of my favorites. And I'm not going to give away the whole movie.
Well,
but there's two girls and one guy.
He kills the two girls and the guy gets away. I'll give it away for you.
No, well, the girls wake up, and they're more concerned about trying to find everybody else in their group. And the funniest part about it is the guy wakes up, doesn't even look, and he's like, "Fuck this, I'm out of here."
Yeah, did you see those birds? They were English. He didn't want them. He was just trying to, if you're going to save your own life, if they've already been serial killed, I think one of the girls was already dead by that scene in the film. They cut her spine out so that then he rapes her, but she's got no sensation. She's just a head. Like she's now like a quadriplegic, and so she's awake during the whole thing. It's a great
documentary.
Fucked up.
Hey, let's say hi to John in Jersey. John.
Hey, Jim Jeffries, love the comedy. I have a question for you. You ever try to suck your own dick or succeed in sucking your own dick?
I've tried when I was younger, but I've grown up since then and realized that I'm not an athletic man, or am I flexible?
If you couldn't do it as a kid, you ain't going to do it as an adult.
Exactly.
You're at your most flexible as a kid.
I can't touch my toes.
That seems to be mandatory if you're going to suck your dick.
When do you have to retire from that sport? Like 13 years old?
Not probably.
When does your body change where you just can't throw the curve?
I would think 16, you got to try to stop sucking your own dick.
I thought it was last night.
Because at that point, by 16, you still might be nimble, but you'll have that strength to maybe, pull yourself over. You'll have better abs.
Does anybody know anybody that's ever done it?
Seen it in movies.
Yeah, Ron Jeremy does it.
Ron Jeremy's done it.
And he doesn't bend that far.
Seen it in movies.
He just sort of ducks his head down a little bit.
Yeah, like a
Yeah, he makes himself come and fucking,
He's fucked up right
he's
there.
He's a good guy, any man.
Is it
do you shoot in your mouth or what? What do you do?
Is that gay? I don't think it is gay.
Is it?
If you're sucking your own dick, is it gay?
If you shoot in your mouth.
No.
It's your own cock. It's fantastic.
It's your own cock.
You touch your own
That's
dick.
like saying you're wanking. Is that make you gay?
Because
you know something? If you wank another guy's cock
brings
off,
up a
that does
good
make
point.
you gay.
Jerking off is jerking off.
If you're thinking of another guy while you're sucking your dick, then you're gay.
That's right. If you shoe polish it black before you suck it, you're a fruit.
If you videotape it and watch it back, you're gay.
If you lie and then come in your own mouth, you're a fag.
If you do it for money.
If you have a friend suck your balls at the same time.
That's right.
By the way, the people out there didn't forget about Big A. We're trying to get this thing done where you get your dick sucked through like a fucking wall.
Same uncomfortable hand motion, by the way. So with his little hands pointed out.
Yeah.
There'll be a guy and a girl on the other side of the wall. You stick your dick in the hole, and either the girl or the guy sucks you. You'll
50-50 shot.
50-50 shot. And we won't tell. We'll just flip the coin and then just tell the person.
No. We give him the choice of a hole.
Yeah. He has
We put
complete
two holes.
control.
They go
I like
their knees.
that.
Yeah, so he can just.
So you have complete control.
It's like in Flash Gordon when he puts his hand into that whole thing, and he could. It's an old film.
And we'll let you plug any buffet.
Right. Well, there's a long way to read a couple instant feedbacks, but someone from their cell phone writes, "We saw his cock. How thin is this wall?"
Tissue paper.
Well, funny you should say that. Mark C. from Jersey, his fucking baby dick wouldn't reach through a piece of paper. Forget a wall.
What's wrong with Andrew's dick? Your dick is fine.
I think the wall needs a shelf coming out with something for him to rest his gut on top of.
Yeah.
So he can get like as much leverage in there as possible. Like
As much dick.
So maybe if we have them in cardboard boxes, so he could stand above or something, or
Andrew's, how big is your average penis?
I guess average.
What size? What size? Don't say you don't know.
What size erect is it? What measurement?
Guess what?
In stones.
Yeah.
It's a Wednesday cock. It's Wednesday.
What is it? My cock is 3 pebbles.
I guess about 5 inches, I guess.
Now remember, relative to you, the Earth is big, but when you put it next to Jupiter, not so big.
First of all, 5 is not average, I don't think.
6.5 is
Second
average.
of all,
Get the hell out of here.
5 is
6.5.
average.
6.5 is average.
5 is average. 6.5 is average in your country.
Centimeters?
Yeah, we're very big down under.
Yeah.
Worst joke of the day. Thank you very much. Good night.
And second, everyone lies about their dick size, and now we're talking
You're tacking some on.
You're closer to like 4.5.
I'm 6 inches and just a little bit, and it's quite wide, I've been told, but they're never going to tell you different, are they, women? Because they're liars.
If they're related to you, they'll tell you the truth.
Really? Is that why you had daughters?
Big A. About 5, thick or thin?
Big A, you need money?
I was told big girth.
Big girth?
Yeah.
Big A, you need money?
Oh, his eyes lit up. He's smiling like Julia Roberts.
He's big girth. You're going to need a wide hole.
If we
That was
measure...
just some girl telling you were big Earth.
No? Okay.
New bit, because he's not doing it. He's not going to do the cocksucking bit.
Sure he will.
All right. Wait. Maybe we can change the odds a little bit.
All right,
How
two
about
girls, one
3
guy.
holes?
Yeah, two girls.
2 girls, 1 guy. Now you have a 33.33% chance of getting fucked
you have
over.
66%. 66.6%
Right.
chance.
Percent chance of getting a girl.
That's the devil's number, my friend.
Yeah.
What do you think?
How much we want to measure your penis?
How much we want to measure your
That's
penis?
what we're getting at.
Okay, you guys hold him up, and I'll get the scale.
The bit is simple. You say you have a 5-inch dick. I will give you $1,000 if it measures to 5.
Well, you really want to get rid of this $1,000?
I know.
today.
He's got to get a hard on.
No, but let's
We're
say
not measuring it. We'll get a chick. We'll do it.
No, I think
in a
that's
bathroom,
fair.
whatever.
I
don't give a
tell you
shit.
what, I will do this cock sucking in the hole if it's 3-1. If it's 3-1, that's good stats. But they got to be hot chicks, and I got to see who I got done by afterwards.
3 to 1.
Yeah, and a hot guy. He's got to look like fucking Ricky Martin. If he's going to be sucking my dick.
Really? You don't want some fucking...
In fact,
you don't want him
what's
sucking
Ricky
dick.
Martin doing these days? We haven't seen
Where is he?
for a
He's
while.
sucking dick behind a fucking board.
Yeah. Ricky Martin has to be the guy.
Would you now? You say you want to see the chick that did it when you're done. What would you want to know?
I'd want to know.
You stick your dick in the hole. There's 3 holes. 2 girls, 1 guy. You get a blowjob. You come. It feels great. You think it's fantastic. You want to know.
I want to know.
What if it was the guy and you're like, that was a great blowjob?
I'm running short of material at the moment. This is right up my alley.
Look, you're going to be in town for a while. Don't make us go with this.
I'm back on tour in this country in March. You have a lot of time to plan this. I will be back.
It's not that hard to drill a hole.
But I tell you what, I want a contract, because if I get behind there's 3 guys behind that wall or something, I'm fucking suing.
Right.
I've never
We
sued in
couldn't
my
possibly
life.
have that.
You have to be fair.
There'd have to be 2 real fucking
And
smoking hot.
he can't be the guy.
No,
I will know if there's a stutter on the end of my dick.
Hey, hold on, Big A. We want to measure your penis. It can be soft. It doesn't matter.
Who's going to measure his
Well, there's
penis?
a girl out there. Will she measure it?
A soft is not going to get the job done. That's going to be way less than 5.
Oh, yeah.
We're just curious, soft.
I wanna measure.
I'm curious.
Do you really
Penis,
reckon it
does she?
still goes up? Go on, let's be honest.
Get him hard.
It is,
Here,
it is,
Big A, how about you just pull your
Get 'em
underpants
hard.
out, and then Jimmy can take a peek.
I don't want to take a peek.
Just to see what it looks
Just
like.
give us a look at it.
Do you want to get him hard? Put a roast beef on the
Have
table.
have you lads seen it before?
No.
I think we sorted it when the
Nah,
chick was
he
jerking
got a
him off.
handy through his underwear, like through his
could kinda
underwear
get-
leg.
You definitely got
Did
that
he
hole.
come?
No, there were issues that day.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I retell the story?
Andrew
Big A
was-
doesn't like this, but
No, he hates the
we had
story.
2 prostitutes,
Wait, Andrew, what's
ladies
the
of the
matter?
evening from.
Were they nice?
Here, turn off the spotlight. If you're in the shadows, maybe
He hates
you'll feel
this
more
story.
Why does he
comfortable.
hate this story? Andrew, what
2
do you-
girls from the Bunny Ranch came in.
Yes.
And we got him to, mess around with Big A. One girl tried to jerk him off, but he never got hard, never came. And then something happened because one of the girls ran out of the studio crying. We actually got a prostitute to run out of the studio crying.
What did you do to her, man? What did you do to her?
It was just a bad day for Big A, right, Big A?
He was nervous.
There
He
might have
didn't
been some
know.
black stuff on her hand, and it might have smelled really bad that it got her crying.
The underpants, the black stuff from the
Black
underpants,
stuff.
like you ever take socks off, and you got your fucking little bit of little sock stuff stuck
What,
to your
lint?
toes.
Like a bit of lint.
Wait, it was lint?
This girl sucks cock for a living, and she was worried about a bit of lint. It must have been worse.
all
than
these
that.
months I thought it was rotting skin, but it was just lint.
Well, put it this way: it was
Yeah, the black
probably
stuff is
lint
not-
that had been in a cadaver's asshole.
I reckon his cock fucking loses its skin like a snake.
It's a tarantula cock.
It just shed.
It just sheds.
They find it just the skin laying there.
You just go, oh, it must be summer.
He was a little nervous. He couldn't. I mean, it's hard to perform sexually in front of people.
Big A, you're all
No,
right
of
with that,
course.
right? It's so long ago.
I worked very briefly in the porn industry. Very briefly.
About that.
No, as a presenter on the adult channel in Britain. When I first started doing comedy, they used to have the porn stars doing the presenting in between the things, right? And so I got this job doing the next on the adult channel. We have 4 things and a whatever, right? And I went on the set of one porn once where they had celebrity lookalikes fucking, right? And it was Britney Spears and Eminem, right? And they couldn't get a guy to look like Eminem, so they just put him in a regular hockey mask and dungarees and gave him a chainsaw, right? Between shoots, they're trying to keep, this guy's trying to keep hard, like while they're changing the set, right? I'm standing up in the corner. He's wanking off. He's still got the hockey mask on. He's wanking to stay hard. And he looks over at me and he goes, "Hey, Jim, how'd you get into comedy, mate?" And I went, I did some open spots in bars around Sydney, this way. He's still wanking and he looks at me and goes, "I don't know how you do that, mate. That's got to be the hardest job in the world." But he never stopped wanking, not for a fucking moment.
Like, don't fucking talk to me.
Small talk.
Jacking
trying
off.
to stay hard. Did Brittany look like Brittany?
Yeah, she looked alright. It was a girl called Katrina Clark. If you look her up on the internet, she was the porn, but it's British porn. Because I remember I was getting paid £700 for the day for all the links, right? And I had a little hissy fit because they had me there from 6 in the morning till 6 at night, and I had a little temper tantrum and just went, "Oh, for fuck's sake! I'm a professional fucking comedian. I don't need to be here all day. They said it would take 3 hours. 700 fucking quid, £700. They could all go get fucked." And then the girl who took it up the arse looks at me and goes, "I only got 300. And I felt really bad. And then I thought, fuck it, I got 700 quid in my pocket. I might buy the bitch for the weekend.
It's British porn.
I don't think I'm endearing myself to all of America right now.
Great.
It's
Are you
awesome.
shitting me?
Our listeners love you. Is British porn that much different than American porn?
Well, the thing is, I like American porn because at least with the accent, I can assume that they're classy, sort of, "Hey, fuck me up the ass. That's really good, like, oh, it's sexy for me." But then the British porn, I know exactly where that slapper's from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Their accents are so real. It's like, "All right, do me up fucking shit. That's fucking great, that is. That's fucking awesome." Right? And you just go, "That's not sexy." I think that girl might be from Liverpool.
Plus, they're not cut, are they, over there?
What? Not I'm circumcised. All Australians are circumcised during the 70s because of sand and heat and stuff, right?
Yeah, the red dirt.
Yeah, no, they've got that sweaty hood on the top of them.
That's fucking.
I tell you what, British chicks, man, when they see a circumcised cock, it's a novelty for them. They like they look at it. They like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Big A, we'll put a British girl on the other side of the wall.
Are you clipped, Big A?
Yes.
Oh,
Really?
think about it.
You really enjoyed that gum.
He would have been really heavy if he kept it.
Yeah, right. Big fat foreskin.
Yeah, if he had that big fat 5-pound foreskin
Thing it'd weigh
hanging
about
up the top,
8
like a
stone.
great big calamari ring that you could fit around your head.
Wow. Looks like.
I'm never gonna eat calamari. It's like giant squid melted, pulled out of the fucking ocean.
You do the prostitutes, Jim?
What's that?
You do the prostitutes?
Do I do prostitutes? I have done, but I don't do any on a regular basis.
No.
No, well, it's illegal in this country.
Well, that's what they say.
I have done in Amsterdam because I'm a tourist.
When you work in the clubs in the States here, are girls hitting on you after the show?
I've had a bit of sex since I've come to this town.
Yeah.
I've had a little go.
In New York or on the road?
Not in New York yet.
It's hard.
During the Leary gig, I went straight out with my management agents and stuff like that, and so I didn't get to see anyone after the gig. And I thought I could have gotten laid down, and then. But see, the weird thing about Dennis Leary is, right? Did you notice, right, that he used to be, when I was young, he was like this hip sort of like dangerous comic. Now, because of Rescue Me, he seems to be like a 40-year-old fat woman sex symbol. He's like 50 years old. It's just like when we left, there was all those women waiting at the stage door with photos just like, "I love you, Dennis. I love you." And it's just this fat fucking piece of shit that looks like him in a wig, right? It's just getting things. No, you're not a piece of. You're a good
Wait
guy.
till you do Wait till you do an O&A show.
At least they were women.
Dennis Leary was saying from the stage that he's looking more and more like an aged lesbian. An aging lesbian.
I think he's a good-looking comic. He's 50.
But he said that.
He's cut. He's got good-looking hair, man.
He's talented, man. I mean, besides
by the way, on the woman thing, first of all, I haven't been laid in New York. If any woman wants to lay me in New York, they'll put a picture of me up on the website, or just go to my MySpace page and come along to the show this evening.
Don't do the picture. Let him hear your comedy, because that's,
Jeez, that's a nice backhanded compliment.
Yeah, but they have listened to me for like 2 hours already today.
The girls like humor, but then when they put your face to
you
your
saying
humor,
he's ugly?
No, I'm just saying.
Girls like
I'm complimenting them.
I mean, you asked Dave from Tennessee.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey, Dave.
Rich, why was the first question you asked about British porn that the guys are unclipped?
Because it's so gross. If you're going to watch porn...
Rich is a fucking Peter Pumper.
Rich likes to looking at a nice cock in porn.
And you sat and stared at the old man's cock for 15 minutes.
No, I was staring at the whole situation.
Yeah, and the whole situation.
Pondering that situation.
All based around the one cock.
No.
For me, it did.
It was the whole...
Rich, it's
My
okay.
favorite
you
porn
suck cock
star.
for a little extra drugs. That's all right.
drugs.
That's all right.
Back in the day, you dressed up for your drug dealer because you knew he liked you.
And
Let's
your
not go
tiny
down that.
cut-off jean shorts.
Let's not go down that road again. Here's what I'm saying. If you're going to look at porn, you don't want...
it's getting old, right?
If you're going to look at porn, you're going to look at porn... Everybody
You want to
agrees.
see a nice cock?
You want
Is
to
that what
see
you-
everything. The whole show wants to be. You know, if
You
you're
want
watching
to see
a
the
movie,
helmet. You don't like to not be able to see the cock helmet.
Yeah, I got to see cock in porn. I'm not interested. Just straight lesbian porn. I'm not
Yeah,
into.
it's
I got to
boring.
see cock. I told
You're
you
right.
before. Yeah, Rocco Siffredi's the best porn
When you
star
watch-
in the world, man.
Yeah, he is. I agree.
when I go
You
to
see him?
porn,
Yeah.
Nacho's good
He's
too.
the best. When you watch Rocco Siffredi, there's a little bit of your brain that goes, "She might die."
when you look at porn on the internet, you go to girls sucking guys' dicks. That's more exciting than two girls getting down, don't you think?
Yeah, I like to see a girl say. I like to see like one girl and like several cocks in a thing. I like to see her being destroyed.
Really?
Yeah, that's my thing. I
Being
don't.
destroyed.
I tell you what, I've had threesomes and stuff. Right? I once had a threesome with 3 girls. That was definitely one girl. That's for foursome, right? There was 3 girls there. Right? It was one girl to me. It was like fucking spinning plates, trying to keep everyone happy. And one of them, it was sort of involved in the deal that the fat friend came along, and I was like fucking humping the fat one and just staring at the good-looking one in the corner. It was one of the most disturbing moments of my entire life.
What the fuck is she doing here?
Yeah, but you have to. You can't just go, no. You have to...
That's a trooper,
No, you
man.
pull out and come on the fat one.
Yeah, angrily.
Yeah, I was taking a lot of coke back then. I haven't for a while since I've been in this country.
Yes, it's illegal here.
Is it?
Yeah, well.
It is everywhere, I hear.
When do you go back? When do you go back?
I go back on Monday. I get on the plane, and then so I haven't been taking any drugs in this country.
Do you like perform all over the world or just?
Yeah, I do. I do. You know, I mostly do Britain and Europe, but I do like I've done like South Africa, and I've done a lot of gigs out in Hong Kong and Tokyo, and most of that's for like businesses, company type of things. But I've done those a few times.
Did you go to the sex clubs? We were just learning about the sex
in
clubs.
Bangkok. It says I wouldn't fuck a hooker in Bangkok. It's just too dodgy. Like you will catch something, but everything's a sex club there, right? I was going into sex club to sex club to sex club, and eventually I was just like over it. I was saying to the guy who was showing me around, I was just like, I just don't want to go to a sex club anymore, man. Just a normal bar. That's all I want. Just a normal bar, right? I go into this normal bar, and I'm like, thank fuck for that, man. Like I was sick of this. And then he taps me on the shoulder. And he goes, look up. And I look up. It's a glass ceiling, and it's all these girls in schoolgirl outfits sitting with no underwear, just on the thing. And that was the least sex bar he could take me to, with numbers written on their asses, so you could choose which one.
In Africa, when you were in Africa, like
South Africa,
where Sun City or
no, I did Cape Town and
Sun City.
Jesus
I ain't gonna play
Christ.
Sun City.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
Isn't that South
How old
Africa?
is he?
Isn't that South Africa? Isn't that a resort?
South Africa.
There is no fucking Sun City.
Oh.
There's no big fucking Sun City anymore like that. There was
Cape Town's a cracking place,
Listen,
man.
fucking history buff. I don't keep up on. I'm just asking questions about the fucking poverty.
But you're way off. Hey, did you play Mesopotamia? Fucking.
Did you play Mesopotamia?
Make sure you get your contract on papyrus.
That's right. I'm doing a tour of Persia, chiseled in stone. You couldn't fuck a girl in Africa.
No,
There's no way.
I used to have my girlfriend when I was in Africa. I cheated on her with this bird, and fucking the condom busted, and I was so worried. But the cool thing about South Africa, one of the nicer things is they'll do you an AIDS test in like 10 minutes. right? And because 1 in 4 people there have AIDS,
you don't want to know that quick.
Why are you waiting there? Why are you waiting there for your AIDS test? I'll bring someone with AIDS to come down and sit with you and go, it's not that bad. That's what they do. Just when it comes through, they go, look at me, I'm all right. Not bad. You heard of Magic Johnson? He's all right. When's Magic Johnson going to start looking like he's got AIDS? How long is that going to take?
Never.
He looks so healthy, I'm starting to think I want AIDS.
We send them rubbers to South Africa to help the AIDS, and they take them and staple them on paper and pass them out.
Yeah, it's just a joke, though. We're just having a bit of a laugh.
There's just no knowledge. I'd be a fucking king there.
I tell you what, there is a bad thing in South Africa with some of the less educated areas where they think if you fuck a virgin, that takes the AIDS away from you. So there's a big rape thing with young girls and everything. And I'm not going to joke about that because that's pretty fucking...
Well, they're an advanced culture. They're very good people.
Have you ever performed at Brokerage in Long Island? Because I'll be there this weekend.
Oh, I've never been to Long Island.
Jesus, dude. What are you doing?
You?
Nice
yeah, your mum. That's what she said.
All right, we're gonna do line of the day and get out of here.
I have to tinkle.
What's line of the day? Is that some famous person who said something?
No. It was. See, we are very competitive on this program, and
am I up for an award?
Every day you could be very well be.
Yeah.
So every day, the little quips, little lines that we've all thrown out willy-nilly during the day are reviewed by our crack staff, and there are a couple of runner-ups, 4 today. And 1 winner, which is dubbed Line of the Day, which, according to our crew, is the funniest knee-slapping, hardy-har thing that was said all day.
All right.
A very competitive program.
I just want to say something really funny now. I could still win.
You can't get it under the wire. Sometimes some people say something funny. And this is a trick that people have been using. After the runner-ups, someone will throw something funny out and go, that was Line of the Day. Doesn't work that way, fella.
And it's brought to you by BodogFantasy.net. Free live scoring, stats, bios, and news that will help you win big this season in fantasy football. All at BodogFantasy.net. Here's a runner-up line of the day.
He would have been really heavy if he kept it.
Yeah, right. Big fat foreskin.
Yeah, if he had that big fat 5-pound foreskin
thing it'd weigh
hanging
about
up the top,
8
like a
stone.
great big calamari ring that you could fit around your head.
Runner up.
Thank you.
You got a runner up so far.
Right, how good must these other lines be if that is the 4th last one?
That's 4th runner up, man. Wow.
Let's play another one. Another runner-up line of the day.
No, we didn't hear you.
What was that?
It could have been a good one.
You said there's nothing worse than the F word. I go tell Dog that.
We heard you.
Not quite a line of the day, an insult.
That
of
was
the day.
more of a zing.
Yeah, it was a zing.
All right.
Any abuse of Rich Voss, though, deserves some
Big
credit.
A, any plugs?
Nothing much, no.
Oh.
I have no plugs. This is,
Ron and Fez at noon? No? No Ron and Fez today?
Why aren't you saying anything?
Yeah, what?
You don't like those guys anymore?
What happened?
What'd they do to you?
nothing.
Big A, what happened?
What happened?
What happened?
Wow.
Nothing.
You have a falling out?
Not at all.
Oh, wow. Why are you
wow, is he twitching?
Why are you nodding your head? Really?
No,
You're like nodding your head up and down.
I got to call him like I see him.
Who was it, Ronnie? Ronnie jumped on you?
No.
Why are you giving us a thumbs up on that? I just say that.
Holy shit. Ronnie, what did he do to you? He threw you out of the studio? He doesn't want you in?
Never.
He was mean to you? Oh, he was mean to you. All right. All right.
Why are you writing notes now? You can just say it. Jesus,
Ronnie was being mean. Okay.
What happened?
Nothing.
What the hell is...
You what? You want to start getting paid?
Now you're just making things up.
If you're
Now just
making things up on paper.
I know, but the other stuff was
Well, don't you pay him?
If you're, you feel if you're working for them, in some capacity, you want some cash. I understand.
All right, here's another runner-up line of the day.
You got a horn from a locomotive in the guy's closet.
Yeah.
And where's hit it?
Right now, a train's hitting a car.
and the engineer's pulling on the horn. They go, what the hell?
It just sounds like an alarm clock.
That was a funny little tag on that that no one really picked up on. The whole juxtaposition of train horn and alarm clock. How silly would that be? Ring.
That was good. We'll give that one to Voss, though. That was Voss's.
Yeah, that was Voss.
So we've all had one so far.
Okay,
three.
go.
One more runner-up line.
Ooh! But you see your golden years being spent growing old together, and here he is dipping it in a nursing home.
Yeah, but this guy, he's also in love with the dresser, his lamp, and breakfast.
What beat that?
Runner-up.
That was my
That should have
favorite.
been
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not disputing. I'm happy I'm included.
Jim Jeffries, Caroline's tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. I highly, highly recommend you go see his comedy. He's amazing.
And as far as Voss is concerned, he will be watching me at the Borgata January 18th and 19th, Martin Luther King's birthday weekend. Get tickets at Borgata.com in Atlantic City.
All right. Brokerage this weekend.
All right, guys.
Flannery's Friday.
Brokerage. Belmar.
I'm very excited about the winner.
Here's your line of the day.
Here. Oh, my God.
What does I... All right. That was a clusterfuck.
Look at that guy on the chair.
What happened, Iraq?
What'd you do?
Oh, now they're pelting him with paper. Iraq, what did you do?
No, I don't have my original settings here, so it
no. What did you do wrong?
I hit the line of the day too early instead of it being automated after the.
They're throwing shit at him.
All right, give it another shot because you
I like this first attempt at an excuse. My settings aren't properly calibrated. What did you do? I hit it the wrong time.
The board was set to competent, so it was completely foreign to
Up top.
Yeah, you got to set that board to beginner.
Go ahead, Iraq. Do it again. You'll be fine.
Line of the day, go.
Here.
Deja vu.
A lot of pressure.
Line of the day. Line of the day.
What does IQ stand for?
Intellectual quotation.
Holy Jesus.
That's the line of the day.
You said it so earnestly as well, didn't you? You really meant it.
He felt good about that. All right, we got to get out of here. Jim, it was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Absolutely, man.
Thank you
very
much.
fun.
Thanks. If you want to come back,
Very cool.
Want to come back tomorrow? You're more than welcome. We're here.
Yeah, anytime.
And we
Very good.
All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Later. Bye.
All right, peace.
Hi, who's this?
My name is William and I like to wear dresses.
R.
Yeah.
E.
Goodness gracious.
P.
Yeah.
A. R. D. Retard. Yeah. Woo. B. Retarded. B. Retarded. B. Retarded. B. Retarded. Stomp your hands and clap your feet. Retardation can't be beat. You know we retarded. T-A-R-D. T-A-R-D. Retard. Yeah. Woo.
My name is William and I like to wear dresses.
The art of the homo.
Steve from Foundry.
Also goes by the name Chest Rockwell.
Smooth Lebanese arms.
He's tantalizingly tattooed.
A big buxom bear. Glaring at every turn. That's terrible. He's sorry.
He may say no, but you'll be saying yeah.
Chest shaved as smooth as a baby's bottom. Tantalizing turquoise rings. Martini Steve.